हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू द चैनल। और क्या हाल चाल है सबके? कैमरा हगा, कैमरा हगा, कैमरा हगा, हगा हगा। वेट सेकंड। एक, दो, तीन। बस अभी कैमरा हो जाएगा। हेलो, सेट नहीं हुआ क्या? वेट 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 वेट। चलो, कैमरा हो गया सेट ऑटोमेटिकली। वेरी नाइस, वेल प्लेड, वेल प्लेड, वेल प्लेड। कुछ ज़्यादा नीला नीला नहीं लग रहा क्या? कुछ ज़्यादा ही नीला हो गया क्या ये तो? राजा फिनिक्स, वेलकम स्ट्रीम। आओ गाइस, लेट्स एंजॉय।
Wonderful people back at home for the MasterCard fan poll. Which team is most likely to earn a playoff spot? And the results are in, and y'all chose Carmine Core, which, given how hype everyone was about this team coming in mid, that doesn't shock me.
Parallel matches, Swiss stage is coming to end. Which team is the most like you to sport?
I would love to have like a live, laugh, love
Premium
sign in my
Crocs.
house
ये कौन
that
सी
just
team है?
says the difference between hopium and copium.
Cloud को कब मिले रे?
I think that's beautiful.
Maybe you're the poet.
I actually hope
you will
someone
do
makes
better.
that sign.
Home
That
goods,
would be
hire me.
really good. Oh man, look, guys, there's like so much that we could talk about here,
General
but
भी
good
सारे
news
आएंगे
is
फिर
we're gonna
हम।
find out where we're playing because we have the map select standing by. So let's find out where these players are electing to go.
Welcome to Map Select, presented by Omen. Loud was drawn first in the matchup during the draw yesterday, so you'll be a higher seed. Would you like Team A or Team B?
Team B.
Team B. So, EDG, you will be Team A, and we will start with your first ban.
Ascent.
Let's go.
And then your ban?
Split.
Split?
Ascent
And then
ban
map
हुआ,
number one from
split
EDG.
ban हुआ।
Ice.
Selection map कौन सा है?
Icebox, side on Icebox.
Oh, hello, Icebox खेल रहे हैं।
Attack. And map number 2.
Sunset.
Sunset,
Attack लिया है
side on
Loud ने
Sunset.
Icebox पे।
Attack.
Sunset। हेलो,
Next set of
Sunset पे
bans, so with
खेलेंगे।
EDG, you have Bind,
PDG का
Breeze, and
Sunset।
Lotus.
हेलो, Loud ने वो लिया Sunset और Taking Spot लिया।
Ban Lotus.
Ban Lotus. Your ban, you have
Load,
Bind and
अच्छा
Breeze.
Lotus ban। कौन सा ban हो रहा है?
We ban bind.
Ban Bind. So map number 3 by default is going to be Breeze.
Bind,
EDG side
Bind.
on Breeze.
और Breeze,
Attack.
Breeze में
Alright,
कैसे लिया?
effective.
Attack लिया। Nice. Ola, Panio.
Something that really stuck out to me there was Lotus going a little further down the line than I was expecting Kukuka.
Yeah, exactly. EDG has been also banning this map, so I was surprised. It was a little bit of a push and pull.
Yeah.
Who's going to ban it
That's a
first?
game of
Are
chicken.
we both going to be living it open? What is going to be happening here? And we see it is EDG actually that decides to ban it. So Loud is very, very convinced they do not want to face EDG on this split.
I think this is legitimately a very good map pool for EDG. They're starting on Icebox, where Loud tends to be good on that map with the Harbor Viper, but they play one of those KO Sova flash comps that can fight into those walls really well. If they get a win there, they take Loud to Breeze. I think they have a real chance of winning this series, but I reckon it would be in the 2-1 fashion. For Loud, on the other hand, I think they want to avoid going to Breeze at all costs, in my opinion. I've not been impressed with any of the looks they've shown on that map thus far. I think that thus far, like, individual form is so important on that map. It is the map where that is the most important, and I think EDG beats them in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you. Also, the confidence and the resilience that both of these squads have shown into when it comes to that last map. For some of them, better than the other one. So I'm scared in both regards to what happens when this map goes the distance, and especially when things are not working. How are the solutions that they're going to find if some individuals cannot really show up?
it's definitely going to be interesting to see how all that pans out. But what I'm really excited for is honestly what this would mean for EDG
देखते हैं
if
क्या
they
सीन
get
होता है
win.
आज के
They
मैच में।
get revenge on the team that knocked them out
रुको
of
just check
champions,
कर लो
that
वॉइस सही
stopped
आ रही
their
है।
excellent
हाँ वॉइस ठीक है, कोई
2023
सीन
year.
नहीं है।
They get revenge on the team who just eliminated FPX, the other Chinese team representing here, and they get to make it into top 4 at a global event. They've been on this
EDG 20% 80%
long
चलो।
climb up mountain after mountain to really
Spam
be
your
considered
team
a top contender at
trade code in
international
chat।
events. I think if they win here, if they're one of only 4 teams in
क्या चल
the
रहा है?
playoffs at Masters Madrid, it's really a chance for no one anymore to deny
Loud
their
जीत
form
सकता है,
compared to the
Loud
rest
काफी ज़्यादा
of the
spam
global
हो रहा है।
competition.
And this is a great
Loud का
opponent
easy है रेस
for
में, मेरे को आज
doing so,
लग रहा
because
है।
if
Loud
EDG
easily जीतेगी।
has advanced, has progressed, has developed as a team, all of these individuals should be able to
EDG
go head
triple
and
L।
hand with
But
this
how do you
kind of
feel
squad.
about the structure, though?
Always
How do you
Loud
feel about
यार।
the fundamentals? Because I feel like Loud just have that
That's the
so in
thing.
spades.
That's the thing. This is a great test, and let's say one of the final tests for this squad, because Loud has
1K
played
लगाओ
against
Loud पे।
most of the teams
1K
out there. They've been
to
around
the
for
Loud।
so long. They have so much experience. They've played against every single playstyle. They know how to read onto all of these
Let's go।
different situations and outcomes. So if they are able to even put on a good show, it shows that EDG, even if they're not, top 4, even if they were to lose, we need to see if they're on the right track.
Yeah, this is really going to be decided by Icebox in this series for me. For Loud,
And
they play
title
the
for
Harbor Viper.
Valorant
Their
ये निकला
fundamentals
क्या
are
मेरा?
so exceptional on this map. Their retake protocols are on point. This is a map where Les absolutely thrives on the Viper. And for
किसी और में निकल
EDG,
गई
we've seen
थोड़ी
some
कुछ।
success. It's been a mixed bag in the past. They're playing the more default comp that, honestly, this Harbor Viper comp tends to do pretty well against. I think this is going to be make or break early in this series.
Real quick, I don't know if you guys see our poll down at the bottom of the screen there, but when we started this poll, it was all Loud. And as you guys were talking, selling people on EDG, I was seeing the numbers start to go up a little bit. I don't know, it feels
Maybe
like
we
you guys
should
are
sell
making
some
some believers
bundles.
out there.
We should sell some bundles, maybe.
I think, yeah. I feel like this is pretty spot on. In my mind, I think this is a 60-40 in favor of Loud. I think Loud are favored because their fundamentals have looked better in their last matches. I think they have a stronger read on the meta. EDG still playing basic, old stuff from last year for the most part. But for EDG, there's always the upset potential. The individual form has been electric. Kung has been great. And it's just a team that, no matter what form they've shown before, they always step up to their opponent.
Yeah, exactly. Is the old guard versus a newer guard that we saw in 2023 looking to make a change also in 2024?
Yeah, this is going to be an excellent day. Who's going to make it out into the top 4?
आज
Let's find
ending
out.
है,
Loud versus
आज
EDG.
last
We
match
got
इनके।
Carmine Corps versus Paper X. Day 5 of Masters Madrid starts right now.
सॉन्ग आएगा, मेरे को लगेगा कॉपीराइट तुझे। आज एंड है, आज है एंड, आज है एंड, आज है एंड। भाई इस अकाउंट पे नहीं चाहिए था, चलो वैसे
Someone that as good as him would be very hard. We had a new player. I mean, yeah, he's ready to show what he got, this tournament. So yeah, wait and see.
I think it's just myself that not being confident, because
Hello,
all
BTS.
the players in PepperX are like top notch in the world. It's normal that you have sort of pressure.
ये EDG थोड़ी है,
Quite
EDG
honestly,
है क्या ये?
absolutely need to see more out of Munyet.
मिनी बो
When
EDG
it
में है
comes to
क्या?
a tournament, when you're
हाँ।
hitting shot, it's really hard to get back, but my teammates have been helping me a lot going through this.
For us, it's just we're all like very inexperienced, so like all this is new to us, and we all just want to like do everything that we can every single day to prepare ourselves for the situation.
Carmine Corp, their playstyle is the same like us actually. It's gonna be like aggression team against
Wow,
aggression
very
team.
nice.
I'm really excited for the blood that
Se te vejo muito esse estilo de roupinha assim, mano. Fica combinou pra caralho. Esse calçaria suave.
स्टाइलिंग चल रही है, स्टाइलिंग चल रही है इनकी स्टाइलिंग। Modern swing stay 5th. Loud H11 PM. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है. आज लास्ट है स्विस का, स्विस मास्टर का. स्विस स्टेज आज लास्ट है. स्विस swing stage. Time कितना हुआ? Is almost going to start now.
Che vada tu, certo, dare il nostro massimo e sempre con un sorriso no rosto.
但是我希望你们知道，我们永远都在朝我们心中的那个念想去奋斗，去做好最好的自己。然后以后见到 ZMJJKK 手会抖。
यही उछलता था बहुत ज्यादा भाई. चेक कर रहा हूँ कहाँ चल रहा है. मेरा नहीं चल रहा. मैं जरा खाने को लेके आया. पढ़ने को.
It's the rubber band match between two teams that could very well go the distance in this competition. On the one end, you have EDG, a squad that's coming into this one holding the entire region of China on their back because they are the last remaining Chinese team in this competition. But on the other side, you have Loud, a squad that has been here before. They have reached the top of the mountain and they are looking to get back there again.
Two teams synonymous with their regions. EDG has been the #1 Chinese representative for as long as China has been at global events. They've constantly been on this upward trajectory, and Loud was the one to stop them last year. They have a chance to do it again if they want a shot at playoffs.
Exactly, and America's looking to be the strongest region out there for now. They could be that for just a second if Loud manages to win. Both them and Sentinels making it onto playoffs, showing that maybe 2024 is not the year of the rookies, but the year of Americas.
It's possible, but for EDG, if they're to win this one, they get revenge for FPX. This is the team that just knocked their compatriots out.
Yeah, and there is certainly going to be a lot of tension on that stage because, as we saw yesterday, right, in the PaperX game, the PaperX Heretics game, you know, when you're in these elimination matches, you're in these high-pressure moments, right? You got to wear it all out there on the stage. And Kukuka, I think both of these teams, they're going to do just that. Both teams have, like, very famous gifs of them, like, mocking one another. So I think it's safe to say that we're going to get some more moments like that.
Hear me out. We all remember Kankan standing up and just showing that operator.
And we all remember Sadak just going, what are you doing? I don't know.
What is that? What is that? Is that a toy? I don't see. It's not hurting me. But yeah, definitely. We've seen how the character has also impacted the players from your own team and your opponents. So today, especially jumping onto Icebox, a map where individuals are so important, I think that the start for both of these teams is going to be very important. Sentinels, for example, on their first match, probably one of the reasons why it got so close is that they were losing up on the earlier rounds. Then on the second time that they played around, they were so comfortable at the beginning of the maps. If Loud can also have a mechanism, they can join their compatriots.
And when we talk about the history, there's only been one change. That's QCK. On this map, he's playing the Jet, and he's going up against a man who many consider the best operator player in the world. It is going to be a trial for fire by the guy that they say isn't replacing Icebox, but on some of these maps, he is being asked that.
Yeah.
On Icebox, on Breeze, he has to step up to that plate against Kong Kong.
Yeah, this could be a moment here for QCK, and we'll have to see if this is going to come to fruition. Of course, for Kong Kong, he could very well shut it all down here, but it's time now for our first pistol round of the day. So let's go ahead, send it over to your casters. You got Mitch and Tom.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. Yes, we're here in Madrid, ready to kick off this game. Tom, the pistol's going to be underway in just a second. Quick thoughts on Loud and EDG before we get into this one, because we've seen this matchup before.
Yeah, and it is 50-50. One team won the first, one team won the second. They have both gone back and forth. We've even seen it across the stage. Sadak versus Kankan, the sort of faces they've pulled, even mocking each other at times. So I think this one might just get fiery. And honestly, I'm so excited to get into this matchup.
Well, the pistol round is kicking off with EDG on the defensive side here on Icebox, and Loud already making their way up towards
हेलो बहुत जल्दी आगे पहुंच गया ये सोवा केजे को स्पॉट किया इसने केजे डाउन और अभी किसको स्पॉट किया जेट जेट डैश यहाँ पे जेट की चांसेस है ना 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 मिस किया सोवा वापस आया भाई स्प्रे में ले लिया जेट को बहुत
And EDG will attempt this retake moments from now when this wall falls or when they step right on through it. The Spanish game for now, and swing from QCK opens up all the space. Loud got their pistol in the bag.
Yeah, a solid start from then, and kind of what you expect to see on this attack side. I think EDG are going to be waiting to get onto theirs. That was where they had the real success. Of course, this is one of those matchups where I almost feel like teams were playing a bit of chicken when it came down to the veto. Obviously, the initial ban coming through from EDG of Ascent was very surprising, considering a lot of look shaky, their identity looking a little bit lost, but a map that they smashed them on at Champs, so maybe just having some flashbacks. Then you've also had the removal of Split, and both teams sort of floating Lotus, their permaban, until we end up on the maps we're on. I feel like we've ended, I want to say somewhat in the favor of Loud. I feel like their map pool just that little bit deeper, but when EDG go into their opponent's map, throughout this tournament thus far, they have been very, very good.
This round doesn't have a lot to speak for, but the flank up by Chichu, the sneaky play on mid. He had been spotted earlier, so saw Sadak take a bit of an engagement with him. So Loud aren't allowing any free space to be taken by that defensive side. The problem here is if they do feel boxed in by Chichu and any potential B pushes, they're running into an A stack. We can see EDG have fully stacked up that site. As you can see, Loud are not looking to commit blindly. They've spread back out and found some space.
Yeah, I actually think that that's really important that they go back and get that fight, because it does put the doubt in the minds of their opponents a little bit. EDG were able to stack up on A because they had the information that they had control for anybody rotating back. Even still, though, with 40 seconds left, it does look like they're going to be pushing into the EDG stack, which is probably one of the only ways they could really take any damage.
So what attack हुआ? दो या तीन हुए होंगे अभी तक.
At this point, you assume there's someone towards B. The Viper wall go up. You don't have control of mid, so the rotates will go towards that side. But there was nobody there.
Scan, blind, bot, entry Viper down, jet down. Easy. Loud ले गया दूसरा round.
Even though they run into the stack, they find all the value.
बहुत easily ले रहा है.
Second round, cleanly in their pocket.
Yeah, nice work from them. Just taking their time. Obviously, on the other side of things, EDG didn't really have anything, so I don't think they're going to feel too hard done by the fact that they don't really get too many kills. Now they're looking to invest back in with the rifles on every single player. Now, I do think it's going to be fairly important for EDG to get off to a good start in this series, because we've already seen that a couple of times in their match versus Gen G. They did very well in the early, and then they seem to teeter out a little bit, slow down, and Louder a team that will punish you if they're able to get off the mark. And this is one of the
भाई हार्बर के मिड पे वॉल देखो भाई क्या प्यारी बॉल है.
He may not directly be
डिटेक्ट किया इसने क्या किसी को?
as an Aspas replacement, but when you're coming up against a player like
कॉर्नर चेक कर रहे भाई कितने छोटे-छोटे पीक ले रहे हैं.
Already though, Smoggy off to a flying start. Cowanzine is dropped, Sova gone. It's definitely going to make things a little bit more difficult now that you don't have your initiator.
KJ मर सकती मर गई पता था मेरे को. So ज़्यादा ही ऊपर खड़ा था.
It's going to be a bit tougher. Now no flank protection either as Sadak falls. This is how these rounds typically go when you slow down the pace. You're not going to win most of the fights you're taking. In this case, none of them so far.
Loud 3v5 चल रहा है तो
make some value out of this lower buy round for Loud. They want to drop a couple of
कोई इन्फो नहीं है
weapons
सोवा
out
को.
of EDG's hands.
हार्बर एंट्री कर चुका आगे.
And passive. This
Side
defensive
clear
side
है.
is being. They're willing to give up the side control and play the retakes together.
Yeah, they've already got them
हो गया.
pretty much boxed in once
Plant हो
again.
गया
The
third
same push has come
Jet down.
Chichu, nice work from QCK
Nice.
though. That'll be Kankan down, making this one at least a little bit more competitive. Trying to get
सही
a
है.
bit more aggressive as he's going to go through
the utility that has been placed down. That flank is the major danger, but with how far forward they've actually gone,
यहाँ पे एक जाएगा, वाइपर जाएगी, वाइपर जाएगी, सोवा गया, बहुत प्यारा, वाइपर भी डाउन, 1v3, नाइस, EDG लगी.
Even he can't win out that one.
Not the end of the world at all. I mean, they get the 2 kills. It's sort of bare minimum done. Housekeeping in a round like this. They didn't overinvest. You know, you said there were some rebuys, but again, fairly minimal considering the lack of losses. It's all right for Loud. This is the formality of early Valorant out of the way. It's sort of weird to not see that 3rd round won. Most of the games we've been covering, Thomas, it's been pure chaos by now, but, well, Paper X game later on. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, to be fair, we have been doing China versus Pacific in every game so far, so I think it's understandable why some of these games have gone the other way. Even still, though, this is where things get interesting. QCK has been doing well in the early rounds as well. This means he's already going to have himself Bladestorm and an extra 4,000 credits in the bank, so he's pretty well stacked to go for this early push. Howdong's going to be the one under pressure and almost has to fall back completely. Doesn't have any support, so his main goal is just going to be to delay as much as possible.
करेगा पुश किया, करेगा जेट, मेरे को लग रहा तो सोवा पीछे. अच्छा, 3 कॉर्नर कनेक्ट किए हैं, हार्बर की वॉल और एंट्री साइड पे पीछे क्लियर कर दिया.
Looking for picks. As you said, QCK's had a good time on the way through, a difference from some of the series we've seen, and now he's got the Bladestorm to try and pick these players off.
रोटेट पे गेम खेल रहे हैं.
After seeing that control, grabbing their orb and not finding any advantages being given away.
कितना स्लो एम है ये. केजे जाएगी, केजे का सीन है. केजे क्या
wonderfully. There's currently only one player left on the site, but EDG have made the realization. Pushing players up mid, got nobody deep in control. They've also got Chichu rotating in, but they are about to be under some serious pressure.
So what's going
So
on?
right call again. Same thing we've seen from EDG, just a passive play on A, very confident in their retake game. No big ultis online to help them, and a few shots through the wall that actually hurt Kankan. He's down to half HP, a little below. Going to be ideal for the fight back through. The plant seems to be secure, the cove broken and a snake bite down, but that's not going to deter them. Now it's time to fight back in, and they've already lost their entry man. Kankan down. Kalanzine still in position. The Bladestorm looking to find value. Players up top as well. I mean, Loud are not playing a retake on this. They're not trying to deny the defuse. They're trying to deny any boots on the ground. But they've lost a few fights. Demise is very low. They've got to be extremely careful here. And with less down, even more so. Sonic drop. It's only the 30 HP. Tui's have to try and close this round out. Already being stuck to halfway. Tui's needs to time this just right. And the shot is perfect.
Definitely got a little bit dicey in the end. I think that pre-fire shot from Smoggy basically made it interesting. Because up until that point, I was like, yeah, 3v2 post-plant, you've still got less alive. I'm like, okay, I'm not really too worried for them. And then he hits that shot, and it gets very interesting. The thing is, though, I feel like so far Loud have been fantastic with their orb management. They make sure at the beginning of the round that the reason they push B is to get Tui's that orb even, and then he moves back in the other direction, plants as well, so then he's able to actually use the Reckoning. So that's what kept them back for so long. That's what allowed Loud to garner so much space. And okay, it gets a little bit dicey in the end, but the fact is they got the round under their belt.
I really like the way we just saw that round play out. As we said, right off rip, Loud had a game plan, and it didn't look like EDG threw any spanners into the works, try as they might. We saw the re-aggression when Loud had gone up on B of Howdong. He got behind yellow and actually had really good spacing in making it there if Loud had have been committing. He's been quite good at that, at reading the ebb and flow of the round. Here, he's made the right call. Stand behind that wall because Loud are coming in to get the plant on B. Oh, he might have an opportunity here. Oh, the opportunity's coming.
Yeah, he was hoping that he could make the player vulnerable and
कुत्ते के लड़के
them as they moved away. I don't mind the idea, ultimately only having a classic, but
क्या हाल है मैडी?
now it's looking like a formality.
है नहीं, थोड़ी शर्म नहीं है कि जेल के बीच आ जाएं, किसी को बुलाइए.
उधर कोई है नहीं, मैं अकेले लग गया.
अरे डीएम करता है यार.
चिल्ला मत रुक
आजा.
हाँ बोला. उधर है. कोई है नहीं.
अरे वो
चला जा.
Eventually, though, it does look like Loud are going to stabilize, and that's a pretty big ult to commit off rip, right?
I mean, it's not even like they were already positioned to have a chance.
क्या
They
बोल रहे?
just went.
आज मैं साथ साथ कोड करूंगा, इसीलिए तुम ट्विच पे देखो. on the no screen
मैं
share.
तुझ पे ही देख रहा हूँ टाइम आउट ले लिया एडीजी गंदी पिट रही है एडीजी
Just a bit strange. Timeout from EDG. And, okay, looking at where their ults are, it's not like they're going to have a huge problem in the ult economy. They've got a couple big ones coming online soon. One thing that's drawing my eye, though, is the fact that Sadek has a lockdown now, and they're not going to have too much to deal with it. They're going to have to rely on other well-placed utility.
Yeah, at least a
हेलो
lot
ये
of
कॉपी
ults
पेन में
other
क्या
than
लिख
that
रहे हैं
online. That could be the reasoning from EDG
Charts and
is
all,
make this
like
one a
जो
bit
भी
more costly, have a chance to win the
गलतियां
round.
करते होंगे
And
वो
then
लिख
we've
लेते
got
होंगे.
one out online and
अलग
three
ही
very
है
close. So it could just be an argument of, okay, we don't actually just want to have them all at the same time and then just spam one round. But yeah, definitely an audacious attempt. Again, though, Loud already 4-1 in the lead. As said, I feel like expectations are there for both teams to have their strengths so far, that attacking side. I think that's where we've seen, especially EDG, really when they did manage to beat out Gen G, they were really good on their attack. And it's where Concom really came alive. That's my major worry, though, is so far in this tournament, going by ACS, going by ADR, going by the most stats that involve kills, Kankan's at the top. Right now, he has one, which is not a great sign of EDG going to be winning this, because there have been serious vulnerabilities. Even games that they've lost, he's still within the 20-plus kills bracket. So I'm a little bit worried for them at this point in time that if he doesn't come online, which I'll be honest, I think he will, but if he doesn't, this is going to be a blitz of a game.
I mean, we saw a good attack side from EDG on this map up against Genji, but we're going to need to see them build those foundations here on the defense. So far, it's been pretty lights out from Loud. And the movement towards B, quick. They're making a lot of noise on the way through, but again, it has the same vibe as before. Just look at the dots on the minimap falling back. They've dragged a huge rotation from EDG. There's now 3 players on the B side, one close by around mid, and only one man standing alone as nobody on the B side, up on pipes. If he doesn't move quickly, he won't have a way to fall back. He's going to have to commit to this angle in the next couple seconds unless we see him retreat, and, well, he's now stuck. He's going to have to hold his ground and take this battle with the lockdown in play. I wonder what the idea here is. Maybe a flash from afar to allow him to swing around the corner. Maybe he'll just go for it. Just the one to be found. That's it.
It's a pocket of space. Kankan has managed to survive at the back, but now there's a rotation in the other direction once more. Still a player lurking around this position. Howdong waiting patiently, but he has to be careful that he's not caught out. There are a lot of players pushing from a lot of different angles. He might just, no, he's missed the timing just by a millimeter. That's enough, and actually, G2's now gone down. Again, this round is starting to get really dangerous. There are so many angles he has to be careful of, and Les is going to win that first. Howdong caught in no man's land.
काफी लेट हो गया प्लांट हो गया नाइस
Tui's waiting patiently. Loud have managed to recover from a position that looked really dangerous to making this round look comfortable.
I think they've just had a really, really strong mid-round decision. The entire... We had 2 rounds ago where Loud seemed to be in control the whole way through. They had their game plan and it worked perfectly. EDG didn't put them on the back foot. It looked like the same thing here, even with the disruption, no kill. Right now, Smoggy grabs 1, but it's too late to get back in to deal with 2. Maybe he can do some more damage, and that may be
info नहीं यार को हार्बर भी गया
3 kill for him. But even still, the reality is Loud have just gotten away with highway robbery, stealing this out from EDG. It was a close one that EDG might even have had the upper hand in, but they got chopped up into individual fights all across the map just by not having a read on what the hell Loud were trying to do.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, because I think for Howdong I can kind of forgive. Like, he ended up surrounded because of where the battles went elsewhere, but every other player ends up alone. Like, not a single one of those fights was tradable, and Loud just play off that. Just position himself fantastically well. Brown calls were great, because that initial take for them, even using the lockdown, they didn't go for it. EDG did well, but it's just the way that they play in the mid-round that was sublime. Now 5-1 up over on that attack side.
Twitch पे देखना
This is definitely looking a little bit ropey at this stage. Kankan's going to try and pad the gap. He has had a quiet match so far. Got his 2nd kill in the last round, but it didn't really matter too much. Now his Blade Storm definitely has potential.
ये EDG का जेट कितना बेकार आदमी है बहुत ही बिल्कुल ही खत्म है
वही ना अगर आ गया बहुत मुश्किल है 0-2 होगा इसलिए भी
So there's like the safety nets that appear to be forming underneath EDG.
Yeah, but oh sorry,
Damage being done. It actually is keeping
Nice.
Cloud's economy pretty low, despite a 5-1 lead. If they lose a couple more players here, it will end up being costly enough that EDG might
लेफ्ट
be
का
able
तो
to
फेवरेट स्पॉट है वो
reasonably
वहीं
force
पे
an
बैठता
eco
है
out
हर
of this
हमेशा
squad with 1 or 2 wins, depending on how investments go.
आगा भाई कितना गंदा वाइपर है
Reality is there hasn't been a lot of hope in these rounds, and this one's not really the one to give us any extra. If Last goes down, it could be an advantage, or if he gets the kill, just one away from a Viper's pit, and he's sticking around. This looks like it'll be his fight, and not one he'll win, but that does still get the pit online.
Nice.
Costs you a rifle, but it doesn't give Chicho an orb. He already had the lockdown.
No, again, it ends up actually being fine. Like, Loud may not be keeping these as clean as they'd like, but they're still comfortably able to buy for at least a couple of rounds. Their ult economy, again, has been fantastic.
एको टाइम आउट ले लिया हेलो
Someone's tripping out. And for the side of EDG, they're already going to be taking their second pause, and I don't blame them, because these rounds, even though, okay, there's been casualties, I don't think any of them have looked particularly close, especially once you get to the second portion of the round. And they need to start getting onto the board, because sure, there's expectations that their attack side is going to be better, but they need to actually have a decent sort of foundation to actually build upon, because let's not pretend like Loud are just going to allow them back into the game. Like, they've got some fantastic players over on their side that, like, you'd bet your house on at least one round less is just going to win it. Like, let's be real. He has been one of the best players, I would say, in the tournament, but of the last year, 2 years.
लास्ट है ये पता है swing stage
So I think at this stage there needs to
Oh,
be
Maddie.
a decent change. And EDG in the past, Chichu,
Hello?
there was that interview.
अरे लास्ट है मतलब
They really do rely on
swing
their
stage खत्म हो जाएगी यार
a lot. They take
पता है
on.
मेरे को
Well, let's hope the second pause is where they get that.
We saw a lot of conversation about Coach Alex's pause
इसीलिए
yesterday and the impact
कल
it
और
had for
परसों कोई
Favorite
टूर्नामेंट
and
नहीं है
going on to win
सही हाँ
11 out of
कल
13
परसों गेम खेल लेंगे
rounds.
होता
Maybe that can be the case for EDG here. They don't even need it to be that strong of a statement. Just this attack side to at least have some legs. Remember, even the best teams in the world will refer to those pistols as coin flips, and you don't want to be going into that with one round in your bank. Big problem for them. It's not like EDG have no ultimates, but Loud can one-up them. They've got the exact same plus a
Loud के बाद 3 ability
साथ पे है भाई वो उनका जेट
खत्म
EDG का
lockdown on Chichu, as we said.
ये मैच खत्म है बहुत जल्दी खत्म है
Threatening when Kalanzin's still up.
Yeah, he's probably just holding the Hunter's Fury for that exact reason, so already. Oh no, never mind. He wants to kill.
Hello.
He's got
Patas
blood and he's going to get it as well. Might even get a tag onto Smoggy, not far away.
मजा आ रहा था
He's been having
हेलो
a bleak time over on this A side. Smoggy does well, but he has to give it up.
स्मोगी ने क्या मारा भाई
It's going to force him back completely, and I imagine we're going to see, it's an up-top plant, because they're just going to play this one passive. You want to go for a lockdown? Sure. We're going to be sitting so far back that it's not even going to matter. And I'm also starting to have a look at that rotation coming through from Les. He's looking to backstab them.
पता है I feel
He's
like
going to be caught. That's the only downside.
सदाक ने
Maybe
अभी
they'll
अभी
think
एक
he's
illegal
around
मॉडी
middle,
डाली
not
है
up here. No, they're checking it, and he's won the
पता चल
fight
जाएगा
with
उनको
2 snake bites in a post plant.
इस
You can imagine
राउंड
he'd be setting up for
खत्म
that
होगा
right
तब
now, but
पता
instead
नहीं
they're
हुआ
committing
कुछ
more
तो
resources with 2E's moving through mid. This is a
illegal
counter to what
मॉडी
EDG
देख
just
लिया
went
होगा
through.
उन्होंने
A lockdown used, but their back is now wide open. And as they push forward, Les is doing exactly the same. Snake bite up top just to secure
क्योंकि
no
उसने
no
जहाँ फेंकी
defuse.
है वो
But
डब्बे के
there's no
अंदर
one
जा
near
सकती है
the defuse. No one
लाइक
near
एक
the
टीम
spike. In
डिस्क्वालीफाई
fact,
हुई
as
थी
2E's
डब्बे
is
के
about to realize,
अंदर वो
swinging
सेम
into
स्पॉट
heavy
पे जहाँ पे
traffic.
सदाक ने अभी मॉडी
You know,
फेंकी
it's
ना
not nice to have
उन
4
दोनों
kills in a
डब्बों के
round
बीच में
and
फेंक
have
सकते
to
हो
go
तुम
and
मॉली
save, but
लेकिन
that's
उनके
the
अंदर चली
reality
जाती है
for
फिर
EDG.
तुम तोड़ नहीं
7
सकते उस
now on
मॉली
the
को
board for Loud.
Yeah, this one's going to come up as a Red Bull clutch, but there was
Loud
nothing
ने लिया टाइम हो
really
अच्छा हाफ
clutch
टाइम हुआ
about that. That round was over about 20 seconds ago.
नहीं हाफ
Like,
टाइम नहीं
Loud
हुआ
came in again. Every single round we're witnessing, they have a game
उस
plan.
मॉली की
They
वजह
know
से
what
एक
their
टीम
opponents have.
डिस्कनेक्ट
Okay, they've got a
डिस्क्वालीफाई हो
lockdown.
रखी है
Let's put ourselves in a post plant that doesn't allow that to work. Let's have less come round on the
स्मोगी
flank
अच्छा मार रहा है
and
भाई
basically just put this round to bed with the amount of doubts that their opponents are going to have. Like, right now, this is looking like a masterclass from Sadak and Loud, and EDG haven't
Illegal,
even
huh?
turned up to the party.
I think that's spot on, Tom. It's been a really rough one to watch if you're an EDG fan. For Loud, well, we talk a lot about the curse of Masters for this team, and it looks like it might be on its way to being broken. 7-1, a strong scoreline and a strong start.
बहुत स्लो खेल रहे हैं Loud पता है
on the side of Loud, push EDG out of control over Belong.
Do they actually go B this round, or are they just going to take the orb and go back?
No, it's got to be an orb.
They haven't left a lurk. I think they're going
B. It could be the Viper's Pit also, you know?
There's no one
वहाँ पर डैश मार के घुसेगा सारे पुश करेंगे सॉरी जेट
Previously, they've always had that extra player behind. This time, it's commitment. But EDG are committing.
डबल पिक होने वाला डबल पिक होने वाला डबल पिक होने वाला
But the reveal now gives away the game.
पाटा
That's a disaster for Loud. Or for EDG, pardon. It's a miracle for Loud.
QCK took some damage.
जेट वो मरती लाउड के जेट मरती
Easy peasy. Oh man, they can't get anything to fall in place for them. Even there, it was a cloudburst that wouldn't fall in the right spot.
There we go. 3 players at this stage might actually just go for this. But again, Loud's post plants have been sublime. It hasn't even been particularly close. That knife was nice. It's basically caught everybody. They know where they are, but there's nothing they can do. And Kawazine, he is not looking to be kind. Already spotting out Chichu, an awkward fight. And he is still surviving. Timmy the turret trying to help out at least a little bit. Looking to reposition. Take the fight. He's going to get rid of Smoggy as well. Just removing the weapons that they're trying to save. Finally, they'll deal with him. But again, the round is over. It's been over for another 25 seconds. They're just looking to fight to hold their guns. That's the game at the moment for EDG.
They are fighting a different battle every single round. Like we saw the previous one, it was on A. They pushed up forward to try and deal with the
भाई स्प्रे हगा जेट पता उनकी
themselves. Round was over. This time, it's all the whole squad is here to deal with this one Sova lurking in 2.
The funny thing is, I feel like there, Kankan tries to fall back, get pinged by the dart. I don't know if that's intentional, but it seemed like it could have been because he then gives away, okay, maybe there isn't someone else there. QCK just runs around the corner and headshots him anyway. Like, it made no difference what the plan was. He just domes both. And QCK has been having a much better performance. The setup's been there, let's not beat around
मरेगा ये
the bush.
इम्बा वाइपर मर जट गई
Chichu's at least gonna get one, and no trade. Actually, the high tide kind of helping them out here. Another one for Howdong, but Sadak has found 2 in response.
Yeah, Tui's hasn't had the best round with his util there, chopping up the map to stop them from being able to keep control of mid, but EDG took it by the reins. Chichu on the flank. Good position, but Sadak is still up, and he's on his way back, so that util is going to be online. Has to be broken, now they know. Now they're ready for the fight, and a little closer than expected. It's Kawanzine looking to take Chichu down yet again. And on this angle, he's not losing it. Clean shot to the head. Viper's Pit went up and online, and that is stopping any chance of them defusing. Surely, they've got to... Oh, that's actually a nice recon up top. It hasn't caught him, but it's given away that he's there. Maybe the spams can find value. Kankan's got to wait a moment as nobody steps forward. He's dodging the spam. Kawanzine steps in. An unexpected play. Even the Pit dropped in the end for less to find that kill. Tom, this is looking like a mismatch on Icebox. The EDG's map pick, and they've yet to get off one round.
This is a masterclass. Genuinely a masterclass from Loud. It seems like their decision-making has been perfect pretty much all the way through the game. Again, this started off with a decent individual play coming out from Chichu, but then Sadak pops up, they get into the afterplant, and the second that spike has gone down, my belief in EDG winning the round has gone down to about 5%, because it just hasn't even been remotely close.
बहुत जल्दी मैच खत्म हो जाएगा यार ये वाला.
We've already seen this happen once when they played Breeze versus Gen G. EDG didn't show up to the party in this map, and it's not looking good. Kankan has been diffed. That's not something I think has been said in his entire career.
Oh, he's been hot this tournament as well. One of the big reasons I was coming in here believing in EDG, but I can't even point to one player not showing up. One piece of the puzzle, the whole puzzle's missing. All I've got is the front cover to think about what could have been. Hopefully we'll eventually find those missing pieces. EDG are searching frantically. It's a Hunter's Fury pulled out of the bag.
Oh, जेट को देख कितने प्यारी सी जगह पे बैठे.
Quickly trade that back. Very few defenders left standing. In fact, now just
बाहर निकाल लिया. खत्म राउंड एक और मैच दिया. जी मैडी देखा.
This squad. I mean, he's
Maddie.
been doing it so far with his caller. This time he takes it into his own hands. 10
भाई ये तो
जेरी वाला गेम प्ले था.
This is hard to watch.
Yeah, they used the Hunter's Fury there, and they used actually.
मेरा तो हगना बनता है जंप पे. ये कैसे हग गए?
In the round, I think we've just got to
ये देख देख भाई जी भाई वो देख उसको देख उसको देख
coming into today. And we've already seen in the past the back and forth between Khan and Sadak. The sniper and the
लॉकडाउन है
sniper's
भाई
marker.
113 छी भाई
And wow, 2-11. Normally I'm not one to highlight the kill.
सरेंडर नहीं कर सकते क्या एडीजी वाले
Not particularly relevant in most games, but when Khan
क्या जी गया
goes, as said, the number
अच्छा
one
हल्का सा
when it comes to ACS, ADR, kills per round. He has been up there in every single stat this tournament.
एक पिक
Right
लिया
now, he is non-existent. How long?
वाइपर की इन्फो नहीं है वाइपर की इन्फो नहीं किसी को भी मरेगा जट नहीं मार दिया नाइस
क्या बेकार है ये मैं इनका
वही ना भाई शिट खत्म मैच भाई
मेरी लॉबी के बंदे हरा देंगे भाई
खत्म है एडीजी खत्म है आज भाई आज घर पे जाएगी
इनसे
एडीजी
हारी कैसी है एफटीएक्स इनसे बहुत बेटर खेलती है
पता नहीं रे हाफ टाइम हुआ ना अब तो हाफ टाइम है पूरा
अगला है पेपर एक्स वर्सेस केसी
पेपर एक्स वर्सेस केसी पेपर एक्स जीतेगी चांसेस है भाई ये जो हगी है तूने मिस किया जरी एक चीज
दिखाना चाह रहा है क्या
नहीं जारी ने एक चीज देखा नहीं इसको दिखाना मैडी
Em preparação para esse jogo,
मैं
eu
जरा
acho
प्लेट
que
छोड़
foi
के
muito mais a gente ter confiança que podíamos virar essa situação na que a gente está. Então, o segundo mapa foi difícil, mas eu estava com muita confiança, sabíamos que a gente podia, eu sabia que podíamos trazer isso de volta, então pedi para que eles confiassem em mim que ia dar tudo certo.
No secrets about this on the way back through. Sadak just stomping onto site.
But a 1-for-1 trade, the numbers so favourable towards Loud. Guaranteeing closing in, it's all on Autumn. This guy has been a rock star for this side, but a brutal position, a brutal round to potentially go home on. Has he got the heroics in him? He's got so many targets, so many threats. He can't do it!
A gente já se enfrentou no passado contra a EG, sabemos que é um time muito bom. A EG em particular é um time que sabe muito bem trocar o ritmo das jogadas. Às vezes
उस दिन चाइना का माल चल रहा था आज नहीं चल रहा चाइना का माल
rápido. E isso faz que seja um pouco
समझ रहे
difícil de ter uma boa leitura contra eles, né? Às vezes a gente
आर्टिफैक्ट आ गई चाइना
माल छोड़ो चाइना के बंदे भी ऐसे ही हैं
joga muito bem com o Pedrito no ataque.
देख
Uma variedade estratégica muito boa. Para os fãs, amamos vocês, muito obrigado pelo apoio, vocês são incríveis, espero que vocês
बस सामने दिख रहा है सेंसी कितनी लो है इनकी
Se fica muito cedo para vocês, peço perdão, é o que temos para hoje. E é isso, beijo gigante, muito apoio para nós.
Khan said in the video earlier on that he wanted to strike fear in the hearts of his opponents when they saw his name. Well, they're going to have to look way down the scoreboard to see his name on this map. That is a rare thing. On the attack side, Tom, there's basically no hope. There's essentially no hope. An 11-1 comeback, Mini couldn't even make this happen.
कास्टर ने बोला
Give him a ring, see what he says.
कि कुछ तो बोला होगा ना कौन कौन मतलब ये जो इनका जेट है ईडीजी का
Let's see how good Mini's Chinese is.
कि उसको ओपोनेंट के दिमाग में अपना डर बिठाना है
I reckon he's a man of many
भाई
talents.
थोड़ा कास्टर ने ऐसा सा बोल दिया
I wouldn't even be surprised.
कि
No,
अब उनको कौन कौन का नाम देखने के लिए भी स्कोर बोर्ड
It
में
has
बहुत
not
नीचे
been a
से
good
देखना
start.
पड़ेगा
अच्छा समझा
In the next map, and at least maybe some life in this pistol round. They are going to be able to get off to a
माँ
strong
की
start.
चूत हो गई
Less
भाई
looking to
कहाँ गया
find-
भाई
Oh,
कास्टर
Wax so
नहीं
clean with it.
अच्छा टेक्निकल इशू आया था क्या या वो लिया था
Slip away. Already
Half time.
looking like it could happen. Cheat you eventually.
हाफ टाइम कैसे भाई
Kawazin
अच्छा समझ गया
12 राउंड का होता है एक
ठीक
हाफ
ठीक मैं कंफ्यूज हो गया था ऊपर स्कोर देख के
11-1 dude 11-1
वही मैं कंफ्यूज हो गया था 11-1 देख के
भाई
पता है
चाइना के किक ऑफ विनर है ये
normally you could only dream of multiple
Third.
positions. Actually, I think the cross
अरे
maybe
वही
missed
चाइना का
here.
माल
That
आधे
shot
टाइम ही
wasn't
चलता
even
है
needed, but
चल
he has
रे
managed to
हो
find
गया
that first kill.
वहाँ पे देख
There's no chance though. With the time so low, look how far back they're playing. Still with a reveal. You'd have to force one of the fights.
ये क्या
Smoggy's already tucked in. At this stage, Miracle work needed. 45 HP as well. Nobody
Nice
cleans
try.
it up, and there it is, Tom.
अच्छा था अच्छा था
They
अच्छा चलो
double
कोई
their
सीन नहीं.
rounds. It's a consolation prize for the time being. Oh, don't hold your breath.
By
I
daily
want to
vendor.
actually see if they can just even build
Daily
into
vendor.
it on an individual level.
Well,
Like I don't,
Con needs a warm up.
yeah, exactly. This is basically his.
इसको वार्म अप चाहिए. कितना वार्म अप
भाई
करेगा?
2-13 पे है वो
वो
2-13 पे
तो
जेट लेके
themselves into a good position because they've come in cold and they've been
कितना वार्म
shut
अप चाहिए वो
down by
बताओ.
Loud, who have looked fantastic
भाई
throughout
सोचो
this map. So I think even just a
लैंड
few
टूर्नामेंट
rounds,
में
getting themselves feeling more comfortable.
तुम्हारे
भाई
बगल
जोकर
में
that
एक
stage
जेट बैठा है तुम्हारे टीम का और वो
उठ के
2-13 पे
चपेड़
बैठा हो.
वो चपेड़ मारो भाई उसको खड़े. इधर
वो
देख
तो
इधर देख
चाइना गए
इधर
तो
देख
पका
इधर
के खा जाएंगे.
देख इधर देखना. कैसे बैठे यार आराम कर. एक ही जगह पे सर.
Already with the drone giving away where this push is going to be coming in, the full force of Loud will be
लाउड
coming
में
on the
बिल्कुल हंगर
rotation.
नहीं है भाई.
Few upgraded pistols.
वो लड़के पिस्टल पे ही खेल रहे हैं.
वो आराम से खेलेंगे.
मैं लाउड का एजीएल होता ना मैं पता क्या बोलता. अरे तुम स्टिंगर और वो लो मार्शल माच हो देंगे इनकी. चलो दोनों राउंड बहुत है हम पे.
उनको राउंड जीतने हैं. उनको राउंड जीतने हैं. क्या बोलते हैं एडीजी वालों को. कमबैक करना है उनको.
मैं तो लाउड की बात कर रहा था ना. लाउड तो राउंड दे रही है.
क्योंकि थर्ड राउंड में लेगी ना. थर्ड राउंड में ये मारेगी लाउड उनको बहुत गंदा वाला.
मैं तो सेकंड राउंड में ही फोर्स बाय करके मार देता भाई.
वो रिस्क नहीं ले रहे. वो आराम से खेल रहे हैं.
By himself,
वही
it's a
तो
little
हंगर
concerning.
नहीं है.
There was still a lurker around A. Nobody would have. I mean, he's 68 HP as well. He'd have a
जरा
serious
जरा
fight in his hands, but
आगे
looks
जाना
like
आगे
he might
जाना.
get away with it scot-free.
भाई ना सोवा ने देखा ना केजे ने देखा इसको. फोड़
The
दिया.
other spike's down. There's a rifle there, but it can't be retrieved. Chichu's lurking around mid to catch those rotates, but he's going to be spotted in a second. In fact, spotted now.
डबल फंस गया फंस गया फंस गया.
From all directions. Loud all of a sudden are in a 5v3. 12 seconds left as the spike
भाई वेंडल है.
planted. At
दिक्कत हो
least
सकती है.
they can breathe a sigh of relief. The clock is now on their side, and the players pushing back in haven't got big
क्या
weapons.
प्रॉपर
Even
है.
the kill they got on mid.
क्या सही चीज है.
भाई वो वैंडल भी तो चाइना की है ना. तुम बात समझो.
नहीं नहीं वेंडल
पता
छोड़ना.
जाम हो जाए. नहीं नहीं
होगी जाम होगी जाम. नहीं नहीं हार्बर की बॉल कितनी प्यारी थी रे. वो एक और की जाम हो गई रे.
चलो भाई कॉन्ग कॉन्ग देखते हैं.
सदा को देखो सदा को देखो सदा को देखो.
मर गया मर गया. वो खड़ा हो गया वो खड़ा हो गया वो खड़ा हो गया.
भाई लाउड में इतना कॉन्फिडेंस था. वहीं से पिस्टल से ही निकाल देंगे.
पिस्टल से निकाल लिया भाई. उसको
ये होता है थ्रिफ्टी राउंड. उन लोगों ने बाय नहीं किया था और वो राउंड जीते. तो ये थ्रिफ्टी राउंड था लाउड का.
देख भाई पिस्टल से मार रहे भाई. इसको देखियो. बता रहा भाई. छोड़ दिया भाई. उसको देखे उसको देखे उसको देखे उसको देखे उसको.
तेरा बहुत डेली चलता साकिब.
ये वो नेटवर्क इशू होता है थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो जाता है. छोड़ते हैं. खत्म मैच.
काय को खत्म 3v3.
भाई लो कॉन्ग कॉन्ग ने अपने किल डबल कर लिया 2 मार के.
लाउड लगे ये.
The early battles at least being even. I thought the Odin had a possibility.
ऊपर देख ले.
काश को देख भाई.
ऊपर देख ऊपर देख. सो ऊपर देख.
लाउड द स्मर्फ कर रही है.
If anybody turns around, they're just going to see him sat on a perch.
देख लिया फोड़ दी. 2v2.
It's the players with the weapons. Still, that push up from Tuiz and obviously the turret no longer online.
इनका तो मूड निकल रहा होगा भैया. मैं नहीं
भाई.
अब मैं एडवर्ड गेमिंग को फॉलो करूंगा. मेरे को देखना है कि कांग की जॉब भाई क्यों कांग की जॉब कब जा रही है. वहीं तो बोला नहीं यार.
To try and just give opportunities to his teammates at this stage. He should know
हार्बर को देख हार्बर को देख हार्बर को
दूसरा
देख.
दिन है भाई जो वो हग रहा है.
हार्बर पीछे से लेगा. हार्बर पीछे से लेगा. हार्बर पीछे से मारेगा.
अरे आप तो ले पा नहीं रहे हो तो शांत हो जाओ.
थोड़ा फोड़ दिया. ले लिया राउंड. भाई नाइस.
भाई कोई VCT के YouTube वाली चैट में लिख रहा है बहन के लोड़े जीत जाओ.
आज बताओ क्या हुआ। आज मैं बैठा था वीसी में, जैनी पता ना, जिससे वो खेला था मैंने
जिनी
टेक्स्ट टू।
नाम है जिनी
हाँ वो
सफर
सॉरी
मार
सॉरी
दूंगा
जिनी,
जिनी
सॉरी वो जिनी। वो देख रहे थे, उसने लगा दिया था
आपको
वो
मैडी भी बोल दिया।
बीजीएमआई का वो टूर्नामेंट, ठीक है।
अरे भाई छी।
सुनना बीजीएमआई का टूर्नामेंट लगा दिया और उसमें चल क्या रही कमेंटेटरी, इतने पे लाइक करो आपको इतने आरपी मिलेगी, इतने पे लाइक करो इतने आरपी मिलेगी, सब्सक्राइब करो 20 आरपी गिव अवे। टूर्नामेंट में सब्सक्राइबर की भीख मांगी जा रही है, समझ रहे
सही
हैं?
बात है, सही है।
भाई खत्म मैच भाई, हो गया इनका। फिनिक्स नहीं आएगा।
पानी पी पी के ना मैडी खुद को बीमार कर लूंगा। पानी की बोतल कहाँ गई?
लियो।
अरे अरे
यार चेरी भाई,
अरे
कितने घंटे हो गए मुझे
क्या हो
भाई?
गया?
6 घंटे से हो गए
क्या हुआ
भाई, मेरे को काम करते करते 6 घंटे हो गए।
यार मेरी पानी की बोतल में कह रहा था मैं प्यासे हूँ, वो देखो बहुत दूर रखी है।
फिनिक्स भाई भी आ रहे हैं 2 मिनट में। भाई मैं कॉन्स्टेंटली 6 घंटे से कोड कर रहा हूँ तेरे प्रोजेक्ट पे जेरी।
सॉरी भाई।
बहन की तूत।
आज ये राउंड खत्म हो जाएगा 1 घंटे के अंदर ही।
देखो अब सबसे बोरिंग काम इनपुट लगाना, फॉर्म बनाना, हेडिंग वाला पिक्सल वाले उसमें है कितने इनपुट हैं देखिए जरा। और बाय द वे तूने अभी तक चेक नहीं करी?
चेक कर लिया मैंने।
पक्की बात?
यस।
पक्की बात?
लॉगिन नहीं किया था बस।
करके देखो, वही तो चेक करना था बेंचोद, मैंने ऑथराइज डोमेन डाला है।
देख रहा हूँ। मैं सोच रहा था कि ये पर्टिकुलर जो मैं वो लिख रहा हूँ ना अभी एक्सपेरिमेंट तीसरा नंबर का, वो खत्म करके प्यार से देखूंगा। एक पेज बचा है बस।
हाँ ठीक है, अब मेरे को ये देखने दो कि मेरे को कितने चाहिए इनपुट। 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19
भाई
20 21
सुनना
22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33
जैसे ही आऊँ
34 35।
भैया मेरे मुंह से निकल गई।
सुनना मैडी सुनना, मैंने लाउड पे लगाए थे 1000 ठीक है, मतलब जो
किसके
स्टीम
साथ?
उसके उसके पॉइंट्स होते हैं, जो
अच्छा
ट्विच पॉइंट्स होते हैं।
अच्छा
एक
अच्छा,
हजार
ट्विच
लेके आ
गैम्बल।
गया, डबल डबल करके आ गया।
बहुत
क्या
बढ़िया।
मजा आया?
आइए
ये लो
उसमें होता
उसका
क्या है भाई?
ये में मजा आ गया ना।
आइए, बस बकचोदी
अरे
करो
कोई
उसके
दिक्कत
साथ।
नहीं ना, असली पैसों से तो गैम्बल नहीं कर रहा एटलीस्ट।
भाई
हाँ
करना चाहिए था ना तो आज।
पागल है
अरे
क्या?
मदर चोद, वो ट्विच पॉइंट से किया था।
अच्छा फिर ठीक है।
असली वाले से तो जेल हो जाती।
अरे कर लो ना, पैसे तो बढ़ा रही हो।
यार यही गैम्बल सिस्टम मेरे को अपनी चैट में डालना है, बॉट से बनवाऊंगा मैं। साला। अगला पता कौन सा
जेरी
मैप
भाई
है?
32
सनसेट।
इनपुट बना दो।
ओ मैडी, अगला सनसेट
बहुत
है।
प्यारे हो भैया आप।
जेरी भाई 32 इनपुट बना दो, और फिर 32 इनपुट में एक टॉगल सिस्टम भी डालना।
वाह। कौन सी साइड बना रहे
लज्जू
हो?
मेरी भाई।
क्या
कौन सी साइड बना रहे हो?
भैया? इनकी है एक सर्विस प्रोवाइड टाइप की
हाँ
वेबसाइट में कुछ टेम्पलेट्स रहेंगे, तुम उन टेम्पलेट्स को चूज कर सकते हो, तुम उन टेम्पलेट्स का कंटेंट एडिट कर सकते हो, कलर वगैरह, मतलब लाइक बेसिकली पूरा टेम्पलेट कस्टमाइज कर सकते हो, और बिना कोई डोमेन और होस्टिंग खरीदे उसी साइट पे ही होस्ट कर सकते हो, मतलब
ओ
लाइक डिप्लॉय कर सकते हो।
नाइस नाइस नाइस।
तो मैं वो वाला फॉर्म बना रहा हूँ जहाँ पे तुम अपना कंटेंट डालोगे।
ठीक है, मेरे फोन पे लग गई, इंटरनेट नहीं चल रहा मेरे फोन में। वेरी गुड, और मैच स्टार्ट हो गया, मतलब टाइमर खत्म हो।
स्टार्ट भी हो गया?
नहीं 2 मिनट खत्म हुए, अभी वो हुआ है
अरे अभी तो कोच से बात कर रहे हैं।
इंट्रोडक्शन होगी जो मेरे को देखनी थी।
इंट्रोडक्शन इंट्रोडक्शन
Hey guys, I am here with SCK from Loud. Congratulations on that
नहीं मैं
first
गलत मूड में
map.
हूँ मैं तोड़ दूंगा
Now
इसको
the team has shared previously that this tournament is very challenging for them, but despite that, Loud has been very
सुनना भी
consistent
क्या
with
साला
their
कान ही नहीं
energy.
चल रहा है
Who on the team contributes the most to keeping that energy up, especially for very
अंजना भाई
important
कहाँ है
matches like this?
मेरे को मैसेज आया था कहाँ हूँ मैंने बोल दिया तुम्हारी नंबर लिखा उसमें
दिल्ली आए हैं अंधेरा भाई
बुलाओ ना फिर उनको अपने घर
वो बहन के साथ आया ना अपनी एयरपोर्ट पिक करने
तो बोलो उनको बहन को भी ले आओ
नहीं
दिल्ली आया क्या वो?
वेस्ट दिल्ली में अरे उसके लिए क्या है वो तो 1.5 घंटे में आ जाता है दिल्ली
Looks like that. Looks like a really happy guy. So let's see if Loud can close this out.
Well, they have plenty of reasons, Mika, to be happy because after a 13
मेरी वाली तो खिलौनों के साथ खेल लिया
over the Chinese number 1 seed, Loud show the world
ट्विच
that
देखना
they are very much
अरे
here to
माता
play and maybe even here to stay. That was honestly, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was just straight up brutal.
I mean, what is going on with EDG? Back to back, they
कल और
start a
परसों
map
मैच नहीं है
with
परसों
an
मैं
11
मंगाऊंगा
to
कबाब
1.5 against them. They
पर VCT
crumbled
के
in
मैच
that
की 4
G series. They show up here
फुल
against
बेइज्जती
Loud,
चल रही है
and they
डीजी की
look like they are crumbling again.
बेइज्जती नहीं
This is not
उसको
the team
बेइज्जती
we've
नहीं
come to
बोलते
know
ब्रो
from EDG. Loud absolutely picked them apart.
Yeah,
बेइज्जती ही
definitely looks
है
like the
इनडायरेक्ट बेइज्जती ही है वो
why to peak in this map. By the
अरे
way, their
नॉर्मली
pick,
हारना चलता है
was okay.
मगर
ये तो पिटना है
213 213
सामने
ये
5
क्या
लड़के
स्कोर
बैठे थे सूत के चले गए
It looked like a rock paper scissor. It looked like a rock paper scissor kind of situation.
Transfer process of elimination.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong. You were right.
Neither of us actually
कंसेंट नहीं लिया
hacked,
मारने से
fourth
पहले
grade mathematics.
सनसेट है अगला मैच फोड़ेंगे उसमें और
You can see the logic there. But
कोच EDG कम बैक कर
मैंने बोला कंसेंट नहीं लिया मारने से पहले बोलते सनसेट ही तो है अगला मैप
भाई मेरा कान बंद है यार मेरा कान बंद है सुनाई नहीं दे रहा कुछ
माफी मांगो जेरी भाई माफी मांगो
दिया माफी माफी दो
भाई अभी दवाई लेके आया अरे कान पे डाल के बैठा दवाई डाल के बैठा हूँ इस रात को वापस से डाल के
They're
सोऊंगा
showmen when they're great, and right now they look completely deflated. But we do
उस
have to
कान में
give
हेडफोन भी नहीं लगा हेडफोन लगूंगा तो भी सुनाई नहीं देगा इतनी बुरी हालत है उस कान की
attacking side. I thought that Sidak was calling an absolutely stunning match.
Yeah, exactly. And we picked up a couple of good examples.
भाई बहुत गंदा पीटा है रे बहुत गंदा पीटा है भाई डीजी को वालों को
We know that both of the teams are very, very hard shooters. So it's only on fundamentals and actually the reads on the map that you can win in this matchup. We were seeing that EDG was getting a lot of the kills in some of these rounds, but they are unable to close them up because of the adaptation and the moving around the map that Loud was having round after round. You know, maybe they won 2 rounds, but let's think about the 2 rounds that they won. The third round, right after, you know, Loud is on a bonus, and then Pistol on the second half. This could have perfectly been.
भाई जीतने नहीं दे रही है लाउड उनको घुसने नहीं दे रही है साइड के अंदर घुसने से पहले मार के जा रही है
But you see in the rounds the variety of the calling for Loud, even when they're
लेकिन मैच तो चालू ही नहीं हुआ
they're going for these
नहीं पुराने मैच की बात कर रहा हूँ
and I think we have seen that historically when they
मैं तो
play
अपना
this
काम कर रहा हूँ
bizarre
पिच पे
composition, they really have a lot more kind of adaptability than with the comps when teams are playing without the Harbor. Without the Hammer or without the double controller in general, most teams are, it's just an A hit simulator. You go there always, sometimes you throw in a B hit, you have to fight deep. But it's so different for this squad, the variety they have.
Well, let's go to the
32 इनपुट बना दो
जोर से बोल मेरे को सुनाई नहीं दे रहा
32 इनपुट बना दो
मेरे को आते होते मैं बना नहीं रहा होता अभी तक वो बता
अब सही बात है अनपढ़ भी तो हो तुम
साले
उसको 35 बोल रहा हूँ 32 पत्थर मारने बोल उसको
कोडिंग मैंने कभी की
पत्थर मारने हैं पाकिस्तान को सॉरी काफिरों की तरफ
मैंने कभी कोडिंग की नहीं कोडिंग की है बहुत कम की है बहुत ज्यादा नहीं कम
डेटा टाइप्स क्या होते हैं
बस वो नहीं की ना
डेटा बोल के दिखाना एक बारी
डेटा
बोलना आता है चटक भाई
किसी ने डाटा बोला तो बड़ा गुस्सा आया था
निकल जाते हैं कभी बार
अरे कैसे निकल रहा है मुंह चूतिया बना दूंगा
आज देखो आज बढ़िया बढ़िया काम कर रहा था
भाई लाउड पे लगाओ 3000 मैडी 3000 लगा रहा लाउड पे
in the opening kills. But you're right, Bea. We've hit a reset.
3000 टोटल नहीं होंगे तेरे पे बहन के लोड़े
3000 टोटल है पूरा लगा दिया
टोटल में वो उतनी है ना धनराशि तेरी
तो पूरी धनराशि लगाऊंगा ना 10 तो मिलेगी
बस यही थिंकिंग रखना एक दिन रोड पे आओगे
Is Loud
पर मेरे फोन का ये
वाले
बंद
मैप पे आ जाना चाहिए
भाई वो
YouTube
खेल रहा है
being
ना उनका
updating भाई YouTube अपडेट हो गया मैच के बीचों बीच साला हराम भाई मेरे फोन में YouTube अपडेट हो रहा है
against FPX where they
बेचारों
had
को
the
रोना आ रहा
chance to have some crazy rounds. I think that Live and Ultim were final bosses for this one.
भाई मेरे को लग रहा है रेजर इनसे अपना वो स्पॉन्सरशिप हटा लेगी
किसने साइफर नहीं लिया है सनसेट पे अच्छा लिया था
You know, we're getting ready here for some sunset. You're going to see QCK. He's going to be rocking that Phoenix. He's going to get right in the face of his opponents as much as he can.
Yeah, the biggest goals of Loud's comp on the defense is extremity control. With that reach, with their multitude of flashes, they're really good at holding down space in the
नहीं मैं ये कह रहा हूँ रेजर इनसे अपना स्पॉन्सरशिप ना उठा ले
same initiator power to
भाई
fight back.
कोई लड़का इनकी टीम से गायब होने वाला है ब्रो
Is about getting mid control.
स्पॉन्सरशिप भी गायब होने वाली है
Going for these late round hits if they want to win, but that's all out the window. This
पता
is a
नहीं
map
चैट वाले उसे
about
काम बोल रहे हैं
confidence. EDG need to remember who they are. They're the team who's been dominating in China, who comes to international events and beats the best of them. It's absolutely unacceptable for them to go out with a whimper. This team needs to remember.
नहीं जीतेगी
And watch out
जितना
because
मर्जी बोल
Loud
लो
might have the read onto them. We know that EDG likes to play it slow,
और
likes
अगर
to play
जीत
it with
गई
time, but Loud with this composition and
लाड
with
वालों
that
को बेइज्जती होगी
that they gave us, they want to take it all and make it into playoffs.
Is this how it ends for EDG? Will Loud
मैंने 3000 पॉइंट्स लगाए हैं 3000 से भाई आराम करो जीतना है तो मैं
Thank you so much, Golden Boy, and our wonderful analyst, Des.
अभी देख
As we move into this
हाँ भाई
next
हम
one,
तो
you
वैसे
know,
भी
I
वीक
pity
टीम को
our
सपोर्ट
analysts for
करते हैं
having
हमेशा
to look at that last one and break it down because it's tough.
हाँ बस वो
to be
सेंटिनल्स
nice
की
to
बारी में ये
EDG
रूल
after
भूल
that. It
जाते
was
हैं
a really, really rough showing on their map pick.
हाँ ये
The promise, good on their opponent's map picks. You opened up the
भाई
series
लाइनअप
by
बोलते
saying that. I
EDG
hope
का
God you're right.
But that's the
बोल
thing.
रही है क्या लाइन है
बताइए
सामने
कौन
ही तो
रहेगा
देख रहा है
Forget that ever happened.
वो तो देना कहाँ जाएगा देखना
पता कहाँ जाएगा
मिड पे नहीं मिड
मार्केट
आइए
मिड पे बोल रहा
Basically, EDG
आधे घंटे बाद गया वो
भाई उसने शॉकडार से बूम बॉट तोड़ा है
Boombot gone, shock dart countered. Now going to be looking for the split straight through into mid. And still though,
मिड से घुस गए भाई
players from Loud around these angles. QCK already, as said, is looking good on the last.
भागा 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 कुत्ते की मौत लेके भागा
And it's less than Howdong with the first couple, but Loud have come out on top.
Still a bit of a struggle to get in towards B main, and well, Spike dropped everybody.
देंगे भाई पहला राउंड
भाई कैसे हो
Con left. He's fired off.
हेलो
फेनिक्स आ गया क्या
भाई
गलती
किसी की तो जॉब जाने वाली है बताओ किसकी
And that's another pistol underneath.
किसी की जॉब जाने वाली है बताओ
All three so far.
कौन सी जॉब
For EDG,
अरे
टूर्नामेंट देखना
VCT में जेट लेके 2-13 पे बैठा है
2-13
हाँ वो हमारे सॉरी कॉन्ग भैया
भैया
अरे यार फर्स्ट मैच उसका ऐसा ही है सेकंड मैच में मारेगा
क्या मारेगा देख लेते हैं अभी पहला मैच तो
भाई बॉडी छोड़ो लेग शॉट्स तो मार ले यार आउटलाइन थोड़ी बनानी होती है
देखो EDG वाले ही बोलेंगे ना कि हम छठवा प्लेयर खिला लेंगे और दूसरे मैच में बुलाएंगे हम
भाई लाइव तो जाओ मड़ी भाई
अरे देखो आज मैं थोड़ा
ट्विच में देखना
तो ट्विच पे देख लो
या मैं स्ट्रीम पे देख ले यू वॉच एंड वॉच
बैंड
कल लाना कल लाना
Howdong's definitely got the shorter end of that stick.
भाई
भाई कांग मार रहा
क्या शॉट किया भाई
जॉब बच गई
देखो मैं से ही कांग मारता
अरे जॉब बच गई बढ़िया बढ़िया
It's time to go walkabouts. A site is under threat from behind, so they're going to secure the front. QCK's already made it past, but the timing is key, and he's picked this angle. Picked the right angle indeed, although the shots don't land. The flash in hand, and it almost cost him his life, but the timing was good. With Howdong down, the heal can be found by QCK, and he's out of there, actually. He's just going to give up the control entirely.
Yeah, not wanting to try and stick around versus the pistols. The thing is, though, the B site is under the control of their opponents. They don't really have the cipher that we've seen from many others, from Chichu on the other side, that gives them that extra bit of information. We've seen a lot of teams really utilize.
इसको देखो कहाँ बैठा साला कैंपर
Executing Kankan. He was one of the
Leo,
major
उसे भी
dangers.
कैंपर
You
बोल
look at
दिया
the rest of the weaponry that's available for EDG, and it definitely isn't pretty. Even an extra kill or two, though, in this post plant could be huge.
Well, this is it, especially with the plant spot, right? Like, this is all about spamming. The downside is two classics.
बचा रहा सोबा
Know where to go.
आए शिट मर गया
Now there's a real chance for damage. Shock dart
मर
close,
गया
and
भाई
the spray doesn't land. Kawanzin's now the last man standing. He might not even be able to win this
हाँ चल
anymore.
राउंड गया
If
ये
he does, it's
नाइस
going to be a
सेकंड राउंड
heavy
वो
cost.
तो
And
राउंड
ठीक है,
गया
लेकिन जब वो डिफ्यूज नहीं कर रहा था उसने पीक क्यों करी?
That was a point I had absolutely no belief in the
अच्छा वो
fact that
ट्राई कर
EDG
रहा
would be
होगा
able
कि
to take
उसको
that home.
सेव भी ना करने दे,
Already getting themselves a Mastercard Thrifty, and that's going to be a huge boost to the confidence. Some great
क्योंकि ये राउंड तो इनका
individual
ही को ही
ability
जाएगा।
there, but
अब
also
बोनस राउंड है
just the
बोनस राउंड है ना
courage to
तीसरा
sneak
इको
in a snake bite and then
इको
peek after the two
यस
pulses.
लाउड का
That's
इको
one of the
एक
few
बात
moments
बता
you're going to see an after
बोनस और
shock
इको में
like
क्या
the
डिफरेंस है?
changes that they may took from
एक होता है जब
वही
हम
जो
सेव
उसने
करते हैं
एकदम
बोनस
पहले
होता है जब हम 2000 से
because
सेव
otherwise
करते
he is dead.
Just about made it out with
क्या
his life. Hit
2000
his
क्या?
shots. And even with the
हैं जब हम
shock
2000
darts
से
finding
तक
on a
सेव
player
करते हैं है
swinging,
ना मैडी
who's got a fully auto
क्या
rifle when you're so low,
वो
just
बोनस
didn't
राउंड
matter.
मैं कह रहा था कि
बोनस राउंड
मेन में आज
This
किसी
is
का
what we
कट
wanted
जाना
to see.
चाहिए।
I thought we weren't seeing it with the pistol.
इसने तो यही बताया था
Smile on my face. As loud,
देखो
I have
भैया
the
मैंने
weaker
बोनस
weapons.
राउंड का
And
मतलब ये
EDG
बताया था
face
जब
off
दो
against them
राउंड
with
ऑलरेडी तुम
confidence.
जीत चुके
Con
होते हो
straight
एंड
around the
थर्ड
तीसरा
राउंड में
राउंड
तुम वैंडल
Unless
बाय
one
कर
of the
सकते हो बट तुम
major
नहीं करते हो,
dangers has already been
आज
dropped.
ओ
कम स्पेंड ही
Rifles that
करते
Loud
हो,
have are now on the
आ
floor.
This is a confident looking
वो
Kankan.
बोनस होता है एंड उसमें
आ
मिनिमम
Was
2-2
already
हज़ार
looking
रुपए बचाए जाते हैं यूजुअली।
dangerously
आ
missing in the last map, and he did have a rough performance
मतलब दो
last
राउंड
time
जीत
they
गए
played
तो भी
Sunset.
तीसरा राउंड हम
इको
सेव
राउंड
कर
ये
रहे
होता
हैं
है कि कुछ बाय नहीं करते हैं, नेक्स्ट राउंड
bit
वैंडल
worried,
वैंडल का
हाँ
बाय
Is
आना
this
चाहिए बस।
round decimating less?
एक और राउंड तो
Tweez now. Again, it's about getting a kill. Anything
तब भी
to make
डिफेंसिव
things
बता रहे
more
हो।
costly.
वही
They know exactly where he is.
कैंग मरेगा।
Now, not shooting
कैंग
him,
कैंग ये अलग
might
तब निकाल के आया
be
लड़का।
that he's round the corner,
ना
but
उसने ले लिया वैंडल
is
दूसरा
making sure that he's not giving anything
वो
away. And
चांस
also
नहीं दे
bounce
रहे हैं वो
back
चांस
off
नहीं दे रहे हैं
pistols
फुल
and
बाय
then
कर
go to
रहे
a
हैं
flawless round. That's about as good of an
भैया
economy boost as you're ever going to get.
Well, they lost the pistol.
रुक
They're
जाओ
2-1 up, and they've got a
दो
showstopper
राउंड
on
में जज कर लिए
Kankan,
वो
a
भी
player
1-1
who
में।
was, as you said, just completely
देख ना भाई
missing
सेकंड राउंड में वैंडल लेके आए सबके पास एक के पास
is
भी नहीं
really the
वैंडल
reason
फैंटम
that
अभी
अबे
ये
तो
believing in this
मादर
squad
चोद
being
मुझे एक
able to
बात
pull
बताओ, वो
across the
लड़का
line
2
because
किल
he's
पे
been
था,
so strong this
इको
tournament.
में तो किल लेने दो उसे,
If he didn't show up,
अभी
कहीं
क्या
तो
किल
सेफ
है?
रहे वो।
already over. But very early on, we found out that he's here to play. And round number 4 is going to see a full buy for both squads. Run it back online.
Okay, he's
हेलो
insta
पेशेंट
ये
मैसेज
क्या
कर रहा
स्कैन
है
है
बहन की चोद बहुत ट्रैफिक है।
This just has to be a moment for Loud where they just give up the site. Almost played straight into the retake.
मतलब कम्बल लगा के उड़ जा।
Garnered quite a bit of space, but
मैंने
with
बोल
the
दिया
Andera
वेलकम
direction
टू
of
दिल्ली।
elbow, they actually haven't managed to get into an after-plant position off of the back of this.
हाँ त्रिशर किधर है?
And maybe
दिल्ली
almost
में।
trying to sell the idea that
वाह
this
भाई
was a
नाइस आंसर।
ruse. I like this from EDG.
अरे पानीपत में रहता है, दिल्ली गया है।
दिल्ली तो आ गया है
अच्छा
क्या
हाँ
नाइस
उसका बैन
देख
है
देख
अभी।
इस पे अब देख साले आ रहा
यार मैं बोल रहा हूँ दिल्ली में होता नाइस आंसर।
Absolutely nothing on A after your
अरे
opponent
उसको लग रहा होगा ना
burns
कि
his
दिल्ली में
showstopper into
ही
the
रहता
elbow.
है वो।
This is a really, this must be a peculiar round for them.
फटेगा
Just
नहीं
patiently
फटा
waiting, timing gonna be
निकल जा
everything.
सोवा चुपचाप मेरे निकल
Caught a glimpse though.
क्या बोल कौन सा मैच देख रहे बे तू?
Decent shock
सोवा
dart
की
as
बात
well,
कर
so
रहा
damage
हूँ
done. EDG on their way through though. They will make the
शी
A play.
शोआ
सर
के शॉक डार्ट को बोलता है फटेगा।
Securing mid, and
ना
now
ना ना
moving
ना
forward.
तुम
This
थोड़ा
is where I
मेरा
expect
डिले चल
run
रहा है
it back, and indeed, it's already popped. He's on his way through. Peak is good for some damage. QCK focused on the site, gets dropped eventually, but he's back in the fight now. Alongside Kawanzin, who's just put the ball as
मॉगी का जो
utility.
ऐसा
That
हैंड
flash
मूवमेंट
didn't
हुआ ना
manage to root anyone out of
मेरे को कुछ
position.
और लग
The
रहा था वो
volley
पता
certainly
मजाक
has.
सेट की।
They're all low, and well,
मेरे को
Saturn
हैंड
on the
मूवमेंट
same
कुछ
position,
सस्ता
just
लगा है
opens
भाई।
up on full. He's the first to swing.
It wasn't
Post on the
a
wide
good hand
angle.
movement.
Find quite a bit of control for
मैं
himself.
कुछ और करता हूँ ऐसे।
Plant still to be
रीड
secured
तो
with
है।
15 seconds. They need to find a safe haven to get that done, and it's
अरे
the corner up
तू जो
close.
करता है ना
Nobody
इसको भी
has to
सिखा दे
hold
साकिर
strong
को,
with him
एटलीस्ट यूज
down.
होगा।
The round is
खत्म
already
ब्रो
you can imagine. Come on, there we go.
नाइस
फसला का
ये
नहीं
भी
Saw
हो रहा है
Sanak
खुद
on 1
उसके साथ।
HP, and there was a moment
भाई
when
सोवा 1
maybe there
एचपी
was some belief, but yeah, a very odd round. Like I
वैसे
don't
बेचारे
like
के
the
शरीर में
ideas
कुछ
from
नहीं है।
EDG. Like the start, if that was the game plan, because they take so much control with the
showstopper. Okay,
WhatsApp
that's
पूछो भी
fine.
निकल जाएगा
साकेत सुन सुन
I
सुन
definitely think
क्या
वहाँ पे ओपोनेंट ओमन है ना
एक बूंद तो निकल रही है उसमें ही बह रहा है ये।
But then they don't really take that space and they take so
ईडीजी का
long to
ओमन है
get
ना
into an
साकेत
after-plant position and lose the
नहीं है
battles
ये
in mid. That was
क्या
one of the major
बोलना
ईडीजी का
हाँ
takeaways
ओमन
to the round was that
साकित है
हाँ
you already
हाँ
saw
साकेत
Loud
साले
हाँ
have
साकेत
such
होता
a large
मतलब लाइक
advantage
आफ्टर 12
that,
राउंड
okay,
सेम
I
स्कोर
think
पे रहता ना
nobody
वो
else are doing
साकेत है
quite well
बस
to at
डेथ
least
इंक्रीज
make
होता
that one
उसका
look competitive, but
साले
ultimately the round doesn't go their way.
लाइक
Now, luckily,
113
as we
वैसा वो
mentioned,
भी ब्रॉन्ज लॉबी में
plenty of cash
बाकी
available.
दो में एरर आ गया
Yeah, there's no struggles. No
हील और
struggles
असिस्ट में बट
whatsoever.
डेथ बढ़े जा रही
The
है
side of EDG, even Hunter's Fury online to work with. Something to fall back on.
वेरिएंट वाले अपने सर्वर चेक
Close to
करेंगे
getting
हमारी हमारी तो
involved in
गलती
that
नहीं है।
as well. Tui's, well, he might have his
क्या हुआ
way at the
कैसे
round.
पर
We'll
हुआ
see if
हुआ
that has
हुआ
any impact.
5 starts off with a spray.
लड़के का पीसी चेक हो रहा है, वो रीजन पूछ रहा है, मैं वो बोल रहा है मैं तो हैक नहीं कर रहा हूँ। नहीं बेटे तुम बहुत ज्यादा ही बेकार खेल रहे हो, चेक कर रहे हैं बस।
कोई टेक्निकल इशू तो नहीं है?
Again, now Loud are able to fall back into these more passive
ब्लाइंड दिया,
positions.
अच्छा स्मोक दिया।
Tui's about to be put under pressure, but
ऐसे में आके पूछ रहा है सब ठीक तो है ना?
probably just
कोई
fall
दिक्कत
back
तो नहीं ना?
off of this, call for some rotations.
थोड़ा मेन बोर्ड दे दे कुछ वैसा।
Group up
नहीं आप ले लो, आप ले लो, हम कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे।
back into mid. Now this is being
ए
watched by
फटा
Smoggy,
बचा।
and because of that, they are just going to have to fall back.
क्या पता हो भाई?
Potentially wanting to try and find some sort of trade.
रेज की बात कर रहा था, शील्ड उड़ गई उसकी, गया वो।
Given up this A site, but as we've already
किसका
witnessed,
शील्ड,
Loud are
किसी का
very
शील्ड
happy
नहीं
to go
गया।
for the retake.
रेज 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 रेज
भैया रेस तो मर गया।
तो वही तो कह रहा हूँ, फटा वो मर गया।
फटा
भाई मैं जा रहा हूँ भाई।
This time, that's going to delay the rotates to A.
मरेगा।
Get into position on the post plants. Although Chichu might not be there to help them out, I don't think he's expecting QCK to be quite that close. And we'll take him out of the retake for a while. Buy some time. Squad EDG to bunker down. They don't know where these players from the side of Loud are. I mean, again, QCK is on the other side of the universe.
The paranoia could be perfect.
They've gambled it the right way, but there's no one to follow up on it. There's no one there. QCK is caught. Okay, Howdong's in a good position, only the one to be found. They know where Smoggy is, so they're holding the
यार
angle.
मुझे सोवा का यूसेज लगा नहीं कि वहाँ शॉक डार्ट करने की जरूरत थी ऐसे मूवमेंट में।
But he can't get the arrow off, or the bullets either. Couldn't decide. 3 rounds for Loud.
Yeah.
आपके सामने दो लड़के हैं, एक की पोजीशन अननोन है, आप एक बंदा प्लान कर रहा है उस पे शॉक डार्ट मारोगे?
अरे दोनों का पोजीशन नोन था।
It was placed well, but there wasn't anybody to actually capitalize off it.
मतलब शॉक डार्ट नहीं मारना चाहिए था, बट गलत था।
The Hunter's Fury as well, close to being devastating, but close is not going to win you these rounds. Still though, EDG are going to be able to bounce back once again. They still have the finances available to them.
ना ये भी 2-1 है। EDG will win next map.
क्या 2-1 खत्म इसके बाद?
I actually think a lot of
Next
their
win.
problems right now is the fact
ये
that they are
second
trying
map
to play the map
ठीक है
so
भाई।
aggressively. I think they've been given,
पहले राउंड में तो 2-13 जीती है।
but they always have a deficit by the time they get
13
there.
13-2 नहीं बोलना चाहिए।
स्कोर जैसे चल रहा है तो वैसे
You
बताऊंगा
know,
ना।
when you think about how those retakes were
यार
established
मतलब
for
साकिब
Loud.
समझ गया ना
Before
बस।
Spike goes down, you have players being dropped. You have QCK miles out of position, even caught on
फिनिक्स
the
भाई आप
rotate as
2-13 से
well.
जीत के आए हो।
Despite that, they're still able to get a
ठीक
good
है।
stranglehold over the side. You can see why they're confident on the
One
retake
eye.
game. EDG this time focus on B, but there's a flank watch
Mutant
from
bhai.
Chichu.
Mutant bhai
He's caught
आए हैं।
2 players pushing.
Hello,
I
bhai.
don't know that he has a way
Hello.
out this time. Stun was good.
बढ़िया, आप
They're
बताओ।
closing the distance.
बढ़िया
अरे आज ड्राउट था ना।
Around the corner, and Chichu's in so much trouble.
मैच चल
But in
रहा
the
है अभी।
meantime, the spike's being planted, so Loud
VCT
again have
देख
to
रहे हैं
go for
सब।
the retake. But as we've said, they're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, they've done really well to isolate the flank every single
ज़्यादा
time.
important चीज़ है
Chichu
वो।
hasn't managed to really get anything. And now it's up to the heroes on the other
यार।
side to try and hold this one down. QCK off to a flyer. Khan waiting on the corner, looks away, still manages to
भाई
snap
जो
back.
मारा।
ट्रिगर अलर्ट देखो भाई।
Comes down to
वही।
one.
ट्रिगर अलर्ट बोल रहा
Nobody already
हूँ।
spotted
ट्रिगर
the
कंट्रोल।
first. Just looking to try and wrap back around into that 1v1. The dart should reveal the player on the spike. Knows
चाटा मार दूंगा,
exactly where
सड़क बोल रहा है
Sadak
ये।
is. I'm waiting for him to try and tap that. It's gonna come down.
एक और राउंड ले गया।
Sadak is a
हो गया।
safe pair of hands
2-0
once
team।
again.
Sadak on
Loud
fire, भाई।
will convert a 4th round into their favor.
भाई सदाक नाम
For
है
EDG,
उसका।
it's close, but no cigar.
पता है उसके हाथ पे देखो कैसा ही लिखा है।
Leading by example in so many of these rounds. Big one for him to close out.
मैं दरवाजा बंद
This
कर
should be giving them a pretty good lead. As I expect EDG to take a much
तू भी
lighter
विंस को
bite.
देख रहा है क्या?
Going to be some serious deficits
किसका?
for them. On the way back in, we're seeing again and again that this squad, when they have disadvantages, they're able to fight their way through. With the advantages, it got
भाई
close this
हराम
time.
ज़्यादा है भाई, पता मोटा।
They're still winning those clutches, and that's all they need. And the weakness is actually not that apparent on the side of EDG. They're going for all light shields, which is allowing them 4 rifles to play with. So, still some very
मेडिस का
good
ड्राइव
potential
लेना है
to
क्या
this
तुम्हें?
buy from the attackers.
मेरे को ड्राइवर पे बिठा के रखेंगे।
You look at the ults. That's the
लगना
major
चाहिए ना, 4 साल हो गए
deficit
हैं।
that they have
मैं out
already
किया।
getting the run it back online. Hunter's Fury. Again, they look perfectly
अभी
set
हमारे
up
पास
if they
कितने
end
हैं?
up in a
हाँ,
retake.
तो गए 5।
And that's what Loud have
बहुत
been
ज़्यादा
playing
हो
for
रहे हैं
in
भाई,
these
मेरे पास
rounds.
अभी
Good
4
start,
लड़कों के
though.
मैसेज
Getting
और
rid of
आए हैं।
Kaozi and also getting rid of a
अच्छी
boatload of
बात है ना।
utility.
हाँ बिल्कुल अच्छी बात
EDG
है।
are not going to
10-15 में से 5
just
से
run
करेंगे।
off the back of that entry kill. You could see a fast rotation in from Sadak.
and instead they're looking to float
टोटल
back
अभी
to the
कितने
other side
बंदे
of
हैं?
the map.
I know exactly where.
देखो
I mean, we've seen this a
7-8
couple of
तो
times from
वो हैं
EDG.
जिनको हम देख चुके हैं.
Now with a little bit more information to play with, you're still seeing that these positions are being held, and Loud previously pushed up on A to try to seize this space. That's not the play this time, and it's red on the other side. Chichu sees
मतलब
that.
सब
He wants to
इमोर्टल
take
या
the space
ascendant
for
के ऊपर,
himself.
ascendant
A
और
very
उसके
late
ऊपर.
flank.
मिनिमम रैंक
35
असेंडेंट 3
seconds
दी
left
है
on the clock
बट
while he's creeping
लाइक
up
हमारे को
elbow.
जो
We see
बंदे
the
मिल
B
रहे हैं
side
मोस्टली
under
इमॉर्टल 2 है.
heavy threat. Last in the corner.
इमोर्टल
He
ऐसे
hasn't been
बढ़िया
pushed
है.
out of it, but now he's being spotted. This could spell danger. Nobody being tracked. And he's down low. So is Haodong. Everybody, in fact, has seen
Woman पागल है
their
क्या?
fair share of combat. Haodong, though,
फट गया.
wants to take down less. Forced forward. And
अबे
Tui
क्या फट गया?
बहुत प्यारा.
मर गया
भाई,
सर.
ठीक है भाई, मैं इसकी बात करना ही नहीं है मुझे अब.
like it's all sealed.
मैं इसकी बात सुनना बंद कर दिया
QCK
भाई.
even popped the ulti as well. He's running it back. Taking down
मर गया
a
sorry.
little showmanship for 5-2.
Yeah.
कट गया. भाई वो कश्मीर की बातें हैं यहाँ नहीं आती.
A shaky start to this map for Loud, but 4 rounds in a row once again.
वहाँ फटते हैं लड़के यहाँ नहीं रुक जा.
Throughout this map, and the funny thing is, on the entry, you watch both players at the back of site have all of their utility taken away. The second it comes back online, the snake bites are perfect. The counter utility, the smokes they're putting down, just making things so much more awkward. And then also you just have Tui's just pop in anyone's head.
क्या है मजे कर रहा है लड़का, तुम उसमें भी दिक्कत अब.
Well, I think that's also part of it. You have Les in the corner firing
किल भी नहीं
with
ले
his
सकता
rifle,
वो
letting
ठीक
them
है.
know he's there. He throws the snake bite player gets
अरे
Loud full confidence में, Loud full confidence में. ले लिया.
not able to.
Raise भी गया.
Tui's is there quick shut down to this round with 3 fast
पता नहीं
kills.
था मैं, thank you.
QCK right down on mid. And so is the whole force of Loud. You know, 4-player mid push.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ अगले राउंड फिर से अल्ट करेगा वो.
It's not easy to deal with that.
अरे फिनिक्स VCT कब से खेलने लगा?
On the upside, they've kept their credits for the next
हर राउंड अल्ट यही करता है?
I think they're pretty thankful for that.
इसका तो हर दूसरे राउंड आ जाता है.
He had one hero rifle to try and do some damage, and the worst thing is that I feel like they've already made the realization that he must have pushed
Zach,
behind them. Nice shot from Chichu. They need a whole lot more, but
Yes,
somehow
no,
Sadak,
no.
even when he doesn't have the gun in hand,
No,
still
no.
manages to
Otherwise-
dodge the bullets. 6-2.
मतलब
ठीक है था भाई.
It's a little bit more
EDG
costly
पिट
than
रही है या
it
वो?
should have been, but I don't
EDG.
think Loud are gonna care.
अरे
वो
यार
भर भर के.
In hand and EDG, they I feel
हो गया,
like
ठीक
they're
है.
right back on ice.
अरे माँ की तूत इनकी यार इतना बढ़िया सपोर्ट कर रहे थे जेरी और मैं.
Given a chance to try and stem the bleeding.
वो कह रहा आदमी दर्द हो
बोल
रहा
रहा
है.
है मैं कटवा ले रहा हूँ.
At least there's already been a bit more promise to this attack side, though. When we saw this pause come in early on Icebox, it definitely
Rough
felt
time,
a
eh?
bit
टॉप फ्रैगर था वो
frantic.
पिछले मैच में.
And it proved to be, as the
ये
map
कौन
went
है?
on,
गंदा
Loud
दिखता है
had
जो.
them read
चुच्ची?
like a book.
चीचू
This
है
time
शायद.
around,
हाँ.
EDG can't afford to
चुच्ची.
have that happen again.
हाँ भाई.
But there's a
Time out हो गया
major
EDG
difference,
का.
which is that
भाई
Con
लेस भाई
online.
इतना प्यार दिखता है
I think
जैसी
now
जैसी
they've
बस
sharpened their
क्लोज
weapon
एंगल
for
से
the
जैसी
last
बाहर
map. They
निकालते हो
just
लड़का
need to
मोटा हो
find
जाता है.
the crack in that armor to take these players down. There's not been too many
मेरे
weaknesses
को ना
on
पहले
display
पहले
for
ऐसा
Loud
लगता था
this
भाई
series.
लड़का कितना स्मार्ट है.
Only lost 4
जैसे ही
rounds so far.
फुल एंगल में आया था मैं बोला भैया सॉरी.
ये तो तुम फेंक के मारने वाला सिस्टम है.
EDG का कोच है तो क्या सोचेगा, क्या बोलेगा टीम को, वो बता.
मैं तो गालियां दूंगा पहले, बाद में सोचूंगा कुछ भी.
अरे भासड़ी का. अरे मैं कह रहा हूँ भाई ऐसे ऐसे VC बनाना जिसमें ये ना आ सके. मैं टीम लेके वहाँ बैठ दूँगा. और कभी हम हम ऐसे टूर्नामेंट खेलेंगे जो स्ट्रीम हो. भैया इसे वॉच पार्टी में बिल्कुल मत रखना.
मैं तो कमेंटेटर होऊंगा ना.
कमेंटेटर
नहीं भैया बाद में बैठ के देख रहा. हाँ कहाँ कहाँ गाली पकड़ी है. मैं लड़के को संभाल रहा हूँ. रुक जा भाई तू अपनी.
हाँ जेरी नोटबुक लेके मेरे बगल में बैठा है. हम साथ में स्ट्रीम देख रहे हैं. मैं उसको बोल रहा हूँ लिख यहाँ पे माँ की चूत बोलेंगे इसको. लिख इस बात पे बहन का लन लिखेंगे. टाइम स्टैम्प अलग नोटिस कर सुना के देंगे गाली.
Tui's posted on this angle up in hand.
लैन की बात कहाँ गलती कहाँ नहीं. साकिब कहाँ क्या क्या बोला.
अबे लैन में ऑडियंस उठ के इसका मारेगी कुत्तों की तरह.
The timing is found.
हमें अलग मारेगी काप्तर भी ना ला पाए तुम.
Right back out of there. He's set up again for another angle with the op. It's going to be smoked off. But my goodness, Tom, this is not an ideal start.
Phoenix को रख देंगे कास्टर. मैडी भाई बोल के सामने वाली टीम को गुस्सा दिला देगा.
The thing is as well, Loud aren't just sitting there. They've already taken B main control, realizing there's no one there, so the rest of the
मैं
team
तो
are
पेन
able to
पेपर लेके
rotate in
बैठूंगा.
early.
पेन
They're able to claim so much space. The fact is the lurch.
तवा और पेपर लेके बैठेगा गाइस.
पेन बोला मैंने पेन.
पैन बोला है तूने चूतिया दिख रहे हैं
भाई जेरी साकेत का साथ मत मिल ठीक है
दूर रह साकेत से खतरनाक है भाई कसम
अरे भैया भैया अरे भैया
बचा रहा
भैया तो रैप हुआ है
बेचारा कर
स्मोकी की मौत देखी
नहीं भैया
भैया तुम्हें देखना चाहिए
आफ्टर शॉक एक मॉली
देखो भैया
एक ब्लाइंड
जरा ज्यादा नहीं है ना जेरी बस 32 ही तो हैं वो भी एक टेम्पलेट के उसके बाद
मैं बता रहा हूं मैंने पहले स्मोक किया
हां
फिर आफ्टर शॉक दिया
हां
हां पहले ब्लाइंड किया वो मैंने फिर आफ्टर शॉक दिया फिर फिनिक्स ने मॉली फेंक दी
फिनिक्स आके मारा
फिर क्या वेंडल चलती रह गई
बड़े बढ़िया मैंने रिप्ले में देखा वो
मैं रो दिया भैया इतनी सारी यूटिलिटी देख के
मेरा तो चूचू निकल गया
if they had the coach's notes in
भाई
front of them,
2-7
still couldn't predict it that well, mainly because I don't think they'd be able to read them.
हाँ ना लास्ट मैच भी 13-2 था अभी 7-2 है
कर दिया टू इनका
हाँ उनका भी ऑप्शन है पिक्चर राउंड एटलीस्ट चांस तो रहेगा
इन लोग तो अब भैया सेकंड राउंड पे ऐसे मतलब जीतते जीतते भी बोलेंगे भैया अब थर्ड कर लो वरना हारने वाले हैं
Again, though, when you have a run it back in play, you're more than happy to
घर जाने का
just go
सिस्टम
for a
सेट हो रहा है
retake.
किसी
Hunter's Fury throw now. Nobody just desperately trying to find an opening kill. That's one of the
मैं
things
पकड़ा गया
EDG have
अरे बहुत ही प्यारा मजा आ गया ये देख के तो
ओह तेरी
भाई स्मॉगी भाई जो मर रहे हैं ना
बहुत ज्यादा बुरा लग रहा है भाई स्मॉगी के लिए तो मुझे
वॉल बैंग हेडशॉट
run it back now in. Utility set up to try and play QCK into position. They're watching for it, but he still takes down Karkar. That advantage was never had. The spam almost eliminating Howdong. Wallbang in. It's
अरे लाउड भाई डोमिनेट नहीं इसको कॉन्कर करना बोलते हैं भाई दिस इज नॉट डोमिनेशन दिस इज असैसिनेशन एज वेल
यहाँ पे दबा के मारी जा रही है एक दूसरे की
क्या दबा के
छोड़ो भाई छोड़ो भैया भैया मैंने मेरी बात मत बोला करो भाई
Oh, hell yes. If they keep playing like this, they're back in contention. Because that's been the thing that's sort of been a bit shaky for them so far. Is they've not looked bad, but they've not looked like loud. This is looking like loud. This is looking like
अरे भाई ये पागल है क्या ये थोड़ा सा ये चिकन अब मैं जो ये सूखी ये दो पसली वाला
क्यूसी के है ना
भाई क्यूसी के
रुक जाओ वो
रुक जाओ ना आप सबके कैमरे नोटिस करूंगा मैं मार चुका हूं 32 इनपुट ये लो चीचू तो फ्री में पिट गया नहीं क्यूसी के तो भाई बाढ़ है क्यूसी के
अरे कौन देना ना
One player already lost to start this, and it's Chichu. This is why you're going to see those brakes pumped way down. They have to watch B, they have to watch A pushes.
गंदा नाम गंदी शक्ल
There's only one man you're going to rely on to try to punch through this defense. It was
भाई बिना दाढ़ी का लड़का होता ही है भाई खराब
finds nothing. They are just looking for an opportunity
oh,
right now.
Sorry.
Do you know, I wonder.
मेरी है
बॉडी को तोड़ा गया
कौन से गांड के नशे में वो ठीक है मेरी
हाँ बताइए फोटो दिखाइए भाई झूठा
भाई तुम बोल के मैं सही बोल रहा
Of all the teams we're
पिटेगा ये वापस पिटेगा भाई
वो जिस लड़के के पास मेरी 2.5 साल पुरानी फोटो है
Now a gap. Well,
it was for a
millisecond. I think there might have even been a flicker of a knife in his head for just a moment. 30 seconds. They have no map control. They are just looking to take it to the elbow. The flash.
भैया मैं नहीं देख रहा आज का मैच भैया मेरा हो गया भैया ये मुझे गोल्ड मैच लग रहा है तो गोल्ड का नहीं चल रहा बैठी गोल्ड का लड़का खेल रहा है किसी के खिलाफ कोई इमॉर्टल के लड़कों के सामने फंस गए
वही बोल रहा था लास्ट टाइम मैं ओपोनेंट ओमन साकेत है
अबे
ईडीजी ओमन
मैं तो ओमन खेलता ही नहीं
ब्रॉन्ज के लड़के
I'm not even sure what role I'd call this. He's just shooting people. He's
playing attack on defense.
वो कह रहा मेरा तो हो गया कह रहा मेरा तो हो गया
EDG one last chance to put a round on the board here on the attacking side, make it 9-3 at the half. It's not a lot of hope, but it's a damn side better than what they'll be facing otherwise. Coming into it, they're up against a Viper's Pit. They're up against a rolling Thunder.
Secrets detected on your website. सही बात है, मैंने credentials डाल दिए.
Use the Viper's Pit the whole half. I think he just used it now because he was like, oh.
I think that is the first. I mean, when have they needed it?
No,
you know,
exactly.
Unless you're going to lock down B main, which again hasn't really been challenged for that aggressively and certainly not successfully from EDG. There's been no pressure, zero pressure from this squad.
You know the little like challenges you get. He's just like, oh, I've got to do my challenge, so I'll just use my ult in the last round.
yeah, got to use one more ult to get my points.
He's trying to complete the battle pass, guys. Come on.
I mean,
कैसे मिस कर दिया ये?
Vicious with the rolling thunder on the back of the reveal. This is going to be big. That's caught quite a lot of players, even towards elbow. It's keeping Con in position. The ult was used. Smoggy can be revived, so Loud might want to compete for mid control. Maybe this can work out for EDG to force another fight.
वो तो यार वो तो जेल में होता. Wonder छोड़ देता ना.
Sits in their favor as they move towards B, and they're bypassing this Viper's Pit entirely. Sadak needs to be careful.
कल बहुत चलता यार Viper X का कुछ. आज देखते हैं.
आज भी है. आज तो.
अरे पहले दिन भाई मैं जो मूड निकल गया उसको देख के मैं बोला कि पिटना चाहिए. आज मैं नहीं जानता.
It might actually end up banned from. I think the steps will be heard, so he should be able to catch Tui's this time.
Sadak can stop it.
He's been
Viper की ult हो.
And even still, it's looking like they might finally get another round.
एक और round गया.
For Sadak, and now it's left on to Les.
ले
Finally,
गया.
after a long hiatus from the board, we do see another round, the last round of the half, go the way of EDG. But let's be real, Mitch, this has not been a pleasant outing for them.
No, it absolutely hasn't. EDG coming up against Loud. I think we were all expecting this to be a close one. After what we saw from EDG in this tournament so far, the Paper X game, for God's sake. But here is Loud, a team we talked about being on weakened form. And they've got 9 rounds set to close this series out 2-0. EDG need a lot of hope. I'm not the one to find it. Maybe we can hear some words of encouragement from Haodong after his last game.
大家好，我是 EDG 的浩东，在队内担任 IGL， 还有烟味，感觉自己还需要很多调整的地方吧。其实他们打的东西一直是一成不变的吧，我个人感觉是这样的。但是的失败的更多原因是来源于我们自身吧。应对的方式很简单，首先我觉得失利首先是从游戏内容吧，先从游戏内容里面抓问题，然后再从游戏外面再抓心态上面的问题。 我们队伍其实大家都会互相承担一些问题。
Valorant से ज़्यादा सब लोग Tarik के stream देख रहे हैं 80.5
一场失败就把整个人击垮的这种人吧。
सही है।
Tarik के?
Gary नहीं Tarik।
Tarik वही Tarik की बात कर रहा हूँ कौन है वो?
वो दे भाई।
每次打世界赛吧，大家本身抱有的心态就是。
ये उस दिन इतना उछल रहा था ना आज उतना ही घुसेगा नीचे
还有包括昨天对阵 Paper X 的比赛，其实都是一个最后一次世界赛的心态去面对。我想说就是，可能在职业选手这整个职业生涯里面，可能会打很多次世界赛吧。然后，包括我们其实每次都会觉得这一次世界赛有可能是我们5个人的最后一次世界赛。我想着就肯定是，就是说白了珍惜每一次机会嘛，然后把每一次都当成最后一次来打。 如果说这样的话，其实个人觉得是更能发挥我个人。
Well, learning from defeat for EDG, they'll certainly have a lot to learn from this series so far, Tom. But it's not a defeat yet. 9-3.
The Loud Science is so, they're so good, but they're so toxic. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
Will it be a QCK 2-0?
Oh. Quick 2-0, I like it. I like it.
They master of puns.
Going out. Especially because he's got quick 1 in his name as well. Would it be a quick 1? That would have been good as well, but it's fine. Forgive it.
Here we go. Leading the charge is QCK. He has been fantastic in this matchup so far. 18 and 6. A-side going to be completely under their control. Now the same idea is in play from EDG. We've seen a lot of teams go for the retake on this side. Paranoia is still available. Shock darts, an extra flash for Smoggy. They have the utility to do it.
The question is,
मैसेज आया था
नेट्रो
भाई।
बाजी का हालचाल वेलकम सिम नेट्रो क्या
नहीं नहीं
हालचाल
बंदी का कॉल वॉल मैसेज कुछ नहीं था, डीडी का फोन था मेरा।
अब्दुल है भाई हमारा।
भाई पागल है क्या भाई? वही अब्दुल तू है?
हेलो
मैं कैसे हूँ भाई?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, याद आया कुछ?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, जय हो जीसस।
सारे
या मैं आपके साथ नहीं हूँ, आप भी सब एक सेंटेंस में सारा ला रहे हो ना।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, जय हो
छोड़ दिया
जीसस।
भाई क्योंकि तो दे ली गई।
जा जाके सील दे बैंड चोद।
यार इन लोग ने अभी अभी कुछ स्प्रे किया है, लाउड का स्प्रे था क्या वो?
हाँ
हाँ बचा रहा
मैच
स्मोकी।
चलना है, समझ रहे हो? मुझे अपनी टीम का स्प्रे चाहिए।
कोच लेके आना रेडिएंट का जरा।
अरे सब कर लोगे तुम।
हाँ
ये तो देखो
जब कर लोगे
भाई
तुम।
बचा
वो
रहा।
हेरिटिक्स चेस पे जाके हारी है क्योंकि उन पे एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था।
हाँ एक्चुअली
एक साल लगेगा, 1.5 साल लगेगा, कर लोगे। वो भी तो 18 के 17 के। अरे माँ वही भाई क्यों
इधर देखिए इधर देखिए कितना 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 क्लोज कॉल। शिट भाई कितना क्लोज कॉल था भाई ये।
कॉल
मरने का फिनिक्स का।
An interesting one. I didn't expect to see a Spectre light shields, but I guess just the scenario so big.
यार लेस भाई आपसे तो उम्मीद नहीं करनी है इनकी।
Not even that. A hero Spectre. I don't know if that's ever
Yeah.
been said.
मारा मारा लेकिन करना है
I understand what he was going for there, trying to hit a timing on the player droning, but it's safe to say Sadak had friends waiting by.
Well, the pistol rounds have been going to Loud again and again. This time
खत्म भाई खत्म भाई खत्म।
this is the real tragic thing.
अगले मैच
Just
का
look at
पेपर
the
एक्स
timeline there.
पेपर
Round
एक्स
पेपर
and three.
पेपर
पेपर एक्स
They
नहीं
पेपर
नहीं
एक्स
पेपर एक्स।
second round. I even
तू साकेत से दूर है भाई।
हो जाता है मैडी बीच में कभी
मैंने
को।
पेपर क्यों बोला?
तूने पेपर बोला पेपर।
पेपर बोला
And for
पेपर
EDG, you know,
पेपर
to talk about in the
पेपर
this one got
बात हो रहा है भाई।
across the series
हाँ
so far.
पेपर ही बोला
Loud
यार।
have just had complete control.
बस बस बस।
लियो इसकी बंदी को भेजेंगे अब ये।
Chance to put the foot down,
अरे
at least make this scoreline a
लो
little bit closer.
नीचे टेक्स्ट अलग लिखूंगा, ऐसी आवाजें निकालते हैं आधी
Those
रात को।
opening duels doesn't change. She's taken damage and now finally dropped. And Kankan's made it
भैया
out.
मैं कह
1 BHK में कभी नहीं रह पाओगे।
He just stood in it. Smoggy
देख लेना थोड़ा।
वो तो है।
Well, it started out poorly, but it's been
1 BH
recovered.
तो नहीं मिलूंगा
It
उसको मतलब।
was starting to be recovered nice.
इतना तो नहीं मिलूंगा भी नहीं कभी।
Side of EDG, not again. Not in rounds
दिल्ली में
like
1
this.
BHK में रहेंगे हम।
The player pushes
हाँ वो तुम्हारे साथ चल जाएगा ना।
and he wins it.
क्या मतलब?
Come on.
तो गली से ना अपन पड़े रहेंगे कहीं भी।
यार
ये सही है।
क्या भाई?
I could chop up every one of those kills and say EDG were
कोई बात
unlucky in
नहीं,
every
Phoenix भाई।
single one. They should have won that.
कुंडी लगा के भाग जाऊंगा।
I can't believe the two E's has just got away with that. That's absurd. Like every single one of these is him just peeking into an angle.
जेरी भाई तुम्हें पता है कितने इनपुट बने हैं अभी तक?
Goes back into the smoke, runs back out of the smoke again and kills another guy.
3
And it just
अरे भैया
even Sadak's face.
जोड़ हो रहे हो
That
तू।
was just dirty.
वाई सिस्टम है।
Oh, I feel a little bit ill. 12 and 3.
How do you think EDG feel on that stage?
We've casted fast best of threes in the past.
एडीजी का आ गया टाइम आउट।
Yeah.
भाई टाइम आउट लेके क्या फायदा?
अरे भैया क्या फायदा, गाली खाना है।
That was the one that I remember.
बेचारे का रोना आ रहा है।
सेम एम लैब डिलीट करो सब।
ना कोच बोल रहा
बेल्टो की मार चाहिए तुम्हें बस।
साकेत के स्ट्रीम मत देख, उसके तरह ही खेल रहे तू। छोड़ दे मन।
चलो कोई तो स्ट्रीम देखते हैं
बोल रहा
टूर्नामेंट
होगा।
VCT वाला को।
अरे
Based on what we've seen so far, you know, Tom, it's anyone's game. Not really.
अरे अभी तो बनाया था एक इनपुट गायब हो गया जेरी।
Conclusion this time out.
यार
अभी तो
मैं कहता मैं तो पेज फाड़ रहा, तुम तो कोड ला रहे हो लोग।
अरे यार अभी तो बनाया था, मुंह के सामने से इनपुट
भाई
गायब
क्या
हो गया।
फायदा है, खत्म वो करो मैच। 3-12 पे क्या कौन लेता है टाइम आउट?
एंचोद तेरी माँ लेती है टाइम आउट।
साले तेरी मम्मी नहीं लेती क्या?
Is a team I've massively underestimated. The second
Man,
I stopped
Kichu.
underestimating them,
आंटी ने टाइम आउट लिया मतलब लंबा राउंड था।
they fall apart.
अरे यार मैं कुछ नहीं बोल रहा भाई, सॉरी
भाई
साला
सॉरी भाई,
तुम्हें आंटी का टाइम पता?
Is the fact that we are seeing Loud in terrifying form and looking to make their way through to the playoffs.
भाई ये वाला रिकॉर्ड नहीं होगा। हेलो रिकॉर्ड कुछ नहीं हो रहा है ये।
If they're going to continue up their run like
मैंने तो भेज दिया। He is cheating on you with साकेत की मम्मी।
साले
about to be under some serious pressure. They're trying to
Enter.
counter out QCK, but he ain't stopping.
ये मैंने एक जावास्क्रिप्ट फाइल में लिखा है जस्ट सिंह।
नहीं रखनी
This man has started off this map.
जेरी भाई तुम्हें पता है कहां तक पहुंचा हूं?
जी
सोते पे
खत्म
टैब बार के बटन तक अब।
खत्म भाई, क्या मैच था, इजी विन भाई।
इजी विन आपको लग रहा था कि भैया जाओ जाके आयरन लॉबी खेलो।
लाउड वालों को ले कह रहा हूं मैं।
क्या?
लाउड वालों के लिए लाउड जीत गई।
लाउड वालों के लिए इजी है, उनसे तो पूछ ले।
वो हंस रहे हैं भाई।
तो
यार तो मैं भी रहा हूं, मैं डिप्रेशन में, तुम्हें पता है।
अब गलती वो तेरी है। GTWP आई।
ये बंदा सीम कर रहा है ना।
This tournament has been remarkable from this squad so far. A shame to close out their final series like this, but it's definitely not representative of what they've been able to bring to the international scene. I think Concon will be a name most teams are scared of in the future, just not in this series.
Especially when we know what the next boss is going to be. I think he's going to be a name that everybody is going to be shouting. Unfortunately, after victories versus Paperex, a close game versus Gen G, it wasn't quite to be today. But for Loud, this was a statement match.
वो कह रहा है गुड गेम गुड गेम गुड गेम। केडी गुड गेम।
यार भाई बिना थूक ले।
केडी जी वाला कह रहे गुड गेम गुड गेम।
तो क्या हो गया? बोलेंगे ही। मुंबई सर्वर पे नहीं खेलते ना वो, वरना अभी तेरी माँ की चूत तोड़ के चली जाती।
कुत्तों की गालियां पड़ती है उनको मुंबई सर्वर।
सिस्टमैटिक गालियां पड़ती हैं
On the desk throughout this event as having
Yo, mom,
struggles. That's what the community narrative has
Fuck,
been.
fuck, fuck,
Fitting
fuck,
into
fuck,
his role. Say he looks pretty damn comfortable now and terrifying.
निगाह को लेकर निगाहों में निगाहों से।
अफ्रीका जाके बोलेंगे निगाहों में।
मैच कुछ ज्यादा जल्दी खत्म नहीं हो गया ये वाला।
चल क्यों रहा है? ओह
कितने से भाई? मड़ी 4000.2 के आई है। 4000.2 के 4.2 के सॉरी।
पिंकी पिंकी पोंकी
पॉइंट्स लगाए थे।
डोंकी डाई
मैडी कराए।
आगे सिखाइयो।
जेरी कराए।
साकेत की अम्मा कराए।
ना जेरी कराई।
साकेत की मम्मी है तो। अभी लेकिन साकेत की मम्मी है तो।
हाँ भाई।
सिस्टम।
तभी तो उसका टाइमिंग पता है अपनी।
Most importantly for this
साकेत ही प्रूफ दे रहा है, देख जेरी।
having like this big impactful game,
उसको कोई शर्म भी नहीं है
right? Because we constantly talk about
कि अनजान लड़के को अभी नहीं अम्मा कंसीडर कर लिया। नीचे मम्मी बोल रही है कॉपीराइटेड हूँ मैं।
and he didn't necessarily need to be that guy, but I felt like we finally got him here today. Yes.
तो मैं और क्या
बात करो बात करो।
अभी हो गया हमारी का।
क्या?
किससे बात करके तो रुक गया?
To
Mummy.
EDG Edward Gaming, an exit that I genuinely did not expect. A total of 5 rounds won by the number one Chinese squad. That is heartbreaking.
हाँ भाई।
लड़के को खा गई नहीं मम्मी।
मैं बोल रहा हूँ आंटी मैं तो कुछ किया भी नहीं, मैं तो बिजनेस बता रहा था अपने लड़के को।
मेरे को समझा रहे टायर में से ना यूँ तेल निकलता है। मैं तो उनसे मम्मी से पूछ रही हूँ, मम्मी आपको पता था आज तक टायर में से तेल निकलता है? मम्मी कह रही तेल बेंच ने सिखा रहा है।
Lost faith in the system, lost faith in themselves, and didn't find it in themselves to bounce back after. Unfortunately, they're home, but Loud.
अरे भैया all good
What
भैया।
a day. But let's go ahead and hear from the man of the hour. It's Sadak standing by with Kukuka.
मम्मी वो बहन चौदह नमस्ते कह रहा है। वो टायर में तेल वाला।
टायर में तेल वाला।
बस भाई मेरी बड़े गिरा था कभी नहीं।
Brilliant performance
क्या
there
बोला
on
आंटी ने?
Icebox. EDG picked
रिप्लाई
that
नहीं
map,
आया,
but you
मम्मी खाना खा
definitely
रही है,
showed them
मम्मी कह रही
how
है
it's
D&D।
played. Did you imagine
Do not
that it was
disturb.
going to be such a dominant performance?
Claro,
Sé que me has
me tiene
entendido,
calma,
pero te repito la pregunta. Menuda performance que habéis tenido en ese Icebox. Ellos lo escogen, pero
Oye,
vosotros les dais una
oye,
elección
oye,
e
oye.
impartís
ऐसे
cátedra.
मत कर रहे
इसीलिए तेल ही निकालना चाह रहा हूँ मैं।
Vimos que ellos escogieron Icebox, dijimos, buenísimo, o sea, es nuestro mapa, nos sentimos muy cómodos, así que entramos con mucha confianza y la verdad salió todo bien.
Basically, when we saw that they picked that map, we were like, that's so good. We feel super comfortable in this map, so everything is going to go our way, and it definitely did. Next question is going to be about QCK, about Quick. Many people have had questions about, you know, who he's replacing and yada yada. I know that he has not had an easy day, and I want you to tell us how he's feeling and how do you see his performance on the big stage. Ya sabemos que no ha tenido un día facilito. Quiero que me digas tú, como su IGL y uno de sus mentores, ¿cómo estás viendo su performance y qué tal está él?
Y la verdad, yo estoy muy orgulloso de él. Para quien no sabe, él durmió solamente 2 horas. Esta noche se la pasó vomitando. Tuvo que ir al hospital. La pasó muy mal y le dijimos, quédate tranquilo.
पीछे लगा बाय से मंडल
muchacho del mundo, la verdad. Así que estoy muy orgulloso.
तो लिख रहा था ना जेरी?
अरे यार सॉरी
Okay, so basically for those of you who didn't know, QCK was
यार मेरे
sick.
सिर्फ
He
4
only
बचे
slept for
actually
2 hours. They were telling him, hear me out, just do
मतलब मैं ही रह गया।
as good as you can. Nobody's going to look down on you if you don't perform.
मेरा ही
The
प्रोग्रेस
bad
धीरे
thing
चल रहा
is
है।
that the worst
देखो
of this
साकिब भाई
player
तुम्हें
is
तो इनसिक्योर
actually
फील हो रहा होगा।
pretty
सदाक
damn
भाई
good.
देगा
With
तुम्हारी।
this, thank you very much. We will
इसकी
see
तो
you
गांड ले
in
लूंगा
playoffs.
बाद में।
Anybody that you want to
इस
face off
लड़के के बारे में
particularly?
बात कर रहा था।
हाँ साकिब की फेवरेट है।
al otro equipo de América,
वो देखो वो उंगली से उसको टच कर रही है। तू तो बहुत इनसिक्योर लग
He
रहा
doesn't
होगा
want
है
to
नहीं
play
तेरे
against
तो अंदर
Sentinels
से खून।
until the finals. So
छोटी हो गई
we
होगी
wait and see it there. Don't go anywhere. We have another matchup.
उसका काम है,
VCT
चलता
versus
रहेगा।
right after this.
नहीं
उसका काम
मतलब
है? ठीक है।
उसका पहले से काम है भाई धंधे वाली बोल दी
साल
It's
Oh
a
my
rubber
man,
band
Saka.
match between two teams that could very
हेलो एक और मैच है क्या?
थोड़ी तैयारी नहीं है क्या?
कितने मैचेस हैं?
अबे हाईलाइट है बे।
Has been the number
अच्छा।
one Chinese representative.
लिखा नहीं है नीचे कहीं
was the one to
पर।
stop them last year. They have a chance to do it again.
they've got to be extremely
अब
careful.
लिखा है हाईलाइट।
Time is just right.
पीसी
वो
क्रेडिट
कहता आने
कार्ड
दो,
बनना
आने दो।
चाहता है ये।
Very few defenders left standing.
ऐसी हरकतों के साथ ना मैं सोच कंसीडर करूंगा
He's on all fours. Aodong tries to get back.
भाई एक सेकंड इन लोगों ने 10 बजे ही मैच खत्म कर दिया।
हाँ।
और क्या?
दूसरा मैच
वही तो।
11:30 बजे है।
नहीं जल्दी हो जाता 2 मिनट में स्टार्ट हो जाता मैच।
2 मिनट में चलो 2 मिनट में नहीं हुआ साकेत को सब मिलकर रंडी बोलेंगे।
ठीक है।
2 या 3 मिनट में मैच स्टार्ट कर देते।
ठीक है अभी कितना हो रहा है चल तू 6 मिनट ले ले 10 में स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ तो
अरे वो बोल रहा है डिसाइडर मैप के लिए बोल रहा है शायद अब उसको याद दिलाओ पहले कुछ
नहीं इसके बाद जो अगला मैच है उसकी बात कर रहे हैं।
अरे खराब चूती हो छोड़ो मैं सोचा कि
वेट कर
हम तो कर लेंगे आप अपना सिस्टम देखो
क्या मैं वेलकम क्या हालचाल वेलकम स्ट्रीम
मुझे साकेत के लिए बुरा क्यों लग रहा है
क्यों बुरा लग रहा है
आज चूती हो आप
अरे बोल साकेत बोल थैंक यू भाई
मेरे भाई बना मेरे का तो आज पता चला
कश्मीर में ना खूबसूरती बहुत थी ये सुअर की छोड़ो भाई
साकेत भाई वैसे तुम्हें हमारी बातों का बुरा तो नहीं लगता
पेपर एक्स वाला मैच देखना मैं तो देख रहा हूँ रे
उनको पहले पेपर एक्स में बोलना सिखाया भाई पता
साकेत भाई एक बात बताओ तुम्हें हमारी बातों का बुरा तो नहीं लगता ना
पेपर एक्स वाला मैच देखा था मैं पेपर एक्स नहीं रहे अगर लगता होता तो मैं वीसी में होता
साकेत भाई
मैं बोल रहा हूँ अगर लगता होता मैं वीसी में होता
नहीं वैसे लगे भी तो क्या उखाड़ लोगे
तो ये उखाड़ लूंगा वीसी नहीं आऊंगा और क्या होगा
हाँ हमें अरे भाई जेरी का बिजनेस 0 पे आ जाएगा मैं कोडिंग भूल जाऊंगा
कल वाला देखा
भाई के मॉडलिंग करते करते हाथ कांप जाएंगे
हाँ यार एक ब्रॉन्ज प्लेयर मिसिंग होगा बस
और क्या भाई फ्रेनेटिक कभी चल ही नहीं पाएगी भैया कंटेंट क्रिएटर का चले गए हमारे
वही साले आराम किसी के जान से कोई काम नहीं रुकता रे
किसी की जान से कोई काम नहीं रुकता मोदी मार के देख मोदी
की जगह कोई और आ जाएगा
मार के तो देख
टेस्ट करके देख जा
कोई और कोई किसी और को देखने लायक बचेगा
भैया जो वो जो एक हरा सा लहराता है ना, वो जो भी है झंडा, समझ रहे हो, चंदा वाला, वो रहेगा नहीं, फिर वो बचेगा नहीं, समझ रहे हो मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ? अभी तो जगह मिल रही है।
अरे
बाद में ना वो तो
देख
खत्म
देख
हो
मैडी,
फिर।
देख ले।
क्या देख ले?
क्या देख ले?
देख टाइमिंग देख।
हाँ बेटे, अभी रंडी रोना भी करेंगे वो।
खाली इनकी
देखो
कुछ
माँ
कर
का
ऐसा
3 मिनट बोला, ठीक है, 10 तक टाइम दिया है, मैच शुरू नहीं हुआ तो
अभी तो मैं अगर इनकी जगह होता ना, केसी या पेपर एक्स में, पहली बात तो होगा नहीं जिंदगी में, क्या ही सोच रहा हूँ। हाँ दूसरी बात, अगर होता तो मैं अभी ना बोल रहा होता शावर लेके आऊंगा, मैं जल्दी खत्म तुमने क्यों किया, मेरी गलती नहीं है। मैं ठीक तक बोल रहा होता, मोमो लेके आ रहा हूँ बेचू के, फिर आऊंगा मैं।
बोले
मोमो खा के आऊंगा मैं। ओ मैडी चेयर देखनी है, इसको क्यूआर कोड स्कैन कर, इसमें दिख जाएगा तेरे को ये वैलोरेंट की।
अभी कर रहा हूँ, अभी कर रहा हूँ।
कर।
तेरी मम्मी की फोटो खुली ना, माँ चोद दो।
साली तेरी मम्मी बैठती है क्या वहाँ पे?
मम्मी
साली
अभी अभी बुला के हेडफोन पहना दो।
आगे बोल रहा है, आगे बोल रहा है, बोल रहा है भाई
मैडी मैडी तेरे को
आगे
पता
बोल
है
भाई।
मेरे कान बांधा को घंटा सुनाई नहीं देना कुछ भी।
भाई देखो मैंने स्कैन तो कर लिया सिस्टम।
फिर आएगा टायर
हैं?
से तेल निकलने वाला किधर है, उसको डांटेगा।
यार मैं क्यों पिट रहा हूँ, रुक जा।
करंट इज नॉट फॉर सेल। क्यूआर कोड अपनी मम्मी के लिए लगा रखा है तुमने।
भाई दिल्ली में
नहीं चोद।
मैं आ गया तो मैडी के घर से एक लाइन खिंचवा रहा हूँ
क्या
सड़क
हुआ?
की,
कुछ नहीं, पीछे में बकचोदी चल रही है हमारी
घर तक
डिस्कॉर्ड।
पेट्रोल।
पेट्रोल।
हमें तो बोल रही कि घर में थोड़ी लेके बैठा हूँ टंकी।
हाँ तो खिंच जाएगी सड़क, उसमें क्या है।
नहीं, इसका कौन सा स्टार्ट होना है मैडी?
अबे अपन क्या करेंगे मैडी में बता
केसी
रहा हूँ।
वर्सेस पेपर एक्स।
एक सुन मेरी बात,
नहीं
एक
नहीं
एंड लगाएंगे पेट्रोल स्टेशन पे,
लाउड ने
एक एंड
जल्दी
लगाएंगे
खत्म
अपने
कर
घर
दिया
पे,
क्या मैच?
और
हाँ रे,
वो खींचेंगे, समझ रहे हैं मैं क्या बोल रहा
3:13
हूँ।
पे 2 मैच खत्म कर दिए उसने।
सही बात है,
पेट्रोल अपने पास,
सही बात है।
ये
नहीं
वाला
मैं ये
सेटअप
बोल
भी
रहा
एक एंड से खींचो दो साइड आ जाता है, वाली किया कभी?
हाँ
हाँ वही
ये
करेंगे।
स्विच स्टेज के बाद कौन सा स्टेज आएगा? नया लगना है ना 2 दिन बाद।
तेरी मैं
मैडी
तेरे को फाइल दिखाऊंगा ना, तेरी रूह कांप माँ चुदा गया तेरा स्टेज। मैं तेरी तेरे को फाइल दिखाता हूँ, तेरी रूह कांप जाएगी।
भैया बस अभी
देखो एक बारी, बस आप देखो। ठीक है, ये यहाँ तक सब नॉर्मल लग रहा है तुम्हें? चली देख ले।
देखा
चलो, ये स्टेट्स हैं, यहाँ तक तो तुम्हें सब नॉर्मल लग रहा होगा। ठीक है, जो स्टेट है इनपुट की वैल्यू स्टोर करने के लिए, भैया ये मौत है ये। खत्म नहीं हो रहा है वो। अभी मुझे ये बकचोदी एक और के साथ करनी है, दूसरे टेम्पलेट के लिए।
मजा तो आ रहा होगा।
हाँ, बहन का लोड़ा 200 रुपए पर इनपुट। सॉरी,
हेलो,
500
ये
पर
क्या
input
स्टार्ट भी हो गया? बैठ भी गई वो
है
अपनी
इसका
जगह पे।
बैठ भी गई वो अपनी जगह पे, क्यों तेरे से बीच में मिलके जाना था उसे?
सारे सीट पे बैठ गई केसी और के वो क्या बोलते हैं।
अरे वो बहनचोद वो सेटअप वगैरह करने आए हैं, अपने कीबोर्ड वगैरह लगाने आए हैं।
ताकि तेरा टाइम दिया हुआ हो गया रंडी।
अरे स्टार्ट हो गया।
सस्ती वाली
paperex, Mimi, that honestly we haven't really quite seen before, especially when
पीछे कौन जा?
they've always been known as the fun guys, having a good time. But no,
Yeah,
Marquette
yeah.
was out there just talking all that hot trash. Had to make sure I
Almost
correct
slipped
myself.
for a
Almost
second.
pulled a Brent for a moment there.
I'm people. I was the one who was doubting
people.
Paper X for good reason.
How dare you people?
Because they have not looked like
ये Paper X है ना?
themselves this entire
हेरेटिक्स है।
tournament. But
अच्छा,
Heretics
Heretics है।
awoke the beast. Richie Fishy was standing up, was yelling at them, telling them to
तो क्या
sit
देखता है
down.
रोज
And then the
सकेत?
second half, they
लोगों से
were
पता नहीं
one of the
चलता रे
best
ना।
comebacks I have seen. Finally,
लोग
this
छोड़ो।
team is
अच्छा
back.
TH ना।
Paper-Xing, right? All the individuals were popping up. They were
Jersey.
flooding back into sight. They were making magic.
अच्छा ये TH से जीत गई थी ना पेपर एक्स।
Honestly, just
हाँ।
the
भाई मैं जान
दूँ।
mystique of Paper X, of how do they win this, what's back for the
क्यों?
first time in ages.
Yeah, exactly. And probably it wasn't
No,
just
exactly.
coming from them, it was provoked by the other team.
Absolutely.
चुप चुप मेरे को सुनने दे।
Like the reaction is unanimous also on the
हाँ
side
अभी तो
of
सही बात है, सब समझ में आ रहा है उसको।
so easy. Because after what was it,
समझने के लिए
4
बैठा हूँ मैं
4 rounds in a row, like Heretics was just.
यार
I mean,
तू
they were
बात
getting
बात सुन
stomped
चली
the
जाना
first
एक बार
round.
स्क्रीनशॉट लेके
And then they're like, you know,
कल इसने
बस
लास्ट
तू
लाइन
जा
क्या बोली थी समझा
we're not going to have it, and they go on to be the most paper X. Just
उसने बोल ही
thriving
दिया
मैं
in
सुन रहा
बैटिंग
क्यों
सुनना
मैं सुन
चाहिए
थोड़ी रहा हूँ
giving
तू
up
क्या
the
कर
best
लेगा
performance that we've
क्या कर
seen
लेगा
so
पूछ के एक
far
बात
from them.
बता मैडी
Just
साले
तेरे
तो
में बहुत
नहीं
पसंद
नहीं
आता
नहीं 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 जेरी तो अपनी वाली को देखते तेरे को सुकून मिलता है मैं उसको देखा मेरे को सुकून मिल रहा है तेरे को क्या तंगी हो रही है
भैया
वो अपने वाली से बात करता है टाइम टू टाइम मिलता है
हम नहीं मिल पाते ना अगर तो वो टाइम बस वही दुख है
अरे आपके वाली
तुम्हारे
है
को
भी
प्रॉपर टाइम मिला हुआ है 8:30 से 2 तक ही देख पाऊँ
अरे तो उसकी वाली तो अरे पहली बात उसकी वाली नहीं है वो दूसरी बात भाई वो देख नहीं पा रही तुझे तो तू ये अपने साइड से जो कर रहा है ना वो थोड़ा सा वन साइडेड है वो बहुत वियर्ड है
भाई क्रश का क्रश तो क्रश होता है भाई
भाई उसका नाम बता पहले
मेरे को नाम से क्या लेने देना मिल थोड़ी जानी नाम पता करने से
बबलों से लेन देन है बस
चेहरे पे तो रुमाल ही रखना है
अरे आराम कर
मेरी दिल्ली वाली स्टाइल फॉलो कर रही है चेहरे पे रुमाल
चेहरा भी नहीं देखा बस काम हो गया
कंसेंट ले लियो भाई अच्छा छोड़ नहीं ये तो ले ही लेगा यार मैं वॉशरूम से होके आ रहा भाई
from EDG. Most teams cannot control it. If you're able to control it, that is more than just an ace under your sleeve.
Well, you know, we talk about this, but the catalyst of it all was Munyet.
मैं 15 मिनट आया ठीक है
And let everyone know who was boss.
ताकि दोनों FK बता दियो ठीक है
Standing by with him.
Hey Monya, can you come over here really quickly? Just a really quick question. So yesterday, your performance, that was a really strong statement coming from you. So what do you plan on doing on keeping the momentum going against KC?
Nothing special actually. I just want to win today because if we lose today, me and Davai will lose the laundry at the hotel.
Is that so? You lose the laundry?
Yeah, because if you lose, like you're going to leave tomorrow, you know.
Oh no, stakes are definitely high then. All right, best of luck to you.
Brother, I get it.
Dude, they're winning the tournament. They're winning the tournament. They need to get the
Blood's
laundry.
got to get his laundry back, okay?
We're all like here, the theories. Wow, the performance chiming in, just being unreal for the team. Meanwhile, in their minds, man, I have my mom's T-shirt. She's gonna kill me if I go back and I lose the T-shirt and it stays in the hotel.
They're playing for some clean draws. I respect that very much so. All right, well, we'll see, though. Now, the thing is, you know, when you talk about Paper X, you always have to talk about something. Him, the player.
The guy.
Something.
Chad, is this something?
I don't. Now,
it is.
The thing is, though, something definitely was a question mark for us because we were seeing him a few times, especially on that Gecko. It just wasn't really clicking the way.
2102 TH से हारी थी.
And I guess what I'm wondering here is, you know, Kukuka, like what ends up happening with something coming into this because it feels like he has now just found that next gear that he really needed.
I mean, we have to say that in Lotus and in that split, I think that he came back to life. He had to be like some of the in this series compared to what he was doing previous in the tournament. It's gone crazy.
Look at this comparison. The rest of Masters, he's an average Joe. He's a guy who shows up, who's playing the game, whatever. And then map 2 and 3 against Heretics, he's something again. He's winning every first duel he takes. He's out there dominating them. This guy's an absolute superstar, and he wasn't playing like it for most of the event. But he locks Jet 2 maps in a row, and he's enabled very well by his team. Paper X is the team where we have to talk about the individuals. We have to talk about the confidence, because that's what gets them going. They have these ideas of how they want to play the comps, of how they want to do it. But it does not work unless you have individuals like this team does. Seeing them online now makes them a very dangerous team for KC to deal with today.
Incredibly fast, incredibly literally on your face. There are some of the things that, as you're saying, not many teams can go into that line because they just make everything seem crazy. All the action happens in like 10, 15, 20 seconds, and if you're not up to speed, you're gonna be late, man.
All right, well, let's go ahead and shift focus to their opponents on the other side of the stage. It's going to be Carmine Core. Now, they're going to be looking for redemption here because they had to, unfortunately, swallow a tough defeat against the Sentinels. But this is a team that really met a brick wall, right, in Sen. And now, coming into this one, Kukuka, we get to see what this KC team is made of as they have to dig deep, which is something that, well, we have only seen once before. Isn't that right?
Yeah, exactly. We know that KC just because it's a very new team, they have only lost that one time, right?
Yep.
We saw them failing against Team Heretics back in EMEA. But after that loss, they went on a streak and just kept winning and winning until they got their revenge against them in the final there at kickoff.
Yeah, in the last match we watched them, they were playing a team who just went into playoffs looking fantastic. Sentinels, and it really came down to the wire. I think the make or break in that game, though, was counter-stratting and the read that Kaplan and Sentinels had ahead of time. Here's one example to take a look at on their split, where they go for this Yoru play that we see from them a lot, where they set up this paranoia, and then it gets punished by Sen. They overcommit to it.
So here's the thing, Junkity is completely ready. I love that we're seeing it also in this lower speed. So basically, as you're saying it, he's going to be using the Euro ultimate, and he spots 1, 2, 3, minimum, I would say 3 to 4 players. The thing is that instead of going back, instead of saying, this is not safe, there is a high likelihood that I'm going to go down, they commit to it. So we're in a part in the tournament that is going to be a before and an after when we go into playoffs.
Yeah.
Set plays will get you this far. If you want to go into playoffs and actually be a great contender to winning this trophy, you have to see beyond.
And this is the turning point for KC. Will it be like EMEA kickoff, where they take that loss, they learn from it, and they go on a run from there on out? Or will it be like many a promising team that have come to international events before, hit that roadblock, and fallen? That's the question for today.
Yeah.
Both teams have a massive expectation to make it out of groups, but only one of these squads has been under that pressure before.
Yeah, well, of course, we have Mika standing by as she's going to get some words with Martine. Let's see what's going on there.
Hey Magnum, can we pull you aside for a really quick question? So a lot of IGLs, a lot of coaches say that PRX is a tough team to play against, especially for the first time. So how did you prep for this match?
Yeah, I agree. I think their playstyle is quite annoying, but I don't think it's the playstyle. I think it's their individual performance. I think they're quite insane. But like we prepare like for all of the other teams, and I think we are ready.
All right, good luck to the team.
All right, well, this is going to be a tall task here without a doubt for both of these teams, but they know the challenge is at stake here for the both.
Yeah, and I mean, that is really the question today. He can give an answer, but it only comes down to showing in the server. PaperX is the hardest team for new IGLs to play against because they play like no one else. You can prepare for how their util combos work, for the plays the players make, but they will take risks that no one else will. And isn't going to be about the prep, going to be about what fantastic counter strat Eng came up with ahead of time. This has to be about Magnum, about this team, and how one of the youngest rosters we have here can adapt to the most chaotic team, the hardest team to play for the first time in VCT.
Yeah,
Time
exactly.
कितना हुआ?
There's many answers that you can give to this question.
That's
Right? Are we
base.
going to give them the space? Are we going to fight them? Are we going to give that
11
chaos a
बजे
little
सेट
bit
हो
more?
जाएगा मेरे
If you just look at the compositions,
हाँ
you
भाई
might
तुम तो
think that
3
KC
मिनट में
is
करवा
the
रहे
kind
थे
of team that is going to
स्टार्टिंग की बात
fight
कर रहा था
fire
वो
with
स्टार्ट तो हो
fire,
गया
right? But for when you see them play, you see a different kind. You see that they interpret the utility in a different way for them to have different outcomes. So I'm really looking forward to see what Magnum is able to do today.
All right,
क्या लगता है
well,
पेपर
we got
जीतेगी
a few
क्या?
more seconds before we toss it to the map, so I want to get real quick predictions. We
Mary.
haven't really done this in a while, so how you guys feeling? You PaperX,
अरे
KC,
बोल ले कुछ
I mean, I think KC will win
ड्रैग
this
कर
match,
दो
but I think it has to
मैं
come
अपने
down
वीसी में
to
नहीं हूँ
adaptation.
मैं
I
किसी
think
और के
that
वीसी
their
में
map pool is stronger. They tend to have better reads. PaperX is still playing a lot of comps that are kind of weird,
मैं किसी और के
off
वीसी
kilter.
में
They're still figuring themselves out, but there's a real chance PaperX win.
देखते
The
हैं
necessity is they need to be
पेपर
playing like
एक्स
the same
पुरानी
level
है
as
केसी
last
नई
night.
टीम है ना
If they can
रेडी
continue that energy, this is going to be a damn
नहीं
hard game for KC.
Hear me out. We're in Madrid. I
तो कौन सा
cannot
मैच है उनका
see this
मतलब
going any other way. KC has to make it onto the playoffs to
KC
save
इतनी
the
पुरानी
very
भी टीम
least. We
नहीं है
already have Genji there. I think that they
क्यों उससे पुरानी है क्या इनसे पुरानी है क्या क्या नाम है उनका
a heartbreaker as well to not have
पेपर एक्स है
any EMEA team in the playoffs, especially
VCT में न्यू है हाँ VCT में तो न्यू है VCT में न्यू है ना
हाँ पहले नहीं थी
हाँ वही
There's still so many more questions. Thankfully, we do have the map selection.
मगर अच्छा खेल रही है रे नई टीम होके बहुत प्यारा खेल रही है
for this epic confrontation.
बस सेंटिनल के साथ लड़ाई हुई है पहली बार वो पहली VCT में उसमें भी अच्छा करके गई है ये देखते हैं सेंटिनल के साथ पहली नई CSGO में ना नहीं स्टार्ट हो गया मेरी
All right, welcome to Map Select presented by Omen from match 2
Map
of the
का
day.
क्या
Based on the draw order,
Yes.
KC, you are
V2
higher
ही
C.
बोलते हैं
Would
उसे
you like Team A or Team B?
Team B.
हाँ B2
Team B. So PRX, you'll be team
V2
A,
बोलता है V2
and we will start with your first ban.
Vito
Icebox,
VETO
your ban.
V2
Ban Sunset.
सनसेट बैन हुआ, ओ सॉरी Icebox बैन हुआ, सनसेट बैन हुआ,
Side on bind.
RX का बाइंड लिया उन्होंने,
Defense. And map number 2.
पेपर एक्स ने,
Lotus.
Lotus, side on
ओ
Lotus.
लोटस,
Attack. Next set of bans starting with Paper X, you have Ascent, Breeze, and Split.
Split.
Ban Split. Your ban, you have Ascent and Breeze.
स्प्लिट बैन हुआ,
Ban Breeze.
Ban Breeze, map number 3 by default.
ब्रीज
is going
मैच
to be Ascent.
वो बैन
Paper
हुआ,
X, side
एसेंट, बाइंड लोटस और एसेंट है,
Play attack.
Attack. Alright, good luck to you both.
एसेंट में अटैक लिए पेपर एक्स ने, मैडी साले
हाँ?
क्या बोल रहा था, हो गया ना स्टार्ट?
क्या? हाँ
भाई ये टाइम नहीं लगाते, हमारे वाली चूती हैं। आइस बॉक्स क्यों लिया है इनसे? अच्छा ना ना, आइस बॉक्स में इनका अच्छा होगा रे, ये वही मैप्स लेते हैं जिन्होंने इनमें ट्रेनिंग की होती है या फिर अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं। कैसी आगे? रेड बुल स्पॉन्सर्ड है भाई, हेलो भाई, चुंगम खा रहा है साले, तमीज तो कर ले, इतने बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म पे खड़ा है, चुंगम खा रहा है सामने।
वो च्युइंगम की वजह से ही अच्छा खेलता है।
नहीं मतलब जब खड़े हो कम से कम मुंह चबाना तो बंद करके ना, गंदा लगता है।
वो कायदे से
किसने
प्लेयर च्युइंगम इसलिए चबाते हैं क्योंकि उससे मसल
हाँ कि दिमाग थोड़ा शांत रहे, काम रहे। वैसे फुली कॉन्फिडेंट लग रही है, कॉन्फिडेंट तो दोनों टीम्स हैं, मगर पता तो इन गेम मैच के अंदर पता चलता है जो भी पता चलता है।
But this is going to be something
भाई
very
वैलो में तो
different, something
कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत
they've never
इम्पोर्टेंट
experienced in EMEA. This is the day where
हर टाइम
where
नहीं
they
करता
have
भाई,
to
जब तुम
figure out
कॉन्फिडेंट
if
नहीं
they can
होते।
adapt to a team like Paper X.
नहीं कर सकते, कॉन्फिडेंट पे नहीं लगता, और दिमाग बिल्कुल शांत होना चाहिए, अपनी स्टार्ट पे सही से खेलोगे तभी। अभी तो खुश लग रहा है, अभी पता नहीं पीछे जाके क्या होगा ये पेपर एक्स वाला।
When is going to be Paper X's moment to lift the trophy?
That's a great question because it's been some time. Remember, this is a squad that was runner-up and champs last year, right? They have had so many great opportunities.
लास्ट ईयर जीते बच्चे थे ये।
कौन?
हाँ फिर नहीं, ये पेपर एक्स।
हाँ पेपर एक्स तो एक बार जीत भी चुकी है,
एक बार जीत चुके हैं ना भाई। फुल चल रहा आरसी का, वो क्या होता है केसी का, फुल रोला चल रहा है। स्पैम मत कर, नाइट बोर्ड आ जाएगा बीच में, पता ना ले लेगा नाइट बोर्ड तेरे।
In a match like this, we're starting on bind, and last time Paper X played this, they lost this map. But I actually liked a lot of the things they were showing with this Harbor Raze composition, with Arena in there too. I think
They won 2022, 2022,
and of kind of pathing their way
23 में कौन जीती थी?
on the dive.
So here's the thing, right?
23 की कौन विनर थी?
2023 का हुआ कहाँ पे था?
I like the harbor, I like the
नहीं हुआ था।
intention, you know, of doing something different. To me, the Reina was very
कहाँ हुआ
lackluster.
था
Like I
बेंचो,
did
वो
not
पूछ रहा हूँ जगह।
understand the final
मतलब पता नहीं ना, मैंने देखा नहीं। EG 2023 EG कौन है?
Sorry, that was
Evil
dreadful.
Genius।
वो जीती थी क्या? नाम पहली बार सुना मैंने।
उसी के अंदर था डीमन 1 और बूस्टियो।
अच्छा चेंज किया क्या वो डीमन 1? टीम चेंज किया? क्या लिया? यूरो लिया रे।
डीमन 1 MVP था बाय द वे, लाइक 20 पूरे VCT।
अच्छा खेलता, मैंने डीमन 1 का गेम प्ले देखा भाई, किक ऑफ में देखा उसका मैंने गेम प्ले।
हाँ सेकंड थी पेपर एक्स, थर्ड थी लाउड।
हार्बर डबल ड्यूलिस्ट, डबल स्मोकर चल रहे हैं। हाँ डबल कंट्रोलर है। किसी ने डबल कंट्रोलर डबल अटैकर लिए हैं, ड्यूलिस्ट सॉरी, और एक वो है स्काई।
that this composition may have in front
Konami
of them.
double attacker, double controller और एक स्काई. ठीक है, दोनों ने सेम ही दिए.
Those holes and
बस
actually
एजेंट चेंज किए हैं, एक का यूरो एक का
We talk so much
वेना.
about these PaperX individuals, but the two youngsters, Neri and Martin, have been electric in Madrid thus far. If they can keep that up, if they can compete with PaperX, there's no doubt that Casey would be a player in the playoffs.
It's time for our final match of the Swiss stage and to find out who will
Final
be
matches.
remaining
Let's go.
in the playoffs. This is going to be a game with a lot of fireworks, so I think we're going to need to bring out the big guns. We got Pansy and IPOC.
That's incredibly kind of you, GB. But yeah, this game itself, to me, Mike, is feeling like a question of form. We've seen these teams look hot. We've seen them look pretty cold at times. Where do you stand on this matter?
I mean, it's a really interesting matchup in terms of kind of the style of both these, right? Without a
कोई चिल चिल हो रहा है.
पेपरएक्स की जर्सी अलग ही चमकती है बहनचोद.
हाँ, अरे उसकी पर्पल है, पूरी प्यारी है उनकी जर्सी, पता है, बहुत सही है. मेरे को सेंटिनल की वो हुडी अच्छी लगती है, अरे ब्लैक एंड रेड, ओ सॉरी व्हाइट एंड रेड.
Typical position here, going to take a
कितनी प्यारी.
deep peek on the shore. Something in mind.
अच्छा स्टार्ट हो गया मैच. हेलो.
हाँ.
कमेंट्री बीच में रोक लिया आराम करो.
हो गया स्टार्ट.
हाँ कमेंट्री बीच में
बोल रहा.
अरे
हो गया, राउंड स्टार्ट हो गया.
साकेत की मजे ले रहा हूँ ना यार.
अरे महाराज वो भी तो देख रहा है.
देख रहा हूँ.
तो फिर पूछ क्यों रहा है फिर?
नहीं कमेंट्री वो चल रही थी, कमेंट्री चल रही थी, जगदम चेंज हुआ.
In the way they've looked leading up to this point.
And also taking into account yesterday's performance.
Narrate कब लो हो गया?
It's the old, if you can carry that momentum across to today.
फिनिक्स 15 मिनट में आएगा. गया
Then you
कहीं पे.
summoned the PaperX of old, right? Or the one that strikes fear into every team's hearts because they are hard to handle. And it looks like Shin's going to be the one to have to try and deal with it. But they'll try and depend a little on Magnum too, but he's been already forced away. Pressure on the side, and it's Monye there.
मोनेट ने कूद के चिल दिया. आज मोनेट टाइम चलेगा, आज चलेगा. आज उसका टाइम चल रहा है, पता है.
एक किल हुआ है भाई, एक किल. भाई मेरे रुक जा यार.
तू देख ना, तू देख, बस तू देख.
Actually, the flank comes through, two towards long, one still outside Martin here, outside Hookah, and actually mindful, going walkabouts here, going to be punished for that. Magnum giving up a lot of space here, but PaperX can't really find it. Thomas is already on the defuse.
पिछले मैच में हगा था मोनेट, पता है, बहुत गंदे वाला.
सब हगे थे.
नहीं बेचारा मोनेट की किस्मत गंदी थी ना.
हगे तो सब थे.
हाँ हगे तो थे.
A tap on the spike will confirm he's no longer on it. Something with that wild swing around.
यहाँ पर भी हगा.
PaperX, good beginning here.
Comfortable here. Really, with this flank coming through the TP, I think maybe Carmine are thinking there's two, potentially three bodies. I mean, with a lack of information and Magnum taking such a deep position, there's some real questions about exactly what's going on site.
Yeah. And one of the caveats to me is Monye. Now, we've seen his performance not quite to the highest echelons yet. He's had some very good games when activated, but I mean, we all noted Benji Fishy calling him out, and then what happened.
Vandal Lily, hello.
Good to see him off to a
Something
very
Vandal
strong start. And Mike Freak, yeah, Farman read it well, dealing with Magnum and Martin.
स्टिंगर से इतनी दूर तक कैसे मार लेते हैं? हमारा साला एम ही नहीं लगता सही से स्टिंगर पे.
वो बुलडॉग से मारता है वैसे.
स्टिंगर भी तो चलाई है. मोनेट ने किल किया, किसने किल किया? इब्राहिम ने किया ना. अच्छा ठीक है. हाँ
और दूसरी बात बुलडॉग से किया है.
हाँ मैं वो नहीं रिलोड करके, मेरे को क्या बोलते रेस वो मोनेट का रिलोड करते हुए दिखाया, मतलब उससे पड़ा. फिर मेरे को याद है वो ब्रिम ने मारी शॉट.
और दूसरी बात तुमसे तो वैंडल भी नहीं चलती.
वो तो वही तो है बात, वही तो है हमारे.
तो गंदी बात है ना ये.
नाइस.
लड़का इतना प्राउड कैसे बताता है?
मैं रियलिटी है तो प्राउड से ही बताऊंगा ना.
अरे भैया.
But against PaperX, this is good composure shown here.
In
the second round, this should keep all those weapons
कौन?
standing.
फिनिक्स वो 15 मिनट में आएगा कह रहे.
That's the key
काम से क्या
component going forward. And again, you're going to have the likes of that. Bulldog still in play as well. A couple of little bits and pieces. Going to really bolster that going into the bonus. For PaperX, this is a good start. Cool, calm, collected. No threats found here. I'm going to give it up to the spike.
केसी जीतना चाहिए यार.
Ensure none of those
PaperX के विनिंग रेट ज़्यादा हैं इसमें.
Across all this weaponry as well, so I think round 3 very interesting.
कितना % win ratio है इस मैप पे इसका?
Only
वो मेरे को पता नहीं।
हाँ तो कैसे बोल रहा है बे?
तू वेट करना, तू वेट कर।
यार तू मैडी
Even the
पेपर एक्स कब हुआ है? पेपर एक्स कब हुआ है ये मैप?
As soon as you say it, it's like, whoa. I want to see if they're up to something with that bonus as well. Do they have something in mind? I hate the fact that there's a player called something because it makes me constantly say it. It's like if you cast big, oh well, okay, at least he's getting kills with it. And Narrate's just been removed. He got to look at this round and then it was just taken away.
समथिंग अलग ही मारता भाई।
आराम ज्यादा है भाई मोनियर।
It comes in off the back already.
वो कूद ही मार के चला गया।
अरे भैया
just
भाई क्या है ये?
gets the upgrade, sits back towards Showers. Job done. Those two will need to be saving here. There's no two questions about it.
Well, the question, I guess, if Monye can carry that form across to today, that explosiveness still
और
remains.
प्यारा सा चल करता रहे मोनियट।
Two left, obviously, Shin and Martin going to give this one up.
भाई रुकी क्या कहता मार।
मुझे तेरी याद आई है।
यही करता
इसको देखियो एक दूसरे को मार रहे हैं।
Another moment where you just wish you had comms.
एक दूसरे को नहीं मार रहा, वो डरा रहा है उसको।
अच्छा डरा रहा था भाई।
हाँ वो एकदम से आके गोली चलाने लग गया ना तो उसको लगा होगा ओपोनेंट आ रहा है।
फट गई उसकी।
मजे कर रहे हैं भाई लड़के पेपर एक्स के। अरे भैया।
Definitely no one close enough towards Martin, but curious if Shin was maybe going to get a challenge on that, but no. All good, no harm, no foul. But for PaperX, look at this gap close coming from Monye.
वो वाला हाईलाइट दिखाए प्लीज, वो वाला हाईलाइट दिखा दो।
Coming out from Magnum there, just seemingly swept aside by that.
That's the audio we're missing.
Look, we're not allowed fun.
रुक मैं कोई रिफ्रेश करने दे, थोड़ा डिले कम हो जाए।
Oh, it's broken the back of car. Right, you're kind of hoping that they came out with a strong start. Maybe correct a little bit, maybe that confidence deficit they would have been playing with after being kind of pushed around. A lot of people saying they've been performing under expectation, which I think is a fair critique. Because there was such high hopes for this team coming out of kickoff, and they looked exceptional, but hasn't quite lived up to that. And again, the pace is unrelenting. Look at this, Monye and something instantly dominating the space, and it's going to force them to respect
भाई कितनी प्यारी कितनी जल्दी घुसते हैं ये दोनों। भाई इनको बोलते हैं डुलिस्ट।
It's going to be tough. With only a sheriff in hand here. Hey, show yeah. All lands.
They going? Yeah, the gap closing now. Monye going to be put to test, put to task. Oh,
Nice.
that's rough.
Hello.
Monye just popping
स्किट टॉप भाई चेल दिया बंदे सारे।
What? मैडी?
सारे भाई ये सर ले गया।
स्मार्ट कर रहा है वो।
ले गया
भी नहीं है ये इसके। सेंटिनल्स के अगेंस्ट भेजो इस आदमी को।
यार ये तो बहुत मार रहा है।
भाई।
Definitely a statement being sent. Carmine Court would argue that MEA counterpart setting them up for failure today, stoking the fire of PaperX.
And you're absolutely right, isn't it? You're almost seething if you're thinking about Heretics. Could you have not?
They just play it down.
मोनेट बोला चलो निकला भाई।
Like the fans on Twitter, be, you know, how dare you give it, you know?
Neilzinho hate club has just grown exponentially.
Poor old Neilzinho, man. Oh, God bless him. Well, let's see. Does I think it's Martin there on the other side? Yep.
Yeah, you.
Lovely early protocols. Again, we often kind of compliment Carmine Core and other teams with that, you know, the protocol list. Oh, you've got Eng in there. You know, you've really got.
भैया मोने तो कुछ अलग खेल रहा है।
All of that fluff, but you got to give credit where it's due as well. PaperX, yeah, they're a little bit more simplistic at times in the way they approach the game. Obviously, mechanically is their high point, but they're still very diligent about any of these clears. Always very heads up in their work.
That's the definition of thriving in the chaos. They're able to create it and benefit from it. A few other teams have. Slow down here at least by the poison orb. Snakebite to follow up. Right there.
करो planted.
Monye chomping at the bit. Taking a very aggressive angle here.
Well, he's had Magnum's number. This time it's Forsaken,
भाई
but
क्या
it could have been
भाई
either.
क्या
He's
वो दिया है।
absolutely dominating this site. Now they're going to try and play in a little bit mid-tempo almost. Carmine will try and take a little bit of space back here, but there's going to be no reason to fear them. They've been sweeping them every time, and Monye is just a demon. You can't get away from him everywhere they go. It's only Shin to bite back so far, and even then, just about
मोनेट पे ले लिया
Monye,
मन।
but it's the back line.
नाइस
There's
खत्म।
still something in that operator. Still willing to take a chance.
मार्टिन।
Does Martin seen get any more play
ये
off
बहुत प्यारा
this.
शॉट था वो
Couple flashes, but not a lot of time.
मैं लिख लेता हूँ यार
Yeah, Forsaken not even going to let him get off that spike. Paper X in full form here, Mike, and Carmine Core don't have an answer.
No, expect
कितने छोटे से पिक से उठाया भाई रिएक्शन टाइम बहुत प्यारा है इनका भाई
maybe come up with a way
टाइम आउट ले
to
लिया
really
किसी
try
ने
and
वर्ल्ड में
control the
टॉप
early round
मतलब
here because Paper X
बेस्ट प्लेयर्स हैं वो
one of the worst things you can do is
एम
give
बहुत
them
प्यारा
freedom,
है
give them space
रिएक्शन टाइम बोला रे एम तो प्यारा है
था मुझे
really
बट ठीक
really
है
aggro pathing with your satchels, get up in the
पिछले मैच
faces.
में मोनेट का लग रहे थे लग नहीं रहा था लग रहा था एम मगर साथ में बहुत मर रहा
लास्ट
था
मैच तो ना ईजी की बात कर रहा था मैं
It's very hard to
नहीं
sit
नहीं
back and play
मैं
retake versus
एडीजी
a team like Paper X. So they always convert this space into a kill, maybe
छोड़
two, but
तेरे ऊपर से गई ये बातें छोड़
एडीजी की बात है हाँ पेपर एक्स का जलवा जलवा तो है
It is that choice.
नहीं पेपर क्या बोलते हैं कि वो पेपर एक्स के पुराने मैच की बात कर रहा हूँ
keep pushing. You give them back, you give them backside, they go spawn, they go deeper and deeper.
So take space elsewhere, try and hold some part of it, but it's easier said than done.
सब तो भाई आराम को
You know, even bigger experience of struggle in this case.
प्रमोशन
A
कर
lot
रहे
of people,
हैं
and we talk bigger picture, Mike, while we're in this timeout. A lot of people look at Loud and go, okay, are they in championship form? You know, and how do they fare in this? You can't turn that gaze away from Paper X either, because they're the ones who got to, you know, champs finals. They're one of the old gods at this tournament. They've still held on. Yes, there's been some roster changes. That's not a surprise. But still, they have that potential, and it scares me because round by round and kill by kill, I feel like we're getting closer to what makes them almost untouchable. Carmine Core's certainly not touching it right now.
Yeah. One yet leading the charge, 10-2. Looking fired up once again today. Couple of ultimates power coming online here for Carmine Court. Martin still sitting on his, but away from the Seekers. Showstop around the corner as well, potentially, for the next buy round for KC.
Yeah.
It's looking to explore towards B long here. Now Martin does have a TP, but it's very quickly going to get cancelled out. Yeah, he's cancelled out himself here. Pace change.
भाई क्या प्रॉपर कवर दिया एंट्री करने की
Different site too. We've seen them hammering that A side.
कुत्ते से मर गया वो
ओ हेलो
Just the teeth marks.
कुत्ते से कैसे मर सकता है अच्छा मोनेट ने डैमेज दिया
Down to 4 apiece. A little bit of a pause here. Maybe trying to identify where some of these players may be. They've got to have a good idea.
They're taking the TP, right?
बता वो समथिंग को हील दे रहा है वो समथिंग भागे जा रहा है
चोटिया
They're just in full troll mode here in this anti-eco. Left one posted up here, Mind Freak. Try and police these weapons. I mean, it's an operator, so you know KC are going to want it.
भाई माइंड फ्रीक कह रहा आ जाओ भाई
Identify
आ जाओ
Mind
दिखाओ
Freak's
शक्ल
position. Yeah, KC now.
They're running. They're just
thinking
डॉग की 15 या 30 डैमेज
You know what I mean? You
15
don't
या 30 डैमेज देता क्या डॉग
wild. But at this point, you're looking
20
for
देता
silver
है
linings.
मोनेट ने भी तो ही दिया था उसको डैमेज
And Magnum has connected towards Divide, but actually going for the Seekers too. They're really committing on this one. Flash's turn. Something's got
Martin's found one.
a little bit of a heal here, so ult's going to come in, but they're going to run low on time. Keep your mind towards Monye as well.
Slow भाई मोनेट ने हक
Still in
दिया
the mix. He has been a monster so far.
हेलो
Well done.
यार
Magnum finds him, and they seem so confused.
KC were looking towards showers.
They had no idea. Thrifty. They get away with daylight robbery on that one.
थ्रिफ्टी कब होता है थ्रिफ्टी
Questioning the investment of the Seekers from Magnum, but
जब कोई
KC
इको राउंड जीतता है
explode back into this retake.
Hey, they needed that, Mike.
थ्रिफ्टी
तुझे पता है डेली एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ मैं तुझे थ्रिफ्टी क्या होता है
थ्रिफ्टी मेरे को कभी एक्सप्लेन नहीं किया तूने
अभी किया था 20 मिनट पहले
Trying.
हेलो 20 मिनट पहले कब किया था तूने
अभी
वो
किया
तूने
था
वो किया था
बोनस दोनों एक्सप्लेन किया है
इको भी किया था
थ्रिफ्टी नहीं किया तूने इको किया और वो किया बोनस
थ्रिफ्टी सुबह भी किया था मैंने
कल भी किया था और आगे वजह से और तू भी था बीच में
Okay, you said it before. Fight fire with fire.
मैं जानने
मैं
दिया
साकेत नहीं बोलेंगे साकेत सुनेगा नहीं
Ablaze, they're going to carry on. Martin willing to challenge. They're getting down and dirty. Something has quelled some of that aggression by taking.
जेरी भैया
भाई यार
इनको लगा
हमारा
दिए
कभी
मैंने
Still, they have the man advantage. For the
नहीं
first
मोटे
मैं
time,
कह
it
रहा था
feels
कभी
like
हमारा
forever.
बूट कैंप मना
Fast
फिर
back
जिंदगी
as
में
well. You can see already progress outside
साकेत
of
भैया
Paperx gotta be
साकेत भैया से
conscious of
पैसे
that
नहीं
now.
है अंदर आने के
आराम
नहीं नहीं
टॉर्चर लगेगा यार
इसको अंदर बुलाएंगे यार बेल्ट बजानी हमें तो आती है हम दिल्ली से हैं
अरे नहीं भाई मैं नहीं मैं पैसे लूंगा बेल्ट बजाने के लिए भी
What? He just stepped out of the cove.
Oh god, and Divide's right here.
वो ले गया भाई ले गया मैडी मेरे को लग रहा है ये भी मैच कुछ जल्दी खत्म नहीं हो जाएगा।
आज 11 बजे खत्म हो रही है स्ट्रीम।
And there was just some audacious moments in that.
I mean, it's
साढ़े
one of those moments where Ray's probably thinking, yeah, it'd be
11
crazy if this guy just walks out of his own smoke or cove or whatever it
जेरी
is.
भाई मुझे क्यों लग रहा है कल तक ही बन जाएगी?
Able to get a,
लग तो मुझे भी रहा है तुम बहुत तेज काम कर दियो।
avoiding the boom bot, unable to get
भैया 7.5 घंटे हो।
traded because of the dismiss.
ब्रेक लूंगा भाई 1 घंटे की इसके बाद बेंचोद।
It's one of those things, a tale as old as time.
ओह
You can do it once, you ain't gonna be able to do it
भाई
twice.
समथिंग ऑपरेटर बहुत सही चलाता है भाई।
क्यों कर रहे हो आप?
Team chomping at the bit though.
भाई वो पिछले मैच में भी ऑफ किया था पता है उसने।
Bold to hold that angle. Again,
क्योंकि समथिंग जेट खेलता है।
Welcome. This is
फायदा
This is
granted
the
है
sort of
but
thing that you want to see from you don't want to see them lose an opening duel and then back
अरे
up.
जेट प्लेयर है ना गांड में कुछ मस्ती है।
That's just not going to work versus PaperX. They're allowed to execute onto you. Mindfreak's going to
और गलत गैम्बल नहीं खेल रहे, माइंड फ्री के पे बैठा है और ये सारे एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं भी रोटेशन हो रही है और ये सारे पे हैं।
after Tomazi's challenge.
अरे भैया ये क्या रीड है?
Like I said, Tomazi posted up almost posturing
इसे
a
एंटी
little
रीड
bit that, yeah,
बोलते
we're going to
हैं।
fight for this.
मरेगा।
जहाँ मन करे चल दो।
PaperX another situation where it's just they're not willing to show
केसी वालों का तो ऐसा हो गया कहीं तो प्लांट
क्या?
चलो।
अच्छा आपने
Molly here, orbital strike, showstopper.
देखते रहो
माइंड
जहाँ
फ्री
से आवाज आ
भैया
रहा
के 2-2 किल आने वाले हैं मोटे मोटे।
Possibilities here. I was just wondering actually
भैया
how quick this flank's going to come through, but yeah, Mindfreak's.
ले ओ।
Got to be aware of it, right?
Yeah, I mean he dropped the
मेरा
smoke.
पीछे चल रहा है।
He's going to look to orbital
अल्ट
strike
भी
just for
इन्वेस्ट
the
किया
top.
था।
मैडी तो स्क्रीन शेयर करना मेरा पीछे चल रहा है।
Ideal in that, and
मोनियत
now
भैया।
Forsaken going to play
आराम
forward.
जा दे
PaperX
मोनियत
still
यार।
starting to thrive, coming alive. Divine
अब
and
तो
Forsaken
ये
in unison. Send them packing.
ले।
Carmine Court are trying. They are trying to play this scrappy.
अच्छा लो ट्रेड बाय मिनी
Now, a
यार
lot of
साले लो
scoreboard
लेटेंसी स्टार्ट
pressure
हो।
in this first half, a 6-round deficit.
लो लेटेंसी ऑन नहीं की
Too
थी।
much of a switch up. Seemingly
हो गया
a
सर
decent
डिले
lead on the
ठीक।
early round.
हाँ
डिले ठीक
Able
हो
to
गया।
punish this.
हाँ हाँ लो
Now make
लेटेंसी
sure
ऑन नहीं की थी
time and
एडवांस में
time
जाके
again.
लो लेटेंसी ऑन की।
They've got to change this scoreline somehow. Otherwise,
137 चल रहा है ना?
packs will be
1 minute
breaking. It's gonna
35,
be hard just
36,
looking at that
34,
scoreboard. It's
33
33
है ना?
32
30,
31
31,
mentally,
30,
'cause you're trying
29
to, pick yourself up to be
2
confident,
सेकंड के
take
डिले में हो
challenges
तुम।
against a team who are running you
चलेगा
down.
पैसे में।
And again, a little bit of variation coming out from PaperX here, looking at trying to adjust towards that B side, or at least an early indication of it. TP committed to, it looks like. Actually, no, going to decide to back away.
Now they're almost faking that they've rotated, creating all this pressure, dumping all this util, but all it is a switch up towards B long. But Magnum's going to sniff it out.
That was good information there in the Seekers, but they are going to go on this. I'm waiting to see Monnier dive in here. They've got to know that Tomasi is still around as well. You can see the Lears there. Martin has found Mind Freak, but they've got the
Something on
side
the
control.
Gulgard
You can
Goldie.
already see they've started to really place their banner on this site. Look for the flanks, look for the pressure on the back lines. We need that plant to come in for at least a little bit of safety for PaperX, which is not right about now. 4v5, it gets dicey.
ठीक है आ गया
Forsaken
मेरा कैसे है?
Got to invest that little bit of utility to try and keep them further
Look
away.
at the reflank though. Look at Device's position.
That could be huge.
He's got to get there quick though.
Timing, can something hold them back? Can he
फटने
buy a
वाले
couple of
इनके
seconds
पीछे
here?
से।
That's all he needs, a couple of seconds. Device done so well. He does catch Shin. Forsaken then called in. It is just methodical. And
लोहा का लाया वो।
हागा हागा।
HP. The walk-in wounded,
बचा।
limping towards the site. It's just Magnum left alive. And
मतलब-
that is just not going to work out.
मोटा मोटा हगा हूँ मैं।
Just
लेकिन बच गया ना कोई बात
outstanding.
आदमी भी तो मोटा है।
Is them in
वही तो।
final full form
साइज
in
देख
my
के हग
mind.
रहा हूँ।
भाई एस लिया है, थोड़ा सा हगना तो बनता है।
I mean, it's
13-4 पे
almost
चल रहा है
automatic
बंदा।
as soon as the Trailblazer comes down long.
Yeah.
PaperX know they have to be explosive. Capitalize on that timing, get ahead of the rotation of KC. Again, you can't even really fault. You look at the minimap here, and when PaperX freeze on this first wave, the first pressure out towards Hookah, KC are immediately rotating. They know that PaperX are trying to find these timings. I think now PaperX starting to play with that a little bit.
Subverting
It's,
expectation.
yeah, it's the
so
pressure
good.
now. KC is so
लोटस में
desperate.
पता चलेगा लोटस इनका है ना, किसी का मैप है
They want to be
लोटस।
so active around the map that they create these holes themselves.
This is that experience in play again. You know, we can give Eng all the credit in the world.
Paperex have done this to countless teams, countless
Best
teams.
in the world, best in the world through errors at this point. Keep in mind, this isn't just a team that's only done it once during an X stint when the meta was X, Y, and Z. No, this is a historic team who's been able to do this over a variety of errors.
Look at it now, Shin's smoked
Look
down
at
long.
it. Look what they've done to him.
This is all on the back of just the one ball coming through, but
Okay.
Paperex might have a mystery here.
There we go. This could be it, but they've got to make it work with very little. Martin's got to be good.
Corner देख लो ये रुकान ले ले तुम्हारी
The discipline is here, but
ले
can
ली
he
उसने
drop the bodies? He can, that's two. A third needed, not going to get it. They still have a chance here, Paperex. They're up against pistols. What is going on?
भाई something तो मजा ले रहा है
something कुछ भी कर रहा है
ये बस थ्रिफ्टी राउंड जीत रहे हैं इन्हें बोलो बेंच शेरिफ लें
Something seemingly thinking he has double the range.
करने लगे से अपनी
Very bizarre. Just after crediting them, this is
भाई ये साइड देख लेते ना बच जाते
KC finally able to actually win out in one of those scenarios that I was saying wasn't really suiting them up until now.
Yeah.
इसको देखिए
Operator on, I believe, either side. Yeah, Narrate's got his. Something. Gonna go for it too. And now we're in a bit of a state of flux, aren't we? Things are a little
Something वापस operator पे आ गया
double fakes again. Are they just going to be pausing off to take maybe a little bit of space? What are they up to? Lots of question marks. This is going to put Magnum through the ringer. And already Narrate going to find something. So that's his opposing number basically removed, but the bulk of the hit is coming this way.
So Tomazi didn't actually catch the stun there. Will result in the pick coming out in response. Big ultimate to draw out this early on. Tomazi did actually take some damage there.
He's got to be careful.
Among that exchange. Do have a third member here. Narrate has come across with the operator just to hold elbow, yeah.
भाई कैसे ये एंगल बताया
Take too much damage here and actually rewarded.
Masi still trying to keep his head down.
10 HP in here.
A little bit of spam, a little bit of a shot going astray is going to at least drop the pit for them. That's a plant now. Mind Freak and Divide. Ult going to be invested from Martin. He's going to try and lead the way. Can he spot these players out? Did he see Mind Freak slip towards elbow? That's the question, because he can try and divide and conquer. The flash is sent, they know it. This is good for Carmine Corp, but can they handle him? Yes! Ult upon ult, they are investing everything. And now Divide in a 1v3. Flash still with Martin. That's about it. And yeah, that's clean from Narrate there. That's fine. He'll be happy with that. And they give themselves a window to work with Mike. It's not much, but it's there.
Like I said, you come out of this with an 8-4. Feels like a bit of a miracle with how this half kicked off.
Yeah.
KC with a course correction towards the end of this first half. I mean, look at the timeline here. Very, very quick response here from Paperex to apply this pressure towards Hookah, but it's the Viper's bit that really slows them down, forces Paperex to reconsider their approach.
भाई क्या प्रॉब हुआ है रे 9-3 देखते हैं 9-3 कर्स हो गया क्या
Really the superstar, I guess, overall so far here in Madrid for KC.
Tries a standout player.
नहीं होगा नहीं होगा नहीं होगा
For an early crunch towards A. Paperex maybe waiting for that burst here. Yep, there it is. Something they depended on before. Going back to it again, it was brutal. You saw it before. Monnier really ran rampant, but it was actually Magnum this time to hold him back. This is better. But he's not going to be alone. Narrate's trying to close the gap a little here. Might deny Forsaken, he does. Good work. Boombot to follow, but there is a squad of 3 staring him down. The Cove is keeping them safe. Another satchel, another denial. Rotations are coming in.
Sorry, hard.
This is really good from Narrate. Again, from capability before to this, but the rotation, Mike, they're taking the TP. They've got a free site.
Yeah, something's looking for the backstab. Molly will go down. That will cut off any sort of pressure coming back through from Spawn here. Narrate, does he consider the possibility?
He's got to, right? We've seen this.
He's so conscious of taking that TP.
Oh, fight on CT though. Not going to get the follow options there. That is
nice
control from Divide. Delivers bullet after bullet perfectly. And now the problems for the final 2, trying to play it back towards the site. Martin looking to try and take control with that operator. Look through, see if he can spot someone out. But again, they're playing deep. They're going to make him work for it. Spots something over towards long. Spots Divide. They've seen both of the players. Can they close down on them though? They're not going. Oh, they do see the head.
Oh fuck भाई ले लिया राउंड ये वाला
Naray can see you just fine. Carmine Core just about back in this, Mike.
Something unfortunately locked out of sight here with an SMG. No real possibility for him to get much done, but a beautiful recovery. I hate to say that at an 8-4 scoreline, but a recovery nonetheless for Carmine Court. See if the approach continues here for PaperX in the second half. Apply that same sort of aggression once again, Lauren.
Keep it up. Keep that tempo up, Carmine Core scraping together those 4 critical rounds. Is it going to be enough?
हाफ टाइम आ गया ये कुछ हल्के में नहीं ले रही अब हाँ हल्के में नहीं तो नहीं ले रही ना ये किसी ओ सॉरी पेपर एक्स किसी को
ले रही होगी तो क्या हुआ जीत जाएगी पेपर एक्स इजीली
जल्दी खत्म करो ना जैसे उन्होंने खत्म किया
तो वो लोग बुढ़े हैं उन्हें फन नहीं करना पेपर एक्स को फन करना है करने दे तेरा कॉम्पी होता है ये तू ट्रोल नहीं कर रहा होता
वो तो है अगर जीत रहे थे तो ट्रोल कर
is wanting to play back site to be able to flood back in against a team like this.
भाई इसको देखियो कहाँ कुत्तों की तरह चलता बांदरों की तरह
The way that PaperX plays with timings, that's almost impossible to do.
भाई ये देखा स्लो मोशन में जो दिखाया मोनेट का पिस्टल वाला भाई क्या प्रॉपर मुड़ा जंप में
And this guy was such a big problem to solving that.
Yeah, exactly. Time and time again. It looks like we're going to talk about Monia every single day, but he deserves it. And I think that play was also a very, very good example. Low buy, you know, because it's a bonus. You have the ability to float them. That's exactly what you need to do on the side of KC. By the way, I was saying the Reyna not completely sold, and I forgot for 1 second that it is something, and he only needs to be on the operator. So of course, I'm still looking at him for this defense side because of the reason why you would play Reyna is to deny those traits potentially when you have the operator. If he has the same effect that he has in other maps, he's a very big threat.
It was a tough half for KC, but they've rallied at least 4. If they can win this pistol round, build some momentum on this half, they can be strong. Their comp is really good at fighting for totally extremities and having really fast rotations with the Yoru. They're comfortable here. They have their confidence now. They should be the closer half.
Yeah, I see KC that has moved up a little bit. I'm sure these fans are definitely adding to that momentum, but let's see if PaperX quells the fire. We're going to send it back over to Pansy and Hype.
ऐसे ही पूछ रहा हूँ शांत हो बड़े
अरे मैं खुद में तेरे गाली बकरा साके को मैं वही समझूं यार ये बोल भी रहा कुछ को लड़की
No 2 ways to put it, but Carmine Core have clawed their way back. They found a rhythm, they found a solution, and it got them 4 rounds in pocket. But Mike, do you reckon they can hold on to this?
I mean, it depends really on PaperX's willingness to apply the same sort of pressure here. No, hang on. Just asking onto sight here. Forsaken with the punish over the top of the truck.
Look at the flank. There's 4
It's so fast.
Tomasi's got to have heard. Yeah, he's heard all of this. He's just trying to keep his head down. Trying not to be spotted. Oh no, he's just eating the paranoia.
He beat into the leer.
Oh, it's the leer. Oh no.
खत्म भाई हेलो कितने सेकंड का वो राउंड था ये
In the blink of an eye. Oh dear.
भाई तारिक कितना पॉपुलर है भाई
Run it back for me one time.
वैलोरेंट से ज़्यादा वाचिंग तारिक की आ रही है तारिक की 100 की आ रही है और इसकी 48 के वैलोरेंट
दिखा कोने में वो दिखा
देखो तारिक नहीं पता
ना नहीं पता
Just peeks out. Device still back here because he's docked through. The Trailblazer comes through, opens up the first 3 players.
अच्छा ये
Tomazi just peeks out of the wrong second.
भाई 100 के
ये देख
भाई वैलोरेंट वालों को बोलो तुम स्विच कर लो अपना वॉल्यूम कितने हैं इसके तारीख के
3 मिलियन
हाँ फिर तो
Carmine Core just about staying alive in this. Give themselves just a little bit of safety to get a plant.
Flank once again from short. You see it's been pinged out here. The awareness is here from KC. Magnum reflanking it. Monia, he doesn't catch them though. Ahead of the smoke falling.
मोनेट की मौत है
Awful, yeah.
और आ गई
Monia dead. There's nothing he could have done. Mind freak now. Sitting pretty. What can you do against 3? Two towards lamps. There's too many bodies there. Carmine Core. There we go, finding a little bit of an answer there for themselves, but I was a bit worried that honestly something's judge was going to be enough.
I mean, it's scrappy as
इसके अगले राउंड में तोड़ेगा ये.
Something again, I don't know what range he thinks he has with shotguns. He's jumping out here trying to find another kill. Around 2
चढ़ गया पारा चढ़ गया बड़ी देख रहा
Well, he's called it. He's
भाई
called it.
पता बेल्टो से मारना चाहिए इस आदमी को.
साला हराने पर मैच हारते भी नहीं देख सकता ये क्या
Oh dear.
वो समथिंग क्या निकला है समथिंग क्या निकला है भाई
It's fine. They've got 2 Vandals.
So yeah, massive equipment advantage here.
Yep.
Monyet and Forsaken understand the shotgun range a little better than.
भाई हील भी नहीं कर रहा स्काई अच्छा हील ही नहीं है स्काई
You can't fault ambition.
No. Oh, there you go. Now there's the pause because you can see that
Casey kind of stunned here, yeah.
Just like what the hell.
Crossfire भाई
They don't
hello
have the beat on the rest of the map either, right? Like the A site's completely unknown. There could be a flank on the way. They have no clue.
Well, these are the sort of compositions that this sort of playstyle from PaperX does run rampant. With no sentinel, there's so many question marks.
The Bucky. How does one feel about the Bucky?
I mean, if they're playing in long, they know to try and avoid the danger zone here, but Monyet, chance to make something happen. Potentially here, I mean, he's inside the smoke. He's got the paint shell out, you can deny the plant at least.
दे मोनेट नेट दे
I just feel like something's going to go wrong.
हाँ अंदर दे दिएगा
Okay, went to
Tomasi
the
eats that.
center of tube.
हेलो बफर हो गया मैडी
Heal considered, but they don't really have the foundations for. Oh god! No! The Bucky! Monyet's on the site. Surely not. Shin and Magnum, please. What's going on?
तेरा हुआ है बस मेरा तो नहीं हुआ.
Monyet isn't going to get away with this. Nah, I'm not going to do it. Magnum
Shit,
there
but-
grips hold of the
Duffer.
round.
Thank God the right click of the Bucky is useless now, because Shin's down at 8 HP.
Oh, I got scared.
There's a timeline when those
राइट क्लिक पे कितना डैमेज पड़ता है बक्की का
shotting Magnum.
Beaming him.
बाकी से राइट क्लिक होता है
सॉरी बक्की नहीं
गुड
वो
मॉर्निंग जेरी भाई गुड
The
मॉर्निंग.
timing of this first
नहीं
kill
पता
as
मुझे
well.
ये
गुड मॉर्निंग.
Oh, down to
अरे
him.
भाई
After almost
जारी
being cursed.
अब बोल
राइट क्लिक लॉन्ग रेंज के लिए होता है बकेट में बक्की
You
में.
see the buy coming out now.
नहीं डैमेज कितना पड़ता है
Seekers available here.
अब तो नर्फ कर दिया.
So I think something.
बट पहले पड़ता था लाइक
Early
जब
showers control.
बाकी मेटा में थी
KC.
तब आराम से 80-90 पड़ता था मिड रेंज में.
अब तो 50 पड़ता होगा 50 या 40
15.
हेलो इतना कम जी भाई
Martin was able to scrape by with one, but the pressure isn't just on one side of the map.
ले गया
It's
राउंड
everywhere.
खत्म
Oh my God.
ओह
Feeder line that up.
I don't. I felt it. I got. What the hell is this game? Okay, so Tomasi has space on B, right? He's got them B site.
Problem is Shin has about as much HP as he did last round.
Oh god.
Yes.
Tomasi trying to make something work,
Yeah.
make this a little more comfortable.
नाइस खत्म
Shin will fall
राउंड
as well. PaperX
three.
double digits now.
3 of them left with rifles.
भाई जेरी ने बोला ना बक्की से राइट क्लिक भी पड़ता है मेरी पड़ गई कहीं मैंने गलत गन का नाम ले लिया क्या
Again, run your mind back. It was also Monyet at the same time taking this space, and it just completely caught off Narrate.
One enemy remaining.
You say don't die, fish. You say don't die.
क्या बोला ये
'Cause again, it's like you
उसको
see
देख
what
इसको क्या हो रहा है
4 people on the showers pinch. You're like, yeah,
जीतेंगे
B's
कैसे
got to
उसमें?
feel a little easy right
जीत
now.
के भी इसको पता नहीं क्या उठा रही है
It's all encompassing from PaperX. And their ability to punish defaults like this it's just it's tough to watch, but at the same time it's beautiful.
Oh, it is. And the question is, how much can Forsaken hold
Look
on
at
to? He's
Fountain.
being hounded, because the hunting squad is on the way, but they've completely lost the A side. Fortunately, he's going to be trying to keep himself alive. Forsaken
हाय
outplays
आंटी
Martin
फट
perfectly,
भाई
but Narrate is there to try and keep this in their favor. The spike's in CT. What?
They didn't check close right.
Tomasi played in off the back of that. Now position noted, but that spike's still in CT. They might make a run for it towards B. They don't know yet. They don't know how this fight's going to favor. How does it tip the scales? You still have Monnier in this position. What is this round?
Hello. How's he getting two?
He shouldn't be getting two.
He's got Seekers to deal with as well.
They don't
Mindfreak's
they
here
don't
as well.
They
It's
have
an
no
open
idea.
plant.
They have no idea. Death creeping around the corner as Narrate now called upon. This guy is damn good, but he is going to need a worldy round here. Oh, maybe he's got it. Paint shell back on Devi. Dipping down.
यार नरेट भैया क्या ऐसे मत डराओ यार
Devi in the 1v1, no flash, nothing. 5 bullets. Oh, and Devi's got him. Devastating. After Narrate was this close to getting KC back in this game, but it is going to be 11 carved on the board for Paper X.
Trading blows.
कौन जीता? पेपर एक्स जीती?
I mean, this is just ridiculous.
One round win हुआ ये वाला.
And the fact that Mindfreak's in a position here to punish Shin. Narrate, unfortunately, again, it feels like this is a free site. So he has the time and the space to get towards long, find a more comfortable angle.
उसके दिमाग छिल गया मैडी. हेलो. ओ मैडी.
Heartbreak for Narrate.
हेलो.
Almost made that happen.
Such a volatile game between these two.
Yeah.
Like, normally in these rounds, my mind drifts a little, but there's still Stingers out, there's still Sheriffs, there's still a couple of ults that could potentially come into play.
Seen both teams capitalize in rounds like this. I mean, Monya's here with a judge. Mindfreak's just farming on B side.
क्या गलत टाइम था यार.
Wait for the replay of that one. What the hell just happened?
It was a Prius moment.
Yes, classic.
Well, we might see the end of the round, though. Oh, Forsaken. Sharp to it. Magnum now left to try and recover. He's got another
ओए ये क्या मार रहा है?
round for him.
Yeah, it's been enough to call in the ult, right? Like, this is enough.
Can he get through? He slipped through the spawn.
He has.
They haven't spotted him. They didn't actually see him on the cross.
That's huge. It gives him a little bit of time, right? Like, it's not a lot, but it's enough that he might be able to get a plant down. They have no idea. He could be an elbow by them. You know, they have no idea where he is. This is massive for Magnum.
What position does he take up? He's going to push
go
back
on.
towards spawn. And actually, Paperx are splitting. He might have timing here on something.
But does something slow down? Does he wait? Does he try and play this out? He's going to note Forsaken, obviously. He doesn't know about something yet, so he's going to have to just make the best educated guess he can. Is this a good enough position? That might almost help him a little. Something does have full kit, though, so that Lear, he's going to know it now. Which way? You've got to gamble. Did something note him? He's looking this way.
ये क्या टाइमिंग है भाई?
Clutch this up. Can you do what Narrate couldn't? You got one to the right, one to the left. He can't do it. Forsaken there. Well played by Paper-X. That is 12.
Map point on the board. Right down to the wire once again. KC still, I mean, scoreline aside, keeping these rounds close, Lauren.
Yes.
Like I said, trading blow for blow here.
Enemy down. Ready.
Oh.
Yeah, farming. Farming hookah. Purchase will come back for Carmine Core. Showstopper to work with. One away from the pit, two off the Seekers, so some tools potentially here. Can they keep map 1 alive?
This patient start. Cautious. Because we have seen that Paper-X will run, 3 men down, down B long, but we are seeing Monnier this time actually pushing up towards A short, holding that judge. How long does he stick around? I think he's siding against committing towards it. Devi. Not actually relinquishing the angle. Stuck around on that, deciding not to fall back. There are 2 players behind him, Forsaken being one, and Mindfreak the other.
KC almost trying to bait out a rotation, much the same as Paper-X did. But the reaggress here from Hookah could be rewarded. They might even have time in here. KC have turned their backs.
जल्दी pick करो.
They have no idea.
No, he's looking back.
Great turn, but
Egg
it
down.
doesn't matter.
No.
The executioner's here.
Nice try.
Mindfreak gonna make something out of that. 2 big kills found, but they have a player advantage for Carmine Core. 3 to the 2.
They have a pit to work with though.
Hey,
Magic
bhai.
can lock down this site.
बोल क्यों नहीं रहे हो?
Yeah, Gonna be able to find an upgrade
यार
here.
क्योंकि मैं
Something's
अब
got ahead
एक
of
ही
the
पेज
smoke.
बचा है
He's in, and he's got one.
एक पेज लिखने के बाद
Martin's
लूट
couldn't
होगी
do
क्या?
any more, but he's bought
नहीं
enough
मतलब
time
थोड़ा
for
सा
at least
फोकस
Monye
था
to
मैं
get close by. Get a rifle into his hands.
बढ़िया
One on sight, one towards
Oh my god.
इन शॉट एक पेज लिखने के बाद बोलेंगे
ओह फक भाई
Carmine Core live for another round. Barely alive, but they do it.
Two examples of that energy being their downfall. A little
चिंच नहीं करना
overzealous.
चाहता बट
The approach from
व्हाट इफ
both
केसी
something
कम
and
बैक कर
Monye.
ले
छोमटी है मत
Next
बोल
year, KC will find their 7th.
अरे एंजॉय करना मैच
Regardless of they are
अरे एंजॉय तो कर रहा हूँ
electric.
लो बजा दिया डेस्क भी
Mini. Do you know what? I miss Mini.
I do miss Mini.
I wish we could bring him out to these events. You know what I mean?
Just still get him on a React camera.
11-12 है
इसका कोच ढूंढने जा रहा हूँ भाई मैं मुझे पहले उसका नाम जानना है
भाई जीतते हुए भी साला एक ही राउंड के लिए होता है भाई वो
Still stealing. As it stands, though, Paper X still on the very verge of tipping the scales. This round, though, they are coming in less equipped. They do have stingers, sheriffs. They still have that rifle on something.
And tools to work with as well. Showstopper potentially if Monye finds a kill.
You've almost got the full deck of ults on the other side, though, right? You've got everything there. There's a full play stack.
प्रोफेशनल वैलोरेंट कोच लग तो नहीं रहा
Now, traditionally, we've seen a couple of variations, but it's mostly Divide playing towards long, so maybe just him showing his hand isn't going to give away too much. That, however, should ring a couple alarm bells, maybe hoping to catch him a little further up towards long, but Carmine Core patiently waiting.
The dog, not sure.
ब्रिम की
how
अल्ट
many
है स्काई की
their
अल्ट है
seekers in response here from Magnum.
कर क्यों नहीं रहे
Everybody huddled towards his position. Smoke's about to drop here. Monye caught in the
फक
open.
भाई ले गया
They catch Forsaken as well.
Oof.
Traded.
Bit of damage here, and Device still around. Wait for something, though. He is the final boss, and TP comes in. Yeah, nice work from Carmine Core. Quick pivot. Something
Brim
is
down,
trying to
Brim
hunt them at a
जिंदा है
similar pace. He is getting to spawn. He might get around the back of Shin here, depending on the timing, but still, they're going to get the plant. I don't think anyone's close enough to stop that now, so that's going to go
ये
down
अल्ट नहीं
the
करते
back
रे
line. Who wins this out?
I think he's going to catch Shin here. Orbital strike committed.
गलत
Goes
जगह
down.
पे
Mindfreak did get the trade, but look at this. Something now getting closer, down to 2 on either side. Mindfreak still only with that Sheriff, but it might be enough. Martin waiting in showers. He's going to take down Mindfreak. It's all on one. Something. Can he make something out of this? An incredibly hard round to try and break back into now with these positions.
Turn back into the flash.
Fought
No
that.
swing from Martin.
By
Double
double
swing.
pick, yeah.
Lovely, lovely work there in the post plant from Carmine Core. They're keeping this game close, Mike. They're building back now.
Spring in their step.
पता है कोच को भी तब दिखाते हैं जब गुस्सा हो रहा होता है जब जीत रहे थे एक बार भी कोच को नहीं दिखाया
सही बोला
तब भी दिखाया है
हाँ एक ही बार दिखाया ना
पेन फेंक दिया
Must have felt pretty good about things. Alex not so much.
त्रिशर भाई
आ गए पानीपत
Yeah. But Ultimate's still available. Seekers and the Showstopper being the headliners for Paper X. Still got that pit for Tomazzi. Martin now try and fish out some information here on A site.
हाँ वो साथ साथ कोड कर रहा हूँ
He's blocking
और
it.
ये दोनों
He's
तो
spotted
सब
him
ट्विच
out
पे
there.
देख रहे हैं
How much can he get away with though? Can he see through towards CT? But all eyes on him.
हट रे
Up above. Taking down Forsaken and something. Sights now open. Martin not going to be able to convert that kill, however.
WhatsApp पे कोई अच्छा रिप्लाई नहीं दे
Quite
सकते हो
paranoid of the flank. They're going to pop the ult as well.
चूते
Viper's pit to try and secure
गंदा
this.
आदमी
Monye with the first man
क्या
forward,
भाई?
but Narrate with the spray.
बस
Just
और के
connects
चूते
well.
अरे
This might be
बलवा
enough.
सुअर के चोदे बोल दिया भाई
Paper X's opportunities now.
भाई मैं लिखा किधर है तेरी अम्मा के गाँव भाई क्या रिप्लाई होता है ये
Consider the same.
इतने इतने स्वीट से पूछा मैंने किधर है तेरी अम्मा के गाँव
Narrate and Martin.
अंडा दूंगी भाई
Information. Right, the sort of Yoru execute that Paper X famed.
यार मेरे को लगा तू VC में होगा मैं VC आया मैंने रिप्लाई कर दिया
Taste of their own medicine here.
बाद में बताता कि जल्दी आया हुआ है
Won't be able to string together much of a purchase
तेरे
after
को तो
this.
पता ही नहीं
कम बैक हो रहा है मैडी
Two rifles nonetheless. Mindfreak and Divide.
अरे मैं तो चाहता हूँ केसी जीते ये मैच भाई पीआरएक्स का कोच जो भड़केगा ओहो
देखने में मजा बहुत कुछ ही है
हाँ ऑलरेडी पेन पून फेंक दिया भाई उसने टेबल पे से
भाई पीसी फेंक दे तू बचा लेना भाई एक मेरे को दे
Towards the top of the board here. Just one kill behind Monye, who's on 19.
राइट वाले इसको
Narrate's starting
जानते
to
हैं
feel out
आ गया
the
केसी वालों का वो पेपर एक्स वालों का टाइम आउट आ गया
गया बर्तन मांजता है उनके
There is
अरे
a shot
पोछा
to just bring out a mad round. You can't
Deny
नहीं
भी
नहीं
नहीं कर पाने लगा।
पेपर एक्स वालों का टाइम आउट आ गया।
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है वैसे देखो।
अरे तो जरूरी थोड़ी है बड़ी कंपनी में पोछा मारने वाले को भी पैसे ज्यादा मिले।
अंबानी के घर में कितने मिलते होंगे पोछे वाले?
तो वो अंबानी का घर है, वो सिक्योरिटी के लिए ज्यादा महंगा आदमी ही पकड़ेंगे ना।
तेरे को मिल भी रहे।
मुझे मिलता है भाई।
टायरों का तेल बेचता है वो।
अच्छा तू लिया था 12 करोड़ का
हाँ
टर्नओवर।
बहन चोदा।
1 करोड़ पर मंथ घर में क्या जरी भाई? कुछ
तो शक्ल दिखाओ ना उसका कोच क्या बक रहा है।
कि मंथ का वही आ रहा है। ए कौन सी मैथ फाइनेंस कहां से सीख रहा तू? ए
नहीं सीखूंगा भाई, नहीं सीखूंगा
भाई। टर्नओवर इज ऑल ओवर लाइक तुमने कितना ट्रांजैक्शन किया है एक साल में?
मैंने क्या बोला? 1 करोड़ जेब में तो आ रहा है।
अरे जबरदस्ती आ रहा है ये।
अरे आ रहा है मान ले।
रेवेन्यू बता देना।
रेवेन्यू प्रॉफिट मेरा निकाल लेता हूँ।
अरे निकालना पड़ रहा है, इतना भी ट्रैक नहीं है।
ट्रैक मेरे को पिछले साल का यार।
अरे तो इस साल ये मुट्ठी मारी है बस।
इस साल अभी हुआ नहीं ना कंप्लीट।
तो बस पिछले साल का बता दे।
पर मंथ का अभी पिछले ईयर की पिछले मंथ का
इसी ईयर का बता, इस मंथ का बता।
अभी तो चल रहा है।
अरे पिछले मंथ का
मेरे का ऑलरेडी हो चुका है 7 के आसपास। प्रॉफिट की बात कर रहे हैं ना हम। 7 के आसपास का प्रॉफिट है पिछले मंथ का।
7 into 12 कर ले कितना होता है? 77 84
के आसपास। नहीं तो एवरेज है ना ये, तो तुम एवरेज निकाल दो। जबरदस्ती थोड़ी लॉस भी हो सकता है, अभी हुआ भी है मुझे।
7 लाख मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 12
84।
अच्छा 84। तो इसका जोमेटो का खर्चा हटा दो तो इसके पास बचे 20 रुपए।
जोमेटो पे तो इसने आज तक टोटल में 1 लाख स्पेंड किया
भाई, जिसमें से 50,000 तो मेरे अकाउंट पे कर दिया इनने भाई। अरे मैं गिनने बैठूं आराम से 5-6 हजार रुपए निकाल दूं भाई इसके।
5-6 हजार से ज्यादा बे, एक बार में 1,000 का कम से कम 10-20 बार
400 का किया है शाम को। रुक जाओ अभी बताता हूँ एग्जैक्ट अमाउंट।
वही सिर्फ कॉफी मंगाई थी और कॉफी और एक सैंडविच।
कॉफी 400 रुपए की,
180 रुपए कुछ की।
बाहर गए हो कभी?
10 रुपए की मिलती है भाई, 2 रुपए का पाउच भी आता है।
अरे हेज़लनट की।
हाँ मैं बाहर गए हो कभी?
मेरे को 2 रुपए वाला पाउच ला के दे दियो, मैं बना के दूंगा। तंदूरी पनीर सैंडविच, हेज़लनट कोल्ड कॉफी, 412 रुपए।
उतने में बिरयानी खा लेता मैं 2 किलो।
एग्जैक्टली 2 किलो बिरयानी आ रही थी बढ़िया।
साकेत भाई उधर बिरयानी
अभी
मिलती
चालू
है?
करते लगातार खाते सुबह तक खत्म होती।
भैया तो रो दिया यार।
साकेत भाई आपके यहाँ बिरयानी नहीं मिलती?
अरे लो भाई लो।
नहीं
रो रहा है, रोने लग गया कोच।
रो दिया भाई कोच, अभी समझाया था इनको, अब भी आग रहे हैं।
जेरी भाई मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि आपका बैनर एडिट कर देता हूँ।
क्या कर लेते हैं?
बैनर
भैया मेरे को अभी मैडी को देने, रुक जाओ। मैं मेरा मुंह निकल चुका है ऑलरेडी। वेबसाइट बना रहा है वो।
हाँ तो पहले मेरे को कर दो फिर उसको दे दियो।
नॉर्मली भी नहीं, फुल स्टैक बनवा रहा है।
हाँ मतलब मेरे को दे दे, उसके बाद मैडी को दे दे, क्योंकि अगर उसको दे दिया
चल
उसको दे दिया फिर मेरे लिए नहीं बचेंगे।
देख बात कुछ ऐसी है ना, जितने मैं ले रहा हूँ तू उतने 3 महीने में लेता है।
3 महीने से ज्यादा
मैंने नहीं देखा इतना। वही
अबे 1 महीने में कितना ही देता हूँ जेरी से? 1,000
यार इतने भी कम नहीं ले रहा। चल
हाँ जेरी तू ही बता।
देखो डिसाइड हुआ नहीं है अभी।
हाँ यार मेरे दिमाग में ये रफ इमेज है। मैंने मैडी को बता, अभी साकिब की स्ट्रीम भी नहीं बात करना।
मैं ऑलरेडी तेरे को बता चुका हूँ मेरा लिस्ट।
हाँ ये तो मैडी ने बताया मेरे को।
देखो
अरे भैया
उससे आपको कोई प्रॉफिट है जेरी भाई?
मेरे को इस वेबसाइट से कोई प्रॉफिट नहीं है, लेजिट प्रॉफिट नहीं है मेरे को कुछ।
है क्या ये? फिर
मेरे को वहाँ पे सबमिट करना है कि हाँ मैंने असाइनमेंट किया है।
असाइनमेंट के लिए भाई,
असाइनमेंट के लिए कर रहा हूँ ये।
जी भाई
मैंने रेड देखा
एक बारी मेरा स्टेटस देखियो, एक बारी मेरा स्टेटस देखियो।
भाई असाइनमेंट के लिए मैडी 10 घंटे का लगा
8 घंटे
Feels as if you're just getting out-fragged, basically.
Yeah, this is a wake-up call. Welcome to the big leagues, Carmine Core. 10 rounds was good.
मुझे भाग कि सिर्फ 7 नंबर मिल रहे।
7 नंबर के लिए 10 घंटे के लिए बैठे मैडी। भाई
लंड नहीं पता था।
देख अब तो कर ही ले, बंद मत करियो।
देखो बना के तो मैं दे दूंगा। यार 8 घंटे
भाई 8
कल भी
घंटे
तो
1
कल भी
मिनट
तूने शायद 3-4 घंटे किए होंगे।
मैं आज ही से स्टार्ट किया है शाम को। इसका कॉल आया मैं इंस्टेंटली लग गया।
क्योंकि मुझे कल परसों में ही देनी है वापस। तो मैंने इसको बोला भी कि प्रोटोटाइप फेज तक बनाइयो, ज्यादा मत करियो। फिर इसने बोला चल ठीक है
देखो बैकएंड का काम है, अब वो प्रोटोटाइप तक ले जाने में ही मेहनत है।
उन लोग को सिर्फ मेरे को पीपीटी दिखानी है और एक दिखाना है कि कैसा स्ट्रक्चर दिखेगा।
तो भाई काश मैं इसे कोई सस्ता सा आइडिया दे देता यार। आइडिया भी तो मेरा था यार।
तो तुझे एक लगता है कि मैं बीच ऑफ
इसने मेरे को ये बताया कि कोई सर्विस प्रोवाइड करने के लिए वेबसाइट बन एंड की चूत। वीसीटी देखो भाई
चुपचाप करके
तेरी तो हंस रहा है भाई।
कॉलेज प्रोजेक्ट भाई।
मुझे अबे भाई तो उसको मैं इसलिए हंस रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को लगा ये समझा होगा कि मैं असाइनमेंट बोला हूँ आती साथ घर पे।
तो मैंने इसको बताया भी था, मैंने तेरे को बोला था ना, मैंने असाइनमेंट के लिए बना रहा है, इसको कोई प्रॉफिट ही नहीं उसमें।
ये कब बोला तूने मेरे को?
अरे उस समय ही बोला जब तूने उसका प्राइस बताया ना, तभी बोल दिया था।
मैं चूतिया हूँ क्या जो फोकस में बैठा था? इसकी बात भी नहीं सुनी।
मैंने आधी साथ वीसी में बोला था मेरी असाइनमेंट है मेरा।
हाँ मेरे को सुनाई दिया था, असाइनमेंट के लिए बोला था जरी ने।
तू तो था ही नहीं वीसी में तो।
नहीं जारी पता है, जब जारी ने ये तो बोला था काम कर रहा है जारी
इसकी
का।
आवाज क्यों कम है?
मैं कम ही बोल रहा हूँ, आस्ते बोल रहा हूँ।
पत्थर खा लिया था गलती से, मुंह में लग गया था।
जब जारी आया था ना असाइनमेंट की बात, जब तूने काम किया मेरे को लगा था कॉलेज का होगा तो मैडी कर रहा होगा। कॉलेज का इतना बड़ा काम कैसे कर रहा है मैडी?
यार मेरा ना मेजर प्रोजेक्ट होता अगर ये कौन सा वाला 8th सेम का, मैं ना जो अमाउंट लिखा है वो उतना मैं रेडी भी हो जाता, समझ रहे हो? लेकिन मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ मैडी भैया ये
भाई
तो
लेकिन मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था कॉलेज प्रोजेक्ट
भैया मेरा यूनिवर्सिटी का प्रोजेक्ट होता, मैं उस अमाउंट के लिए रेडी भी रहता कि भाई चलो ठीक है डन सीन है।
प्रोजेक्ट
मुझे इसका कोई प्रॉफिट नहीं है, मैं तब
भाई
भी था कि भाई
मैं सीएसएस भी ना लिखता।
भाई
अच्छा हुआ
मार्क्स मिलते हैं
मैं आ गया, नहीं तो मैडी के साथ गंदा वाला स्कैम नहीं हो जाता।
देखो हो चुका है,
वो तो हो चुका है
भैया 8 घंटे
साइड तो
लगे
बन
लड़के
चुकी है 8 घंटे।
भाई मैं सोच रहा हूँ चलो ठीक है एंजॉय कर रहा है करने दो।
वो तो
ये भी लगा अपने काम में कि चलो ठीक है ये कर रहा है मैं अपना लिख रहा हूँ।
नहीं मेरे को दुख तो ये हो रहा है इस असाइनमेंट के खाली 7 मार्क्स है।
हाँ सिर्फ 7, बाकी की जो 3 और यहाँ की 33 नंबर वो मेरी अटेंडेंस के हैं।
जाता तो है नहीं।
मेरी
तो मैं
7
बोल
मार्क्स
लगा के
जो
बैठा
तूने
हूँ।
8 घंटे लगाए हैं, मतलब 1 घंटे का 1 मार्क्स।
भैया चाहता ही है मैं 1 मार्क्स एक्स्ट्रा बनता है भाई। देखो वो मेरी रिपोर्ट कार्ड में लगा देना।
ये 10 मार्क्स तो मिल जाएगा इसमें लगे।
मैडी तेरे एग्जाम्स खत्म हो गए ना, 2 को है ना।
मैडी भाई देख मैं तेरे को मैं इतना अमाउंट के लिए रेडी था, मैं बता देता हूँ।
अरे भाई वो उसकी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, मेरे को पता ही नहीं था कॉलेज का है, मैं सीएसएस
मैं इतने के लिए रेडी था।
अरे उसकी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है भाई, लेकिन
यार मैडी मैं 3 बार बोला तुझे, मैंने 3 बार ही बोला मैडी असाइनमेंट है मेरा।
मैडी अपनी अलग ही धुन में घूम रहा है। मैडी बाबू का हुए हो,
अगली बार से गान खोल के सुनियो।
यार मैंने भाई लेजेंड बोला था जिंदा जिंदा, मुझे याद है भाई मैंने बहुत प्यार से
भी बोला था ये पक्का कुछ होगा, झोल देगी वो।
अबे झोल नहीं भाई, मैंने बता के किया है काम यार।
नहीं मैंने बोला था इसको आगे जाके देख लियो वापस बकचोदी नहीं होगा कुछ।
मैडी भाई 8 घंटे कर दिए, 10 घंटे कर लो और
बना के दे देना फ्री में।
पागल
बना
है
तो
क्या?
दूंगा।
मैं फ्री में नहीं लूंगा, मेहनत बहुत ज्यादा लगी है। देखो 7 नंबर का था इसलिए मैं सोचा कि देखो मैंने जो अमाउंट लिखा था मैडी भाई तुम समझ रहे हो मैं लिखूं।
मैडी तो भाई 20 से कम नहीं लेगा फिर।
देखो इसके बनते भी हैं उतने।
हाँ
भाई मेरे 8 सेम की मैं दे भी दूंगा उतने।
दे दे।
अरे तेरे सिम का मैटर नहीं करता ना,
8
वेबसाइट पे
सेम
मैटर करता है वो।
अरे मेरे सेमेस्टर पे मैटर करता है, मेरा जब मेजर आएगा तब दूंगा।
अरे तो वेबसाइट होती है,
वही तो
काम उस पर सेम ही लगेगा
भैया।
तेरा सेमेस्टर देख के काम लगेगा क्या उस पे?
अरे
अरे थोड़ा चूतिया है क्या बहन के लोड़े, तेरा सेमेस्टर देख के काम लगेगा क्या उस पे?
मेरे 150 मार्क्स होते ना मेजर में, अभी तो 7।
अरे तो तेरे मार्क्स देख के लगेगा क्या काम?
अरे यार
कोड की लाइनें तेरे मार्क्स पे डिपेंड करती हैं।
नहीं करती, मैं समझ रहा हूँ।
तो फिर क्यों बकवास कर रहा है?
इरिटेट हो गया है।
मैं डिलीट सा कर रहा हूँ।
अरे नहीं
मैडी 8 घंटे की मेहनत वेस्ट
मत
करेगा।
कर काम।
For such a young team, playing as
आगे जाके अगर काम आ गया तो फिर दिक्कत हो जाएगी।
you into that chaos, your palms getting muddled, you experiencing something you haven't really played against before, and PaperX thriving in that. And that was the case for quite a while. But I think we really saw a step up from
मैडी रो रहा होगा अभी।
YouTube खोला 20 years jail to एलविश यादव, यही तो सुनना था मुझे।
हाँ मैंने भी देखा, फिर गाली दिया मैंने।
managing to gain some control in the second half.
देखना ही
Loving
भाई।
those small micro plays that we love PaperX for. We're talking about
जेरी भाई पास ना मत अभी।
those trade-ins is something
क्या?
that she can do.
हंसना मत अभी।
मैं कहाँ हंस रहा भाई?
Well to PaperX and especially to something.
मैं नहीं हंस रहा।
मैडी को सदमा लग गया।
Yeah, it was absolute chaos, but I think you're absolutely right that that's kind of what's
मैडी
defined
जिंदा है
PaperX
ना?
for so long, but it's also true of what
क्या
Carmen Core was doing. I think a
बस
lot of the good in this map was when they were
यार
showing
मैडी मैं बता के
combos,
किया था
they were
यार।
setting themselves up after that. They definitely learned more how to play against PaperX. It's just that this squad built themselves such a huge buffer on that attack.
मैडी बोलेगा चुप हो जा बहन के लौड़े।
They're always gonna steal
Obviously
at least
बोलेगा
1 or
वो ये
2
काम
rounds
अभी।
and a half. It's really hard to come back from a deficit against this squad.
And not only that, we saw Casey actually getting lost in the sauce. We were seeing a lot of ultimates invested in just one route to make it through, as you're mentioning, the Yoru, even the Showstopper, everything being used at wrong timings. We see also Magnum struggling a little bit with his own ultimate on how and when to use it, just because of how overwhelming PaperX is.
And that's exactly that. They're the team who's gonna rip any hole you have in your communication, any hole you have in your practice. They're gonna rip that apart because of how chaotic they are. The question now, going into the rest of the series for me, is whether this team for Carmen Core can wrangle control.
एक काम करता, तेरी मैच वेस्ट नहीं करने दूंगा। मैं कल लॉन्डो से बात करता हूँ, अगर जो मेरी टीम में है ना, if they'll be ready तो मैं सेम अमाउंट पे ले लूँगा।
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है यार, बट
नहीं मैं सेम अमाउंट पे
मैं
ले लूँगा।
8 घंटे सा कर हूँ
यार मैं अपने लड़कों से बात कर लूँ ना, जो मेरी टीम में अगर वो लोग रेडी होंगे तो मैं सेम अमाउंट पे ले लूँगा मैडी। ठीक है?
Hey guys, Mika here, and now I'm with Coach Eng of KC.
ठीक है भैया।
Eng,
लेकिन भैया अगली बार से ना थोड़े कान से खोल लेना, मेरी फटी है क्योंकि मैंने मैडी भाई में कभी ऐसे स्कैम तो नहीं हुआ, मैंने जिंदा बोला, मुझे याद है।
First of all, they are amazing team, really with amazing play style, very unique play style.
क्या फायदा आर्टिक्स?
I don't know what to say to be honest
क्या
because
फायदा?
it just
आर्टिक्स
pleasure to play against them. Really, we learned
आर्टिक्स
a
होने का
lot
मतलब?
from this game.
Recording तो करनी है।
Yeah, I don't know, like, but what can I say? It's hard
So
to read
the-
them because of this
my
play
bad.
style. Yeah, and I don't know what to say to be honest. But we will try our best on the second map. So yeah.
That was such a whole
तेरे पे नाइट्रो के आइडिया है क्या?
second map.
नहीं चाहिए तो बता।
तेरे को नहीं, साकिब।
मैं आईडी कहाँ पड़ी है?
भेजो। मेरे को वो मिल नहीं रहा है और उसके मैसेज में एक मेन चीज।
मैडी भाई ठीक है सर।
Yeah, exactly. And can be as wholesome as he wants, but he's going to need
कैसे भेजूं उसकी आईडी?
डिप्रेशन में हैं, अभी हम कुछ नहीं बोल पाएंगे।
अरे आईडी कॉपी करके भेज।
यार कल करवा देता हूँ मैडी, चल कर
मैं डिप्रेशन में हूँ।
अरे
क्या आईडी पे इसने डॉट लगाया नाइट्रो ने, क्या कैसे भेजूं?
एटलीस्ट मुझे सामने वाली पार्टियों से भी तो बात करने दे, मेरी जो टीम में अगर दे अरे नहीं जस्ट कि अगर वो लोग रेडी होंगे मैडी, क्योंकि अकेला तो हूँ नहीं मैं टीम में।
तेरे को उसके सर्वर का
भाई 6 लड़के हैं
डॉट लिखा
और
है
मेरे किसी हाँ मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ। हाँ यही होता है ना, हम 6 सेम में 8 सेम में नहीं है।
अच्छा रुक, शेमर भाई शेमर मोड
भैया
लगा हुआ है।
हमारी क्लास में हम टियर 3 कॉलेज है फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, वो हम सिलेक्ट हो गए थे नेटवर्किंग के लिए, बात अलग है।
ये ले भेजो।
हमारी क्लास में 72 बच्चे हैं, अब आप समझे।
near perfect, quite honestly. And I actually think their style if PaperX is going for these forward plays, they don't have the Reyna to combo. They don't have
मैं
to
ना
see
अगली
kind
बार
of
तेरे को
util
बताऊंगा
setups.
कि मेरे
It's
कितने
crazy
मार्क्स का
how this
प्रोजेक्ट है।
Reyna is like
उसके बाद तू
thank
काम
you.
करेगा।
but they don't have those
Thank you.
उसके बाद तू काम करेगा।
tools to set up these combos like they do on some of these
7 का असाइनमेंट 8
this will be
8 घंटे की मेहनत 1 घंटा
मैं सीएसएस
आपका
में
ही सही
लिखता
है।
मैं तेरे से फोटोशॉप सीखा यार गलत फील्ड में हूँ
Sorry, bhai.
And not only that, we were talking about how Monier is doing great in this tournament. How today specifically, he's performing super well. The other way. And he's going to
फोटोशॉप का
be
लिंक कहीं मिल रहा थी उसे
that race
मैं बोल रहा हूँ तारे जोड़ते हैं आजा।
आज तो डाले अपनी बहन के लोड़े
loved it. Loved. I mean, loved it.
तारे जोड़ लो।
This is a crazy switch to make. But
भाई उसमें भी पैसा है वैसे।
भाई कौन जीता पेपर एक्सेस केसी मेरे को ये बताओ
पेपर एक्स
क्यों जीत गई बढ़िया तो कम बैक हो रहा था
मोहन ने कूदी कूदी मार के लिए
मैप विन 71% पेपर एक्स का है 33% फिर भी जीत जाएगी बहन चोद थैंक यू त्रिशेर
आज मैच ना 12 12:30 के आसपास ही खत्म हो जाएगा।
मैडी भैया एक मदद कर
इसमें से
सकता
क्या
हूँ?
डाउनलोड करना है
आपका मुंह-
autoplay.exe
सुनो मेरी बात, आपका मुंह टिक करके बिरयानी भेज दूँ आप बोलोगे तो।
नहीं चाहिए
मोमोज भेज दे इसको।
करने की बात कर रहा था मैं।
क्या क्या डाउनलोड करना है बताएगा
अरे बोल दे मेरे को थे हाँ वो एक मिनट बताओ एक बार पूरा फोल्डर डाउनलोड कर
अरे भैया फोल्डर ही डाउनलोड करवा रहा है लड़का
बैक तो बिना फोल्डर डाउनलोड किए कैसे कर लेगा तू डाउनलोड
तो मादर चोद जिप फाइल डालता
आधे टीम के उल्लू के पट्टे
तेरी माँ की चोद जिप फाइल डाल बहन के लोड़े
या फिर रुक जा बता
असाइनमेंट के लिए 8 बताया भी नहीं जाता
वही बात है
लड़के
गूगल
को
ड्राइव
और पता है
लोड
लड़के
नहीं
को
हो
कुछ अबनॉर्मल लग भी नहीं रहा है उसमें
यार
7
गूगल
मार्क्स के
ड्राइव लोड
लिए
नहीं हो रही भाई
अरे कर रहा हूँ मैं फोल्डर ही डाउनलोड
कर ले भाई तेरा तो नेट भी है
पंच वो तो तेरा भी है साकिब थोड़ी है तू
साले
नहीं,
मेरा
नहीं,
भी है
वो-
मैं स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ।
अरे वो क्या नाम था इसके भाई का अरे नहीं डिस्कॉर्ड का नाम बता
सुपरमैन
हाँ सुपरमैन चड्डी महल उसके जैसा नेट भी है तो कर ले जरी भाई
4 सेकंड को बताओ एक बम नाम की चीज है
वो अपनी सीधे मौत वाली इमेज दोगे सॉरी सीधे वाली इमेज दोगे सीधे वाली इमेज जिसको मैं वेक्टर में कन्वर्ट करूंगा
चलो खत्म।
भेजो कौन सी फोटो बोल रहे हो भाई कैसे क्या दिया करना
अरे
है
यार एक तो भाई रेफरेंस देना पड़ता है
भाई मेरे पास
अरे-
पड़ी होगी कोई फोटो खींची जाए तो भेज दूंगा भाई।
नहीं प्लीज माफ करना मेरे
क्या गंदा दिख रहा हूँ मैं।
वो हमेशा ठीक
How can you prep? There's not an awful lot you can do other than the age-old kind of play your own game sort of approach. But then when you come out here and there's a different composition.
भाई हेलो मोनेट ने फ्लैश में मार दिया बेंच।
मोनेट अच्छा सही बोला क्या इसमें
हां
एडी भाई
Continue to run it down.
एडी भाई
चुप हो जा
मैडी को थ्रो मार रहा है।
चुप हो जा
अभी रोजा नहीं आ रहा वो मेरे को अभी चप्पलों से मारना चाह रहा है।
चुप हो जाओ बिल्कुल ही मां चोद
नहीं ऑनेस्टली मेरे को भी लगा था मैडी सोच के कर रहा होगा। मेरे को पता था कि काम दिया तो कॉलेज का असाइनमेंट ही होगा। मैडी तेरे को कैसे पता नहीं चला?
They will have a completely open A site. They'll note the lack of utility after last
तो
round.
ये
वो लड़का बातें इतनी सीरियस करता है
The fact that Forsaken has gone to the back of the site.
करता हूँ यार।
Should give it away. Narrate though. How does it?
दो जगह आवाज आ रही है
Do not know, but he'll be happy.
दो जगह कैसे आ रही है?
Aren't gonna come down
YouTube
now.
और Twitch दोनों पे चला के बैठ गया
Just classics as well for Casey. There's nothing beyond that. There's not a friend.
8 घंटे का असर हो गया मैडी को।
मेरा तो एक जगह नहीं चलता तेरे तो
भोसड़ी के तेरा पीसी YouTube भी नहीं झेल पा रहा
नहीं झेल पाता है भाई 1080p
भैया तुम तो माफ ही कर दो
बात अपनी साके तो चाहिए
+1
वो तो है रियलिटी तो है।
Just prowling on the edges of those smokes. Opting to try and clear to farm.
भाई इसको देखियो समथिंग को
Down these final players, but Magnum again with a connection. Can they make this really costly? It looks like they're going to try and exit through CT, which is the right call. Monnier going to double around, spots them out, but hey, Carmine Core making this, you know, cost a little bit. Mind Freak and Divide do manage to escape. That Bulldog's still in play.
I mean, I think they only lose the judge though, if I'm not
ये कौन
mistaken.
बोल रहा है?
Just got taken back into, but yeah.
Didn't see exactly what the purchase was, but regardless, something straight onto the
मैडी
operator.
0-13 हो जाए.
So another question mark in the mix here.
उसके बाद तो लगाना चाहिए.
8-0-0 हुआ है किसी का.
Doesn't really even have the benefit of having the blade storm.
Socket bhai. If I give you 500, if I give you 500 rupees, will you dance?
Oh, well, Sheriff.
Nah.
Okay.
Drifting really deep onto this angle very early on.
Something आ गया अपनी उस पे ऑपरेटर पे.
KC on the other side, unless Magnum
वो बात बोल रहा था.
He was jump spotting that corner earlier.
Yeah.
That might have to be taken away from the repertoire. I'm worried that someone else
मोनेट को देख सा अच्छा चला कि घुस रहा अंदर. बूम बूम करके आएगी.
No bullets have been fired, but if they'd seen anything, not do it. You can see them trying to toy with it.
4 सेकंड है क्या वो? मोनेट के पास क्या है? उसे.
No one is. Good control being shown by Carmine Core. Mind Freak getting very close. Should have been controlled here by Narrate, and he has been.
माइंड फ्रीक की लग गई.
Really putting bodies behind this.
The gap towards B here, but Spike not committed either way.
Ready, bhai.
PaperX might resort to
ओए
that.
मैडी.
It's only really shit.
आपके लिए पहला क्लाइंट भी ढूंढ लिया है.
Cause any issues on the way in here.
नहीं चाहिए.
Narrate's
पहले फोटोशॉप के लिए.
नहीं चाहिए.
creeping closer and
अरे यार भाई कैसा इंसान है भाई यार.
अरे बस डाउनलोड कर रहा हूँ. भोसड़ी का सीरियस ले गया.
मैं तो अभी भूल दिया.
Playing PaperX's games right now. Right call as well. Re-smoking and the spike trying to make it across. Does anyone catch it in the heels? No, but something's cleared so deep here. They've got to be careful of door. They've got to be careful of the flank, considering how far something's cleared towards CT.
really doing.
काड़ू भाई किधर है?
Now a lot of questions.
काड़ू भाई कह रहे 15 मिनट में आएंगे. मतलब नहीं आएंगे.
Real exchange of utility here as the retake starts to build up. Something
Hello.
rattling off a couple of shots, but Forsaken in a fantastic position as well. If he calms this down, he can become such a thorn in their side.
और मूड नहीं है. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा थका हूँ. सुबह एग्जाम देके आऊँ फिर अभी दिल्ली गया.
तू 1 मिनट 38 सेकंड के गाने को कैसे मिस. ठीक है भाई.
अरे नहीं सुनूंगा भाई. बेस्ट गाना.
गलत जगह वो मार्क कर रहा था.
आ जाओ ज्वाइन करो.
आप करो मैं भाई.
अरे बदतमीज भाई ये तो. स्टेटस नहीं दिख रहा तुम्हारा वाला.
View profile, then go activity, then go listen along.
Right click, listen along.
This is too easy.
हाँ.
भाई
बस
ये
प्रीशर पे जाके राइट क्लिक लिसन
भाई.
वो प्यारा तो है लेकिन एक बात बताऊंगा कि मैं 2 दिन में बोर हो जाऊंगा इससे.
यार एक नया गाना दे देता हूँ ना. मेरे को क्या है दिया तो था मैंने.
अरे वो गाना अच्छा नहीं.
हाँ तो वो सुन ले. मैं
कल बताइए.
चल ठीक.
Pace change looking like.
यार बहुत सारे गाने पता है मेरे को उसके.
And yeah, look at this. Very pacey. Gonna get the first real glimpse of this C site. Hadn't tested too much. And again, KC gonna.
मैं कह रहा था वो लाइन पे आ जाते अब मैं खुश सा हो जाता.
Don't need any more of it.
अरे मास्टर आ गया ये गाना बहन तो. कहाँ है भाई?
Coming out from Monnier. His timing could be critical. They need to hold a fair amount of this space for it to really come to fruition.
मैडी भाई म्यूट क्यों हो रहे हो यार?
To be a nuisance in the backlines here.
मैडी भैया.
This is not a good face off an operator.
हाँ ये.
Judge. Actually Monnier pulls the trigger at just the right time.
Love seeing something swing as well, just to make sure it goes their way. And the last two being herded. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Narrate gonna try and bully his way past, but the whole team's gonna be here. Something gonna be careful. Doesn't want to lose the operator, but they're hunting him down now.
भाई something भाग रहा है.
Hunted as Tomasi falls. And it looks like that operator's made its way out, at least until now. The door was it broken earlier? I believe it was.
ये भूल गया CV प्लांट.
That's the finest angle. Try to get away, Narrate. Gotta be careful though.
There's
the rest of the squad here now. And PaperX with that pace change, working out that C site.
Well, uncharacteristic misses here from something. If you're going to continue to invest behind that operator. really well coordinated here, Monya. And that potentially is the game plan for him on the Astra. Just be very disconnected from some of these site hits. Again, that's the real benefit. If you can create this space, and KC are happy to concede it. You have something like Monya getting behind a lot of these plays. Okay, some real issues here for Forsaken. Finish on the first hit. KC looking to get the hell out of dodge.
You just can't aim duel against these guys. You just, even in a fair fight. And in the meantime, not only did they get the pick towards C, they've already started to make that progress towards A. Obviously, much better off in the weaponry and going to be rewarded. Monye going to be overwhelmed though. Magnum going to get one back. That could be a weapon potentially recovered. Something on the case to keep control of it, and that's going to allow time for the plant to come in. Narrate still has that rifle, but that's about it. Beyond them, Stinger in play. Oh, that's rough. Not what he wanted there. Not what they wanted at all.
कहाँ गए?
Something gets pinged off that as well. Forced back off that angle, but KC still need to get through this choke point.
I don't know what they got to go with. Prowler's already sent down. They got to just go for it, and Magnum outdoes something. Those misses are starting to make a bit of a problem. Forsaken going to find one, but Force. Narrate holding this down. Can he do this? Can he really pop off here? 3 would be exceptional. He gets it to halfway. Oh, but Defy just
नहीं shit
he's got him. This time he gets his 3.
कहाँ गायब जाते हो सर आप?
The first, but makes up for it in the second map here. The Red Bull clutch
मैडी
by
भैया
his side.
तुमको बोल रहा हूँ
हाँ क्या
यार
क्या बोल रहा है?
सॉरी यार भाई
अरे लेकिन बोल क्या रहा है?
गायब कहाँ हो जा रहा है तू?
मैं तो यहीं बैठा
साउंड कर रहा है
Miss coming through here.
भाई लो क्यों हो गया?
वो चिल्ला गया
भाई मैं बोल तो रहा हूँ कल बात कर लूंगा नोटे से, अगर हो सके तो मैं करवा दूंगा। चिल कर।
अरे मत चोद
तो लो तो मत हो।
8 घंटे?
अरे लो मत होना यार।
यार 8 घंटे?
अरे कोई बात नहीं यार। I'll make it work।
मार्क 7 घंटे 8।
अरे कोई बात
एक ज्यादा बनता है?
अरे कोई बात नहीं यार। I'll make it worth it। ठीक है। I'll try my best।
अरे माँ
मैडी को पैसे की दिक्कत नहीं है, टाइम की दिक्कत है।
यार it's just that मेरी गलती है, मेरे को बताना चाहिए था कि कितने मार्क्स का है।
भाई 7 घंटे इतनी मेहनत 7 मार्क्स के लिए।
अरे तू जले में ना ऐसे मुंह मत, समझा ना? चाटा मारूंगा कश्मीर में आके, चाटा छोड़ पत्ता
आराम कर, आया मजा।
अरे एक काम कर जरी,
दिक्कत ये है मैं
जरी
इसको बहुत एडवांस आइडिया दे
तू
दिया यार।
सुन, मैं लिस्ट अनलॉक करता हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को गाना चेंज करने का मन है।
ठीक
Starting to have a round. Something looking to make up for what has been a dreary start for him.
मैं यार एक तो ये भाई छूट गया है मेरा पीसी में।
And suddenly they're on red alert. This went from
अरे
okay,
मैडी I'll use it in my major also, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। I'll pay you whatever you make।
एक ही वेबसाइट 2 बार यूज करेगा?
अरे मैं सब कर दूंगा। RGB का स्टूडेंट हूँ मैं।
RGB का स्टूडेंट है? रेड ग्रीन ब्लू?
अरे RGB
क्या बोल रहा है ये?
सुनेगा?
अरे यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम है। मैंने सुना भाई ओए तू मेरे को जो लिसन लॉन्ग कर।
हाँ तो तेरी आई नहीं रही स्टेटस।
देखियो जरा।
नहीं आ रही अरे अभी आ रही है।
हाँ भाई ये
दोनों में से किसी एक का तो प्रीमियम खत्म हो गया है, पक्की बात।
आपका हुआ है।
देखो मेरी तो ऐड नहीं आ रही ना।
क्या तुम मुझे लिसन लॉन्ग नहीं कर पा रहे क्या?
कर तो दिया, फासला बजाया ना तूने कोई?
नहीं
एक लिरिक्स में उसके थे। हाँ वही लिरिक्स में था मैं।
मेरे को क्यों लग रहा है केसी जीतेगी ये मैप?
मेरे को भी लग रहा है ये समथिंग
नहीं रहा है कि तुम मुझे लिसन लॉन्ग की होगी नहीं।
समथिंग ना हल्का सा इधर उधर हुआ उसका, पता है?
मेरे क्लच के टाइम पे टोटल में एक बंदा नाइस ट्राई बोलता है, वो होता है जेरी। ये इधर समथिंग ने इतना गंदा मुंहता है, इसको पता नहीं कितने हजारों लोगों ने नाइस ट्राई बोल दिया।
यार यहाँ पे हकता नहीं ना, ये मैच गया था इनके किसी इसके हाथ में था, पेपरएक्स के हाथ में था। ये देख कितने चिल्ले हैं उनका कोच देख।
तू पहले सुन मेरी बात, सुन। पेपर रेक्स बोल।
पेपरएक्स
क्यों गलत बोल रहा है ना भाई?
पपराजी बोल, मैं मान जाऊंगा।
पपराजी बोल देगा भाई। क्या बोला था?
पपराजी बोला।
don't want to say
पेपर एक्स
useless, but
ये
his impact
अरे
is
सुपर
really
एक्स
limited in these sort of kind of slow
पेपर एक्स
mid to
साले
late rounds. It's not really going to cause too much
आगे तो
pressure
दिल्ली आओ आप
unless Paper X win out early on in the
आपके
match.
साथ
हमें
रैप बनाएंगे
Towards Rub will get themselves into a fight.
सीधे बहुत
And maybe
सीधे बहुत
Monya is on Astra to kind of counterbalance
बोल
that.
देते रहिए
पत्थर से हो रही है बताओ
But again, it's just
अरे
यार
आप पे
अरे
पत्थर
अरे
मारेंगे आप कैच करना फिर एक बन जाना आप
अरे इसका वेट नाप लेंगे ना 40 से ऊपर हुआ तो मतलब पत्थर लेके आया
how much they played this game.
साले
यार तू तो मतलब सुबह उठ के मूतता होगा तो 1 आध किलो तो कम हो जाता होगा
साले इसको देखो
ये तो
क्या
बहुत पतला
पत्थर
है
मूड
भाई
है ये
But to change it at this point is
इसका वजन कितना होगा
I mean,
250 ग्राम
to Paper X
45
do it,
is to just
but
get Forsaken.
45
हैं?
तुझे पता है मेरी बंदी
आज
का
62 का
46
तो मैं हूँ
works.
मेरी बंदी का
To
46
an
है भाई
extent, maybe you have to see how that
62 का
ठीक
तो
है
मैं
ना
हूँ
works out now.
ठीक नहीं है ना भाई ये
Simplistic start, but a
हो
बहुत
great
पतले
जाएगा
हो
जब
भाई
करना
should facilitate them
ठीक
to
है
the
ना
side. I
भाई
don't think
ठीक
much
है
is
ठीक
going to
है
stop them here.
एक
Above
बार
their
TSS
pace
टेस्ट
shove,
करा
even
ना
then
अपना
something fancies his go of it.
सब कुछ मेरे सारे टेस्ट नॉर्मल है
Stinger. And look at this.
इसका मेटाबॉलिज्म में इतना हाई है क्या
There's no plan.
बहुत हाई है हद से
Drawn
ज्यादा
up on lockdown so early. Now going to go for this.
मेटाबॉलिज्म की स्पेलिंग बताइए
Divide's going to go through.
Yeah.
And Martin's the one to find Monye. So
Pressure.
that work's been removed.
कुछ
And
इस
they're
तरह
going to
है
dive on in.
ऐसे
Oh, you didn't get caught.
मेरे को आते होते तो मैं जरूर ही बोलता
यार ये नहीं सुनेंगे हम
MHT
सुनेंगे अच्छी
BULA
गाने हम अच्छी गाने सुनेंगे तुझे ठीक है
Martin, can he do any more? He's feeling it. He wants more. He's
बॉलिंग
chomping at
करती
the bit.
है
He wants some dead.
यार इसका यार ये ख्वाब मैंने इतना बार सुना है ना इरिटेटिंग ला लगने लगा है
किसका वो
इरिटेटिंग
बीबी
ला लगने लगा है
इरिटिंग अरे यार
इरिटेटिंग ला लगने लगा
रेटिंग भाई
इरिटेटिंग सा लगने लगा
भाई मैं कह रहा हूँ मैच आ गया इसका मैच वैल्यू चलते हैं
हम वैलो खेलो
मेरा भी सोच रहा हूँ बंद करके मैं भी जाऊँ सोने
सोने
और क्या
क्या करेगा सुबह वैल्यू खेल आ जा
ना रे मूड नहीं है खेलना होता है सुबह नहीं खेलना होता मेरा
सुबह लड़की के
काहे?
साथ भी तो बैठे थे तुम
सारे वो काम काम के सिलसिले में बैठा
हाँ इसलिए मेरे को मैसेज आया था ये वे आउट का थंबनेल
तो मैंने निकाल
यार
दिया
मैं फोन से था बिरयानी खा रहा था मैं
और वो कौन सा काम था हाँ
ये गाना
शॉर्ट
बहुत
फॉर
ज्यादा प्यारा है बे
कौन सा
कौन सा
जो सुना रहा हूँ अभी
नाम बता
वही जो तुझे पसंद नहीं आया
बाब
नहीं काश
I wouldn't say headline. You'd say you'd give that
Ah,
to Great, but he was
that's
right
okay.
underneath him, very close by. You can see a little bit of that form starting to really.
आपको तो पसंद आएगा ही
अरे यार मैंने सुन लिया ना इतनी बार क्योंकि मेरी पहली रील उसने इस गाने पे बनाई थी हमारी
रीलर टिकटॉक
रीलर नहीं हो भाई मोमेंट्स की
अरे टिकटॉकर है बैंड
टिकटॉकर भाई
बाल भाई
अरे करण मैंने जो भेजा था वो है ये याद है डिस्कॉर्ड पे जा इसका एक्सेस है
खत्म है ये पेपर एक्स के हाथ में आता है ये
मैं खाने लेके आता हूँ फिर वाला खोलता हूँ खोल के जाता हूँ छोड़ो ना गाली बकेगा
यार मैं तो स्टैंडर्ड से लाती
क्यों अभी वैल्यू खुलवा दी सुन
मन तो नहीं कर रहा खेलने का
अभी इतना क्या बुरा कर रहा है भाई बोल तो रहा हूँ ना मैं कल बात कर लेता हूँ
मादर चोद 8 घंटे के बाद जब तेरे साथ प्रैंक होगा
अरे प्रैंक क्या हुआ
तेरी बहन चुद जाए गीली रात में
मैंने प्रैंक थोड़ी किया आई एम मेकिंग वर्क फॉर यू ना अरे यार मैं ट्राई तो कर रहा हूँ यार मेरी तो गलती भी नहीं है
And he's good for one, but Martin was so quick with the response. Divine next. In line here. Jump on the first to draw the fire. Falls back.
डिवाइड भैया ने राउंड निकाला तो हम वैल्यू जाएंगे माँ चुद गई मेरे बोलते ही मरा है बहन चुद
हंसने की किस्मत साथ में
चलो भाई गाइस तुम देखो भाई आज हो गया ये एसेंडेंट तक
बंदी से बात करने जा रहा है सीधा सीधा
साले
बोल
बंदी
लेके आया फिर
उसके लिए बंदी होनी चाहिए ठीक है
ओ सॉरी भैया भूल गया था
प्राउड
बच
सिंह
गया।
लगा
प्राउड हैंडसम है वो
मैं दिमाग में एक बात आई थी बट अभी बात हो
मेरे भी
जाता
आई
है।
थी 2-3 आई थी
मेरे को 4 आई थी एक तो वो छोड़ बता तो दिए
सिस्टम पे सिस्टम हेलो चलो भाई
अरे यार भाई एक तो ये डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाता है वो वैलो बोला
चलो
डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई।
चलो गाइस बाय
तुमने
बाय।
राउंड के वाला स्टार्ट क्यों किया?
अरे
चलो गाइस आज के लिए इतना ही। तुम देखो जिस चीज को देखना है क्योंकि पेपर एक्स जीतेगी। ये क्या होती है एसेंट तक हट जाएगा मैप क्योंकि ये वाला राउंड तो लोटस के हाथ में है। तो नेक्स्ट राउंड पेपर एक्स जीत सकती है। तो चलो फिर आज के लिए इतना ही। मिलते हैं तुमसे कल। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय। सी यू टुमारो। टेक केयर। हैव अ नाइस डे। बाय बाय।